The Cajuns are rolling, winners of 5 straight after sweeping the Legends last week. They boast a top pitching staff in the league and will look to continue that form against one of PLW's weaker scoring attacks. Now a serious contender, can the Cajuns continue to surprise? The Snappers are in form as well, winners in 7 of their last 9 games. You cannot discount the impact of a healthy Taylor Briner. The Snappers are still on the outside looking in for the playoffs. Can they continue their ascendance up the standings? The answers and more coming right here at Premier League WIFFLE. Good evening and welcome to Hideaway Field in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Jim Adodos. Alongside me is Mr. Tom Gannon, a first time for the both of us. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good to see you. Yeah, I'm excited to work with someone new. It's always fun to work with someone new until it isn't, so don't mess it up.
I'm sure I will, but I'll try to wait till game 2.
Well, tell me about this matchup tonight. We have a good one between 2 teams that are in kind of precarious positions in the table. The Cajuns coming in 4th. The Snappers coming in, I believe, in 7th place. So, tables can turn in this series for sure.
Yeah. I also was looking before the game at some of the stats, and the Cajuns are leading the league in team on base percentage with 365. And that's the Snappers last in the league, 10th, with a 291 on base percentage. So the Cajuns lineup, really hot. Snappers really looking to get something going. Last week, they played against us, got to 15 in that second game. Similar win conditions tonight, so look for the Snappers to really take advantage of that.
Yeah, Snappers like to hit the ball in the wind. They practice for this stuff. I hang out with Taylor and Shane Weber quite a bit. They train for this kind of conditions. It is very windy at the Hideaway tonight. So, it's a very interesting one. The Cajuns, you're right. I was looking at some of that stuff today, too. They get on base. They hit singles, not a lot of power. But, they definitely do the little things right. And that pitching staff, Tom, has been dominant.
Yeah, also, they're leading the league in ERA, 2.93 ERA. So leading the league in earned run average and on base percentage, but only an 18-15 record.
Right.
And the real reason for that being the power numbers. Only 38 home runs, good for 8th. The Snappers, 50 home runs, and that's 5th in the league.
Let's see how the wind takes place in that. And I also want to say defense. I think the Snappers do have a little edge on defense. The Cajuns are the away team, Tom. Let's get that lineup graphic up there. And let's dig into this Cajuns lineup. I believe that's going to be missing Kiefer McClendon.
Yeah, leading off, they've got Ryan Roosh, the left fielder. Batting second, Casey Nielsen, playing right field. The number 3 hitter, Andrew Leday, also going to be the starting pitcher in Game 1. Will Morris, the rookie that you see on the graphic, batting cleanup, playing shortstop. Batting 5th, Bo Evans, the DH, having a sneaky good season at the plate. Bo Evans and Devlin Daniel, their new acquisition from the Lightning, playing third base.
I like it. Let's touch on Will Morris a little bit. Really coming off a series where he just dominated the game, basically. I mean, pitched 7 innings and then walks it off.
He and Billy Osgood both dueling shutouts going into extra innings.
Right.
And then he hits the walk-off home run himself, really lifting the Cajuns on his shoulders.
Yeah. And as you see the Snappers getting ready there, they're ready for this game. They've kind of ascended up the standings. Really looking forward to this one. Looks like Taylor Briner is on the mound here. I'll take a minute to welcome our Twitch community. 150 of you already joining us on this NFL Draft Thursday here in Las Vegas. So thank you for tuning in there. Hopefully 2 monitors going for that. But big events in Las Vegas, and PLW is one of them. Excited to get going.
Absolutely. And the Snappers also featuring their new hats, I believe, for the first time tonight. All the Snappers have got that Snapper logo hat.
You're right, and I like that hat. Yeah, a little turtle on there. It looks like a similar design to possibly the Sand Vipers hats.
I believe Alonzo Valencia, he's been making a lot of the hats around the league.
Yes, excellent.
Member of the Vaders.
Yeah, Tom, well, this one, you got a team that's in 4th, a team that's in 7th, but it's 18-15 that the Cajuns are. And the Snappers are 15-18. I mean, things can turn real quick here. I mean, if the Snappers go and take 2 or 3, they're right back in this thing, and they started off in the relegation places.
Absolutely. They also we're really getting to that final stretch where teams are going to have to turn it on to make sure they make the playoffs.
Sure.
And its standings are going to be tight. I don't think there's anyone that's going to run away other than those first 2 spots.
Yep.
3, 4, 5 down the stretch. It's going to come down to probably the last 2 weeks.
No doubt. We've been kind of saying it's going to be a war all year, and man, this 3 through about 8 spots, 3 through 7 spots look really, really tight. So we should learn a little bit more about the story and how this thing's going to unfold tonight. So looking forward to spending the evening with you, and let's...
there you see Jesse Capps doing some stretches. One of the leading shortstops in the league. Plays great defense over there. One of those defensive specialists we see around the league. The Snappers featuring an entire left side of pretty much full-time defenders when they do have
Yes, they have
the rest
two
of their guys here.
defensive-only guys. That's too many for me, but that's just kidding. I like to joke around with those guys about that.
Yeah.
And Tom, I'm going to shift a little bit here because Cheers Emily just said something in the chat, and I've been talking to the teams before the game, getting some information. Shane Weber is talking about playing tonight.
I believe he has been listed as a sub.
He's just an absolute moron for that. There's just no way. And Cheers Emily is saying she's confirming that, and she's very annoyed, Tom.
Yeah, I think even some of his snappers' teammates are annoyed. But, you know, Shane loves to hit in this wind. He was taking some swings in BP, wasn't really using his lower half. So I think he might be trying to just get the ball up in the air, knowing that he doesn't have to take a full swing to get one out tonight.
You know, he's one of my favorite dudes out here. And I hope Cheers Emily punishes him at home when he gets back. But, yeah, that's a possible developing storyline tonight is Shane Weber is talking like he's going to have a stick in his hands at some point tonight. So, but we're looking ready to get underway. It's 6:06. Looks like a minute late tonight. That's usually we're itching to get after it. Ryan Roosh at the plate, coming in, hitting in the 350s. He's been a big revelation for these Cajuns. Let's get started.
They said Ryan Roosh. 354 average. That's 7th in the league.
Yes. No, he's been...
Quietly having a great season at the plate. Not huge power numbers, but, man, is this guy getting on base.
In the low 200s last year, I believe. You know, he's really increased that. And
he's got to be the league leader, leading the league for the most improved player award.
Yeah, I agree, and he's getting it done on the mound as well. You'll see him standing very, very far from the plate. You see Roosh looking to go to right field. He tries to stay off the plate to turn that down the middle pitch into an outside pitch. Here's the 0-2. That's a hit into left.
Oh,
it's
my
over
goodness.
Brandon Craig's head. It gets out of here, Tom. And those are the kind of conditions we're facing tonight.
The wind pulled that ball. That was going to be a loop. That might have been a base hit. That might have actually blooped into the outfield without the wind, and it just took off and went all the way over the fence.
Yeah, just to inform our viewers, we are looking at 30-mile-an-hour blasts again here in Las Vegas. I've been kind of hoping for this wind to end. It is not. I mean, that was a jam job that
and
floats on out of here.
The wiffle gods, after that little kind of foul tip controversy moment we had, immediately the next pitch, home run.
And here that brings up Casey Nielsen. A little new lineup. Manager Andrew Leday said he's going to experiment with tonight. You see Roosh leading off, not Andrew Leday. And you see Bo Evans down in the 5-hole. He's been hitting in the 3-hole most of the season.
Yeah, I kind of question that. I feel like Leday, with the numbers he's putting up, he's got to be batting first. You want to get as many at-bats for him as possible.
Right, because the home runs haven't been there for Leday, so you think that the leading off makes sense more for him because he's doing just more getting on base and things like that.
I think even with the power numbers, other than that first at-bat, you're just rolling through the lineup. And, you don't want Roosh to be the guy making the last out when you could have the bat in Leday's hands, in my opinion.
And that's a swing and a miss by Nielsen. Good bounce back by Taylor Briner. Strikeout's going to be important tonight to get outs. It's probably your main avenue to get outs tonight. You just don't want to see many balls in play if you're a pitcher tonight. It is absolutely howling out of the south, blowing straight out. I think we're going to see something like we saw in Game 3 of that Legends game last night.
Yeah, I mean, I expect to see high-scoring games. The Snappers' offense isn't too much on paper, but we know that these guys can hit the ball hard and hit the ball in the air, especially in these conditions. Expect a few high-scoring games, or at least Game 1 to be high-scoring. Maybe the wind dies down a little bit come nighttime.
Yeah, I was trying to take a look at that. I mean, we didn't see that last night. Last night we saw the wind increase as the night went on, and then it stayed overnight, and it carried over till today. Yeah, maybe you're right. Hopefully it's on its tail end here, and we'll get some later games with no wind.
It seems like it might be even swirling a little bit, too, down at the field level.
Sure. As Leday swings and misses there. Is that a strike 3? Taylor Briner doing a nice job bouncing back after the home run to Roosh.
Leday, a big out, he's going to be on base all night against most teams, so if you can neutralize Leday, you're going to have a lot of success against these Cajuns.
Absolutely. Will Morris, the sweet swinging lefty, was talking to him before the game and just giving him compliments on his swing. He's got a nice one.
Definitely one of the batters that does not get cheated in this league. He swings hard.
Indeed, he does. And that's ripped. Dented ball, taco ball there to second. GK plays a little goalie for us there. That's kind of his style.
A little bit of a volleyball set there.
Yeah. I think he
had time to think about that, and he was trying to just hit that toward the backstop, have someone else pick it up.
They call it a parry in soccer. A goalie just parries it. And that's what GK tries to do. He's an accomplished indoor soccer goalie. I'm serious. He's one of the best in Las Vegas. And he sits there and actually pretends it's a soccer ball and parries it off to his pitcher. That was not on accident.
passing the ball to his teammates, essentially.
Yep, so, Briner there to clean up the garbage, and what looked like it was going to be a tough start for Taylor Briner ends up being just one run. Nobody hurt, and we move on to the bottom half.
Yeah, solo shots are going to happen, especially in this wind. If you can keep the home runs down to the solo shots, you're going to be more likely to win.
Well, let's get into this Snappers lineup if we can get that graphic on the stream, and looks like more of the same for these guys.
Yeah, you got Taylor Briner, manager pitcher, leading off. Ryan Murphy, the free agentship pickup, he's going to be a DH. He hit really well last week, starting to really come into his own. Jonathan Wilson, another DH, batting third, the lefty. Manny Santillanes, the second baseman, is going to be batting cleanup. You can see him on that graphic. David Harley Jr. in left field, and Brandon Gregg in right field. The subs, Jesse Capps, Greg Kelly, and Shane Weber.
There he is, listed as a sub. Looking forward to seeing how that develops. And
not in the starting lineup, but I would not be surprised to see Shane Weber pinch hitting with runners on base, maybe 2 outs, type of situation like that.
And it looks like Andrew Ledet taking the bump and getting a start tonight. So the Cajuns mixing things up a little bit. Ledet hasn't been starting too many games. It's been Ryan Rouge getting that game 1 ball lately. So, I don't know why the Cajuns are mixing so many things up. They've been playing well.
Yeah, I think Ledet also had that sort of injury in the early parts of the season to his arm.
Right.
Perhaps he's feeling back to 100%, and now he's going to try to take command as the ace of this team, although Rouge has been putting up great numbers so far.
7 straight strikeouts, I believe, last week for Ledet at one point. That's impressive. Chat Police, what's up? Chat Police wants to see me on the Cajuns pretty bad. 3 weeks in a row he's been bringing that up. I see you, Chat Police. And strike 1 to Taylor Briner. And you brought up the Snappers on-base percentage at the top of the broadcast. A team that just does not like to walk. They're here to hit the ball out of the ballpark. 50 home runs, a 291 on base. That's pretty low to be under 300 in this league.
Yeah, and the Snappers also only 58 walks as a team. That's last in the league.
Yeah,
and 73 is 9th place. So they're well in last. The Cajuns, 5th in walks with 96, but only about 10 off of first.
And that's not by accident. I mean, Taylor Briner does not like walking. He thinks he'd rather do damage with the bat. And you saw him expand the zone in that last pitch. He's purposely expands the zone, thinking he's good enough to really hit a bad ball. And he is a good bad ball hitter.
Yeah, especially in these conditions. But I think it also comes down to the Snappers' team philosophy. I think they want to swing at pitches, keep the best pitcher in the game so they can face the nastiest stuff.
Sure.
And then come playoff time, they've got a different approach, and perhaps it'll throw some teams off.
Well, of course, the broadcaster's curse, as we're talking about walks, he's running the count full here. And, I wouldn't be surprised to see a walk here, right as we're saying how they never do it.
I would be surprised. I think the day is going to come with a strike right here.
And he does. It's the finger changeup, Tom.
54, the old stop ball hits the brakes as soon as Taylor swings at it.
What have you started here? And actually, some people say Ledet started that out here. He said he was doing it probably about the same time you were. Ledet,
absolutely,
you
yeah.
and Ledet both mastering that finger changeup. Impressive.
I think both of us were playing wiffle ball before PLW was formed, and I think he is the one that was throwing that finger changeup before I did.
You're right. It just halted right as it got to the zone now.
Yeah, Ledet's been playing this game about as long as Randy. I think those are the only 2 guys in the league that have been playing the game for so long.
Yeah, Ledet, got told Thursday was a Cajuns broadcast, even though last night it took me about 5 minutes to figure it out. Get very excited watching Andrew Ledet play. He's a classic act out there.
Yeah, one of the nicest guys in the league, too. Pretty quiet, but if you can get him to say anything, it's usually good stuff.
Yeah, I always give him a hard time because he's player of the week so often after his series. He's always up in the booth.
Yeah.
And I always give him a hard time because, man, you gotta grill him with questions to get him to talk up here, man. So at the end of the broadcast, guys, if Ledet deserves to come in the booth, he does not like coming up here. Let's just say that. I think it's not his media responsibilities is not his specialty. Does a lot of other things really well.
And with the other trolls in the chat, they're probably all going to vote for him.
Yeah, that's how you are.
Now that they know that.
You just do it on purpose, of course. Why not? Here's a J-Dub, Jonathan Wilson. That's ripped. Oh, my goodness. What kind of boomerang ball was that, Tom?
I think that ball might have had topspin the way that thing flew out of here. That was insane.
Kind of rolled off his bat. I think that was deep in on his hands, and it just kind of slingshotted out there. Probably moved about 10, 15 feet to the left. Started in the Garden of Serenity. Ended up over by the scoreboard. Nonetheless, a 2-run home run for the Snappers, and it's 2-1. J-Dub, Jonathan Wilson, smacking the lefty, and we got ourselves a ball game. Tom, I'm still coming down from that game 3 last night, man. I mean, I was losing my mind up here.
Yeah, you're having heart palpitations,
man,
right?
I was I was calling for the oxygen tank last night. I think I might be in for more of the same tonight. Just getting started, there's already action. Good pitch there to Manny Santillanes, Tom. Tom, do you want Manny's numbers here? Because he's the key in this lineup. When he's going, I think I got Manny Santillanes at 237 on the season. That's very low for him.
Yeah, Manny, I feel like, is a very streaky hitter, but if he gets going early in a night, he's going to be hot for all 3 games. If you strike him out a couple times early, sometimes he just kind of shuts down. Few players in the league that do that.
Sansone, I know that was a heartbreaker last night. We were hoping to see that 2-run, 15-run rule, win by 2 come into play. Didn't quite get it, but nothing to be ashamed of about Mr. Sansone. That was excellent entertainment last night.
A lot of pitching changes, a lot of home runs, a lot of lead changes.
Oh, man, as a broadcaster, that was a dream. Just an absolute seesaw affair last night, and hopefully we'll get something like that again. And I think our viewers appreciated it as well.
Yeah, speaking of lead changes, Snapper's now up 2-1. Ledet trying to get out of this inning with limited damage. 2 runs, probably not going to kill you in this wind.
Yeah, it's swirling up there. I stepped out of the office after work, and oh boy. Here we go. It's going to be one of those tonight.
Yeah, it could be a very ugly game, or sometimes the best games we have.
That's true. Sometimes you see some weird pitching performances in these games, too. I mean, you never know what kind of result you're going to get, as Chad Phillips likes to say all the time.
Oftentimes, you get someone that's getting one of their only opportunities to pitch in wind like this, and it's often walk, or they really surprise some people and throw some strikes when the rest of their teammates can't.
No doubt. Here's the payoff to Harley. Harley rips that. That's going to be off the wall for a triple. Casey Nielsen not able to range over enough.
That almost made it out.
That did almost make it out. I mean, it's absolutely flying out here right now. The wind is blowing straight at our backs.
That is David Harley Jr.'s 4th triple of the season. He is now tied for 1st in that category.
Incredible. He's the guy that's really emerged the last month or so. And the Snappers, I mean, yeah, they've won 7 of their last 9. They're hot. They're finding kind of some cohesion at the right time. And David Harley Jr. is a big part of that. That Snappers offense was last in the league a few weeks ago, now creeping up a little bit.
Yeah, they've still got a 239 team average. That's 8th place, and no one on the team is batting over 300, Jim.
Yeah, I saw that. I did check that before the game. Great observation, Mr. Tom Gannon. Bringing the numbers tonight, my color guy. This man is prepared.
You know, Taylor leading the team 285, and the Cajuns as a team are hitting 292 ahead of him.
Yeah, that was one of the stats that stuck out. I mean, I saw as Ledet throws a walk, and he's going to pull himself here. It's going to be Ryan Rouge coming in. Ledet going to the pen to his usual Game 1 starter. And I'm not sure the adjustment worked out too well, but pitching in these conditions is always going to be extremely difficult.
Brandon Gregg, that's his 17th walk of the season. I believe that's good for top 10 in the league now. He was tied for 14th at 16 walks coming in tonight.
So you're telling me he's responsible for about 45% of their team walks?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
About 38 coming in, he's got 17.
Brandon Gregg putting together a lot of good at-bats this season, having a pretty good season quietly. You know, definitely another guy that's in that sort of most improved player conversation, especially the way he's been pitching recently, if he can keep doing that through the second half of the season. Yeah,
you know, they just kind of thrown him out there, too. I mean, Brandon Gregg, from season 1, they've relied on him a ton. He started in big games for them. A guy that doesn't have a ton of experience, and he's emerged and been up to the challenge. So good on him. As a pitching change here, Ryan Rouge, the typical Game 1 starter for the Cajuns.
Yeah, Rouge really the ace of this team.
Yeah, hit me with some numbers, Tom.
So he's 70 2/3 innings pitched. That's 4th in the league. He's got 106 strikeouts and a 1.03 whip. Those are both good for 3rd best in the league.
That's a solid whip there, 1.03.
7 complete games, second behind only Billy Santillanes, who I believe has 8.
Interesting.
So really been the workhorse for this Cajuns team. A lot of strikeouts, really been effective, and just eating up the majority of the innings.
Yeah, and this Cy Young race that we have going on, if this wind keeps up, really the person that might win that award is the guy that pitches well in these kind of conditions. If a pitcher can get out there and deal a complete game in these conditions, that's going to give you a big leg up.
Or if you walk out quickly and don't throw many innings in these conditions.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And that's 52. It's into the pan, strike 2. 2 away, first and third. Just getting started here at the Hideaway. Thank everyone for joining us. And that's a pitch down out of the zone. Swing and a miss by Taylor Briner. Damage done.
Roosh walking quietly back to the dugout after striking out the 3-time MVP. I would have expected a little explosion out of him there.
I think Roosh is lightened up. He's not as loud. I think he finds his moments now.
I think he's learning to pace himself.
Picks his spots,
he used to come out of the gate hot, but I think now he kind of waits for the right moment.
He was just an absolute wild card with it. But now he's tactical with it. I like it. He uses it in good spots. As we roll on to the top of the second, you know what that means, Tom. It's Leilani Acuna time. The top of the second inning is brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of PLW. Whether you are buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. There's Leilani. Connect with her on Instagram. She will grace us with her presence in the chat every now and then. Just great support overall. And I thank her for being a part of what we do. Leilani Acuna, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue on here in the top of the second, Taylor Briner in his second inning of work will face Devlin Daniel. What's Devlin Daniel been up to this year, Tom?
Devlin not having a great year at the plate. Didn't really get that many at-bats when he was on the Lightning. So looking to get more consistent plate appearances here on the Cajuns and hopefully find a rhythm.
Yeah, I agree. 3 home runs on the season.
But I believe Bo Evans is going to be leaving it off.
Oh, I apologize. You're right. Yes, excuse me. Bo Evans, didn't see him here. My monitor had
little
him
blind
blocked.
spot.
Yeah, I had my little blind spot here in my vehicle. That is the booth. Bo Evans, 8 home runs on the season, having a real standout breakout performance, I must say.
Yeah, another one of those guys in that most improved conversation. A lot of those guys playing tonight.
He's hit his home runs really down the line. I want to see his spray chart of home runs. I want to say he's got 2 or 3 down the right field line as a right-handed hitter. And then his other ones have been down the left field line just over the container. He's really sprayed them down those lines, which is kind of odd because a lot of guys they go power out of center field here. But
it's center field, deepest part of the park. So
sure.
93 and 91 down the lines is really the best place to hit it.
Yeah, you just see it really odd from a right-handed hitter to use that right field line like that as he goes down looking, though, there.
Perhaps learned that from Roosh, his teammate. I believe all of his home runs have been to right field.
Yeah, Roosh, as we mentioned, stands almost out of the batter's box when he's up.
Actually, that wind home run last inning was his first pull home run, I think.
No, that was. Yeah, that was it? Yeah, you might be right. And he definitely got jammed on it for sure. And that's Tink 53 on the pipe.
Former teammates kind of having a little bit of fun. Looks like they're having a little back and forth during this at-bat.
You are correct, sir, and that's ripped. Devlin Daniel loves going to right field, tries to do it there, but Santillanes is wise to it.
Shows him the ball. Looks like Taylor's mad. He's telling him he should have been positioned somewhere else.
A little coaching.
Or perhaps he didn't have his foot on the line. Good thing he caught that in the air.
Right. I mean, maybe our umpire, Chad Phillips, is going to have an eye on that now. Here's Roosh, responsible for the only run so far. Ground ball, right side. Santillanes grabs, fires, and is completely bailed out, Tom. And Taylor is shaking his head off the mound.
A great scoop by the first baseman, that strike zone. Was that bottom bar?
Yeah, that from the booth, I can't see the pan from where I'm sitting. I thought that was low for sure. Had to rely on my ears there to hear it, but when we got the play done nonetheless. Manny Santillanes not known for his defensive prowess, I'd say. And here we go, rolling to the bottom of the second. Tom, how we feeling? How we doing? It's a good shot of us there. Looking good. First time in the booth.
Yeah, first time together.
Yeah, I got to spend. Yeah, exactly. First time paired up together. So looking forward to 3 hours of quality.
I thought you were going to stand me up this afternoon.
No, I was close. I did have a little work event, but no, we're never going to leave our Twitch community. I already took some days off last week. I wasn't feeling well, so felt like I needed to get my 2 days in this week. So glad I made it out.
Love it. Glad to have you here, and I'm sure the chat is happy to have you as well.
Yeah, I love interacting with everyone, and see a bunch of regulars as usual. Evan Shields gracing us with his presence.
Trevor Bauer, our Skycam operator.
Yeah, stream team. I love spending time on that, Tom. We'll get into that between innings, kind of give a nice formal introduction of our stream team tonight. Did you catch who's down there with Mr. Murcio?
I believe Anthony Michael.
No, he's the third base umpire.
It might be just him down there.
It's possible.
I'm not sure.
2 count. Ground ball, spinning forward ball. Roosh giving it chase. He's not going to want to risk it and pick it up before it hits that cheap line there.
I think if he did let that go, First of all, it might not have reached the line at all. Second of all, I think that would have been over 5 seconds if he tried to make the play.
I agree. Oh, thanks, GK. Thanks. Working hard on that beard. Kind of a newer thing for me. People say it adds about 10 years of age. Been people saying I'm looking like I'm in my 40s. I've had someone say that to me today. Thought I was 41, 42 years old, so
Sorry to hear that.
the beard might be going away. Roosh comfortably fields that for the first out.
Inducing more weak contact.
Yeah, Roosh, if he can throw a good 5-6 innings here and keep the runs down after, Santiwan kind of gave up a few runs in his outings, may be inserted into that Cy Young conversation. Still a ton to play for. In these 6
I
weeks.
think he's already kind of in the conversation.
I agree.
He's just not the front runner. So
I agree.
A lot of people talking about Billy Santiwan.
Yeah, and Santiwan's had a great season, so nothing wrong with that. And that's ripped by J-Dub, who's seen the ball really well.
Right up the middle, kind of threads the needle between Morris and Roosh there.
And J-Dub I saw came in hitting 277. And if you recall the start he got off to the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season, he was almost hitless. So for him to
It was actually the last time they faced the Cajuns, really, when he kind of broke out of that early season slump and started hitting the ball well, hit a game-winning home run in a game that he pitched.
That was about a month ago, that series. And
I think he's been hot since then.
Snappers did take 2 or 3 that night. And that's through Will Morris to pocket radar. It's a clean double, an RBI double for Manny Santillanes. J-Dub is going to waltz around the bags, and he's going to come in to score.
And if Manny Santillanes is going to get going, the Snappers have a dangerous offense.
Yeah, a crucial series here. Say the Snappers go and sweep. Then we got, I believe, 3 teams at 18-18, including your Sand Vipers.
That's right.
That's going to throw this whole thing into an absolute blender.
It's going to turn the whole table upside down.
Yeah. A little early to be talking about that, but a good start for the Snappers, up 3-1.
Yeah, Manny Santillanes really, if he gets going, he's really kind of the engine in this Snappers offense. A lot of people talk about Taylor, obviously Shane injured. But when Manny's going, the team kind of goes as Manny goes.
Yeah, I agree. He's the key to that offense for sure. And Sansone's right. The Legends are also 18-18. And that's a spinning ball spinning towards foul. And that's going to gain spin. Oh, and he looks like he's recovered. He's done it. Nice play there on a ball going away from him.
Good job staying with it, following the ball. A lot of spin, but he has plenty of time.
Yeah, he made a little contact with it. That might have knocked some spin off it, and it didn't really shoot away from him into the out-of-play area.
Yeah, he also kept the ball in fair territory with that. If he doesn't touch that 1-2 more bounces, that's a foul ball.
Yeah, agreed.
Looks like we got a current poll. Which team makes the playoffs? Cajun, Snappers, both or neither? Looks like most of the votes coming in on the Cajuns so far.
That's a good poll. So the playoffs, 4 and 5 play each other, correct, to get in, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, 4-5 is the wild card.
That's the wild
matchup.
card, basically. Is the 5 seed considered a playoff team, though?
I would say so.
Kind of like the...
a wild card team's a playoff team in baseball.
Like they do. Oh, and that's hit the center field, and that's not coming down. It's going to be a 2-run home run for Brandon Gregg. Snappers are biting early. They're eating, Tom. 5-1.
Brandon Gregg having a good second year for the Snappers, putting together some good at-bats.
That thing shooting out of here.
The only Snapper on the team that has patient at-bats.
Yeah, rewarded right there as he smacks that to center field. 5-1. Snappers jumping all over these Cajuns. Man, that's a good pull. It's a solid pull right there. Snappers cannot count these guys out. When Taylor Briner's healthy, that's a tough team to count out. They just have had too much class, too much back class, too much pedigree in this league. They're going to be there. There's only 3 votes for the Snappers in this poll.
Yeah, the Snappers have been in the championship series every season, and they're not expecting this to be the first one they're not.
Exactly, yeah. It's a team that if they do get there, I don't think anybody's going to be too thrilled to face them, especially they're only getting healthier. And if, with this Shane Weber talk, I'm glad to see them out in front because they don't need him to play.
That's right.
But if he starts talking like he's playing now, I'm sure he's going to entertain wanting to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I do think he's expected to be cleared to play in a couple of weeks. So maybe 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, meniscus and ACL surgery, I believe. Cheers, Emily, you can correct me if I'm wrong there. But, man, if that's me, I'm heading out to the sports book after work every day. And PLW, I'll see you all next season.
He'd probably still sit up here.
Yeah. I'd broadcast still the torn ACL. You're right.
You could broadcast Warbirds games. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be fun. I would enjoy that. Would enjoy that.
I would never want you to get injured, Jim, but that would be kind of fun.
Yes, I don't want to get injured either. I already feel like that's a possibility every time I play. So, and I don't want to see anybody get injured. That's the last thing we want to see out here. Somebody getting hurt. Briner also dealing with his own injury issues this season.
Yeah, we've got a broken hand on our team as well
finger. Now. Yeah, Jordan Keegan has some injuries. That'd be cool to start doing like a little injury report, like do a graphic of the injury report before the game if we have enough players injured.
Got to add that to the to-do list.
That would be kind of cool. Help our viewers with our Wiffle points. Apologies to our viewers. We haven't talked much about Wiffle points tonight. We'll be getting into that as the night goes on. You know me. I'm a big degenerate myself. Did throw a few draft plays out there on the NFL draft to check my phone. Keep an eye on those. That's a weak screen from Nielsen. Chopped right back to Briner. He loves to see it.
85 miles per hour to the backstop.
Yeah, Briner is a rubber arm, we call it. I mean, he can just effortlessly fling at 95 in there. I mean, it's ridiculous. And he just says he's never had a swarm in his life. He's like one of those guys. Don't understand how he does that.
It's got that smooth arm motion. Stays in that same slot is what he's told me. As long as you kind of don't try to move it too much.
Yeah, he really shows you the ball, man, when he pitches.
And he's really guiding it in there.
Guides it in there, right. Yeah, he follows through with it. Absolutely. As Leday swings and misses. POW fan, I'm doing great. Back-to-back on a second half of the back-to-back here. Glad to spend my evening with you fine folks in the chat here. Also glad to spend my evening with our TikTok folk, but they should be getting over to Twitch. They know that. Leday pops up. That's got some wind behind it. GK, not scared of any wind. Tracks it down.
Lands in an interesting part of his hand. Looked like he caught that with mostly fingers there.
Yeah. A little bit of a snow cone, we'd call that in the baseball world. Here's Will Morris. Will Morris hit a ball hard to second to Santillanes. They put GK over there this time, not Santillanes. And he takes ball 2. Two-1. Coming in 65. Taylor really reaching back there. Kind of an odd time to go hot down in the count.
Yeah, I think maybe he's pitching around Morris in this situation.
Possible.
Maybe he's using a walk.
Maybe he thinks he's going to be very aggressive there in the 2-1 with count leverage, but nonetheless, it's a walk for Taylor Briner, his first of the evening. POW fan will gift some subs if anyone new comes from TikTok. Do you hear that, TikTok? We got people in the chat that are begging you guys to come over to Twitch. Swing and a miss by Bo Evans. Our Twitch community, they're hungry. They want more people from TikTok because that's the place to be. Twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. Come and get involved in the community. You'll probably get hooked up. Be a part of PLW Nation. Ground ball. GK goes the easy way. Easy force at second base. Tom, 5-1 snappers. This thing's slipping away a bit.
Yeah, snappers really staying ahead. That's a good, clean inning. Not giving up a run in the second and the third. So the snappers have all the momentum right now, and they've got the bats looking for more of it.
Well, we want to get into our stream team here, Tom. Who you seen out there helping out tonight?
Well, we've got Trevor Bauer, Skycam operator extraordinaire,
he's the
umpiring crew. We've got Anthony, Michael, Chad Phillips, and Cody Runnels, and all lightning umpiring crew tonight.
Yes. Looking forward to having them play tomorrow.
And I believe we've got Sean Merciel and...
I did not see a partner down there.
It might be just Sean.
Yeah.
Sean, if you have time, click on that Slack window and let us know if there's anyone down there with you.
Yeah, I know. Always, kind of me and Kyle were talking about this last night. We're week 12 of this thing. It's getting into the dog days of the season, if you might say. And, still love our support and volunteers coming out and making this what it is here. And thanks to our viewers for showing up night in and night out as well. And here's Mr. Ryan Murphy. Ground ball. Morris, good hands.
Hello.
Not a good throw. That's into the parking lot.
That might be over the parking lot, Jim.
Yeah. That thing's at PT's, man. Flying over our heads there, over the booth. Missed everything. And it's a leadoff man at second base with the throwing error. J-Dub pulls out a little bit there. J-Dub's had...
I think Wilson was looking for his second home run of the night right there.
Yeah, he really pulled his head out. And that's sometimes can happen when you hit home runs. You start getting a little bit big with that front shoulder pulling out. 1-2 count. J-Dub off to a good start tonight.
The Snappers definitely an all-or-nothing team. Just about everyone in their lineup. Similar approach.
That's ripped up the middle. It's going to be an RBI for J-Dub, and it's another ball hit right on the screws.
Yeah, that's not a replay, folks. Basically the exact same thing. Carbon copied what he did in his last at-bat.
Murphy nonchalantly coming around to score. And he still hasn't scored. There he goes. Storm Glider, good to see you again. Back-to-back nights. Glad you can make it. Love it, love it. As, yeah, those errors always come back to bite you. And the Snappers are really, really digging in here. I think Ryan Roosh is having some trouble with that 12-6 he normally throws. That thing's pretty nasty. 56 there. But you'll notice that with the 12-6 guys in this wind, they struggle when the wind's blowing straight out. It really hangs that 12-6 up, Tom.
Yeah, and you don't want the ball to hang up when the wind's blowing out.
Yeah, right. It's Storm Glider, I got you. I'm just not here every night, so I've seen you back-to-back nights, sir. Correction there. And that's heading towards pink box. No! Casey Nielsen extends a hand and saves a run there. It's going to be right side.
Great hustle from Nielsen, keeping that off the wall. Keeps the force at second base.
Yep.
And a double play could really turn this inning around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Stays that double play in order. Those little plays are big out there in the outfield. Good to see Casey Nielsen giving it all out. We saw that last night with Jake Shirley, and he dislocated a finger. And then J-Dub on the sky cam. J-Dub got the shot of him popping it back in on live stream. That's what you get here.
I believe,
That's what you get here at Premier League Wiffle. You get live shots. Some amazing camera work by our Skycam operator.
Almost ran a replay of that, but seemed like probably not advisable.
Absolutely. Just the kind of action you get out here. Here's David Harley. 2-1 count. And he gets a small piece of that. Fouls that into the ground. 2-2 count. 6-1 Snappers. And threatening. Nobody out here. This thing's getting out of hand. But a swing and the miss. That's off the top bar for the first out.
Great bounce back there from Roosh.
Brandon Gray. He's already done damage. Home run to center his last at bat. Oh, that's nasty, Tom.
55 right on the number, too.
Roosh dying it up there. Great pitch, and he's one pitch away. Got to have that mindset on the mound that you're just one pitch away. Gas is up.
It's been really varying the landing spot on that front foot.
Yeah.
Stepping in, stepping out.
You're right. That can mess up with your mechanics a little bit.
Trying to throw the ball at different angles, try to mess with the hitter, but kind of messing with himself a little bit here, too.
Yeah, I agree. Swing and a miss there. Roosh settling down here, trying to keep his team in the ball game. And keeping this at 6-1 is just about right. Definitely not over. We saw 7-1 last night evaporate in a hurry, Tom.
Yeah, these conditions can make leads disappear.
I mean, early in the season, in February and early March, I mean, it got to 4 from 5-1 and games were over.
Even at 3-0 sometimes.
Yeah, we saw offense off to a really slow start out here, and it has picked up big time in the last few weeks.
We went from cold air and a gentle breeze blowing in to warm air and usually a breeze blowing out.
Absolutely, and yeah, that wind's coming straight from Los Angeles, flying straight out the way Hideaway Field's set up. Our favorite platform to follow PLW, that's an insane poll. There's only one answer. 56, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not sure what two clowns voted for Instagram, but...
TikTok, you seen this? We have a poll on Twitch right now. And
they're not seeing this.
They're not seeing our poll because you're not involved in what we're doing here, which is polls, community involvement, betting wiffle points on games. Favorite platform to follow PLW, TikTok has 0 votes. 0 votes. All the votes are on Twitch because that's the place to be. And we even had someone say they're gifting subs if you come on over to Twitch. So if you do come on over, pop up in the chat, say hello, and PLW Nation will greet you very, very well.
Lots of folks in the chat gifting subs out. Great community here over on Premier League Wiffle.
We do have
Twitch.tv.
Sometimes we get the hype trains going, Tom.
Sometimes.
That's a really good time.
They've been becoming a regular thing as Murphy, another double.
In the midst of our banter, it's a bases-clearing double with 2 outs. That's a dagger right there, Tom. 9-1, and this thing is not looking good for the Cajuns early.
Yeah, they're probably going to have Roosh finish out this inning, but if they don't put up a bunch of runs next inning, I think they've got to take him out, try to save those innings for games 2 and 3, kind of
who are you going to go to? Roosh is their best pitcher. If he's getting tagged up pretty good, this may be a long night for the Cajuns if the snappers are hitting the ball like this. I always think the snappers in these kind of conditions, I think it helps them more than it does other teams.
Absolutely. I think they really hit the ball in the air well.
They love playing in these conditions.
And there's also a lot of other teams that don't take advantage of the wind very well.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And it's bottom of the third, so yeah, this is a home run away from being over. 10-run rule after 3 innings.
Winning run at the plate.
Excuse me, after 2 innings. Sorry. So this
3 innings. 3 innings.
10 after 2.
No, it's after 3.
So a home run doesn't end if it's after 3.
Yeah, bottom of the third.
Well, that'd be in the third.
Yeah, but the snappers, they would walk off essentially.
Right. 10 after 2 then.
After 2.5. If it was 10-0 in the bottom of the second, we'd play a third inning.
And there it is. PLW fan comes in on his promise and gives the sub to a lucky TikTok converter. It pays to convert over to Twitch.
And Jim, if the winning team's the away team, it's definitely after 3.
Right. We'll discuss this later, Tom. I'm probably wrong as usual. And that's ripped. Nate Roosh, though, helps his brother out there with the snag.
Think fast. Let's take another look at that.
Whew. And here we go. Look at that. Look what we started here. One person gives a sub. Chug says, hey, that seems like a pretty good idea. I'm going to do that as well. And then it's like it starts to flow. And who knows? I might even hop up in there. Might do some multitasking today.
Love it.
And get involved. Tomorrow night. Friday night's my night. Friday night's my night to hop up in the chat, and we'll have a good time tomorrow.
Always a good time in the chat.
Absolutely, absolutely. 9-1 snappers. Getting away from us a little bit here. Taylor Briner pitching very well. He's good to see that. He's had a bit of an up and down season on the mound. So gaining some ground in these tough conditions.
Yeah, Taylor, the reigning Cy Young, and people are starting to kind of forget that, and I think he's going to try to remind them down the stretch.
Yeah, and Taylor's always a guy that's trying to create new things. Always a guy that's trying to come up with new pitches all the time, and he's, everyone I think tries to do that, but he's actually good at executing them.
Yeah, he's been dropping down to that sidearm angle a lot more this season.
Yeah, I mean...
Basically, he stayed over the top the entire first 3 seasons.
Sure. I agree. Yeah, he's always inventing some out there. He has a nice little riser. That's ripped the shortstop caps in position. He's going to float that thing in right to the PLW sign there. Beautifully done. And that's 1 pitch, 1 out. Easy work for Briner. And here's Ryan Roosh, that leadoff home run in the first inning. It's really been all the production so far for these Cajuns.
Yeah, unless they score 4 or 5 runs, who do you think they go with next inning? I feel like they've got to pull Roosh.
Yeah, I mean, Will Morris is going to be pitching tonight. I mean, Nate Roosh has a really good slider from the right side. So the Cajuns are deep on the mound. And swinging a miss, 47 miles an hour. He's out in front of that. And these Cajuns, I don't see Ryan Roosh swinging a miss like that too often. These guys are a little out of form to start this series.
Yeah, his brother Nate Roosh kind of behind the learning curve a little bit, but practically a right-handed version of Ryan Roosh.
Right. I mean, I was sitting at second base watching him pitch. That slider was moving a ton when we played him. Casey Nielsen swinging and missing, and these Cajuns look a little confused at the plate. I'm seeing a lot of talking to themselves, a lot of frustration, and they're not really understanding how they're not making contact here.
Yeah, Taylor throwing a lot of strikes, and the wind is going to make the ball move a little different, so it's not going to be quite what they're used to.
And that's a fair ball. That's the worst. Oh, my gosh, a hype train's close. Oh, my gosh. Do we start one? Are we up for it? Are we ready? Is it too early? Do we have enough
never
viewers?
Too early for a hype train, except for maybe during the countdown. We probably shouldn't have a hype train during the countdown.
Well, we got for 2 minutes to start one. Oh, my gosh. It's been a while since I've been in the booth for a hype train.
And there you saw Shane Weber in his jersey.
No,
Gotta wonder,
I know.
Gotta wonder if we're going to see... I feel like we're only going to see him if there's a big at-bat with 2 outs and maybe the bases loaded.
If he gets hurt out here, I'll never forgive him. I'll never forgive him, Tom.
You might not forgive him even if he doesn't.
I know. There he is. Yeah, he's sitting there, probably listening to us right now. Don't do it. Don't do it, Shane. Don't do it if you're listening. And it is going to be Nathan Roosh taking the mound here, Tom. Really good slider from the right side on a Cajuns pitching staff that relies on left-handed pitching much more than others in the league. And I think a lot of right-handed hitters like that. These snappers like to hit left-handed pitching. I know that.
Yeah, some people love it, some people don't. Definitely the ball's coming into you as a righty. So sometimes, the lefty-lefty matchup is, even more effective in wiffle ball. But, as a lefty, I like seeing the ball coming toward me.
Me too.
I think it's a lot easier to see. You don't have to turn your head to try to track the ball. So sometimes having a lefty is an advantage. Sometimes not so much. Especially when guys are willing to go the other way like these snappers seem to be doing.
Yeah, snappers hitting the ball up the middle, hitting the ball the other way. You're right. They look like they're in form. These new hats, Manny Santianas still has the sticker on it. That's what the kids are doing these days, I
and
suppose.
the sticker, it says snapback.
It does
Snappers.
say snap back.
Snappers.
Snappers are snapping back. There's the pitch. There it is. That might do it. It's hammered 2K10, I think, has done it. Oh, my gosh. Hype train's incoming. What did you just do, Hammer? Swing and a miss by Santianas. 2 strikes. Oh, my gosh. Hype trains are no joke.
Already 40% through level 2?
Yeah.
All
Level
right.
2, we'll get there easily. We'll just start hyping our way. Yeah. The bits are going to start flying.
Or no, level 2 means we're on our way to level 2. I always get confused by the hype
it's a level
train
2 hype train, right?
I'm not sure. 4 minutes left, though.
We'll start to just slowly toss some bits around as Nathan Roosh walks Manny Santianas. There's a lot of pitchers. He probably doesn't have a lot of experience pitching in this wind.
Again, the winning run coming to the plate, too, so he might not get too much experience in this game.
Yeah, in for a short game 1. As, we have a hype train. TikTok, this is your moment. Get on over to Twitch and say, what's up? I only said what's up to TikTok like twice last night. Not tonight, Tom. Going after TikTok. Going after him tonight. As Hartley swings and misses at a ball outside the strike zone. Cone, that's what I'm talking about. Gifting subs. That'll move the trend. That'll move us along. That's what it takes. Renee gifting some bits. Bitty bits. I love bits.
As Harley goes down looking 52 miles per hour, but Roosh got a fast looking 52. A lot of RPM. A lot of spin on that ball.
Might have to have you take over the game here, and I'm gonna start dialing on this hype train. Is that gonna do it? Not gonna end this game, is it?
Stays in the yard. The wind kind of dead for that moment right there.
Oh, Stick Boy coming in hot. Yeah. I mean, I'll join the party, everybody. I'll join the party. You guys want to do it right here from the booth.
Looks like Dota's trying to get back on the leaderboard.
I know. I got a ways to go, don't I? Try hard noob really got crazy there.
Luckily, Greg Kelly, the man at bat, he's not able to give subs while he's batting.
And GK is batting. If he was not batting right now, he would be participating in the hype train as we move to level 3. And that's in the air. Bo Evans underneath that, and that is going to be side retired. Still 9-1 as bits are flowing in, gifting subs are flowing in. What a night we're in for. This is just still game 1, Tom.
Yeah, and I think the Cajuns really are going to want to make sure this game goes the full 6 innings. Even if they don't come all the way back, just try to get those extra reps at the plate, make the Cajuns use some innings for their pitchers, get some at-bats against them.
Oh, and there's 5 subs. Buckeye nuts. Gifting 5 subs.
Is that a FedEx plane? I think it says FedEx on it.
Arch just subscribed with Twitch Prime. We are rolling. The train's rolling. Oh, my goodness. I am pumped up right now.
Level 3 complete.
Yeah, we're well past it. And subscribing with Prime, that's the way to do it. I mean, that's a guy that's got his head on straight right there. We love our primers here. Free subscription every month with Amazon Prime. It's an easy way to get involved. And why wouldn't you want to? I mean, PLW Nation is just on point. You got Jade up there having himself a heck of a game, and he's going to try to do it on the mound now.
Throwing a couple knuckleballs in warm-ups, so be on the lookout for the knuckleball. I know a lot of guys have said their knuckleball moves better in the wind, and we do have some wind tonight.
Yes, we do. Calming down a little bit, Tom, the wind. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say we hope it does calm down a little bit.
Absolutely.
Oh, Stone Moose, 600 bits, bitty bits, my man.
Yeah,
yes.
That fly ball from Harley last inning.
Yes.
I think in the first couple innings, that ball makes it over the fence, but
I think you're right.
the palm trees out there not dancing quite as much as they were earlier, but if you get the ball up high enough, I think the wind's still up there, just not as strong as it was earlier.
I've learned my lesson about calling for because the wind, you see, because it calms down and then
Looks like
big
we lost
gust comes
something.
in. What happened? We'll get back up there. Look at level 4 hype train, 50% of the way. You guys have done a lot, but I'm going to ask for more.
Is that the
Let's
GoPro?
keep it rolling, everybody. Let's go. I'm pumped up.
Looks like we are missing
As we have a little
camera. Which camera is it? Okay.
Oh boy, we got some a little bit of darkness.
I'll be right back, Jim.
Yeah, go handle that. That's a down the left field line from Leday, and that's saved by Taylor Briner, diving to his right. Yeah, we're a little bit apologies on us on going dark here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I'm going to treat this like radio here. I'm going to describe every play for you. It's going to be just like we're watching it until we get this back. We got guys on it. Do not worry. There it is. Boom, just like that. Yes. So you're about to get radio Jim Dodos there. J-Dub on the mound. Comes into a windup. Pauses and delivers. Ball one outside to Will Morris. Will the Thrill Morris. Leday, lead off single. Great play by Taylor Briner, ranging all the way over to his right and saving that from hitting the container. Slider missing up and in. Yeah, dude, the hype train we're just so hyped up that we just blacked out the stream. I mean, that's kind of what it was.
Yeah, Twitch shutting us down for simply too much activity.
Yes, Twitch was like, you guys are doing too much, bringing in too many dollars, too much support. We're shutting this thing down.
Yeah, actually, you just got a call from Twitch headquarters, and after this hype train, no more hype trains, guys. not until tomorrow night.
Oh man, yes, Streamlabs getting into it, and yeah, we have Streamlabs back. I apologize to our viewers for last night. For those of you that were with us last night, our commands were down in the chat. I apologize. That has been fixed for you guys tonight. And that's line. GK does his goalie impression. He's gonna have to stick with it. He's gonna go to third. And it's going to be 4.73. Looks like he's got an out at third base. GK parried that one a little too far that time and was able to get there, though.
Yeah, just in time. Having to hustle to go get that himself and then turn around and go to third.
Look at this. As parents said, great job in the booth tonight, Tom. I mean, this is our first pairing together. And
hopefully not the last.
Got a hype train going. I'm pumped up.
Numbers don't lie, Jim.
Oh, yeah, I know. They're gonna send the numbers at the end of the in the stream chat, and we're going to look good.
I sure hope so. 341 viewers strong.
Stone Moose donated 600 bits and then subscribes. Bam, 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 bam. Love it. Man, I'm pumped up here. As we have a little bit of discussion going on with the umpires.
It's like we're not sure if that hit the strike zone or not. A lot of wind, so it's tougher to hear that ting.
Stick boy.
It's got to be a no pitch.
And it's a no pitch to Devlin Daniel. Is there a little radar issue possibly? Oh.
The old do-over.
Yeah, the old
classic
do-over.
backyard rule.
Looks like the chat is saying that they couldn't tell if it tinked the zone or not.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's sure that there's enough wind that you wouldn't even really be able to hear it.
Taco Ball GK. It's going to go to Jesse Caps.
Similar play to last one.
Just reaching, just getting there. Oh my gosh, hype train. Let's go.
You see on that last play, Greg Kelly reaches with his arm, and I think it hit him in the chest. A lot of spin on that ball, curved right into him.
Yeah, GK, like I said, one of the best indoor goalies in Vegas, making it happen here at the wiffle ball field. And I can't even keep up with the chat on the bits right now. Bits are flying in. I love bits. And that's GK again, parries that to his pitcher. And he's just going to go home with that. GK, that guy has found a dang loophole out here.
Makes it look too easy. Makes it look too easy and makes it a shorter throw, less likely to miss the backstop, especially in this wind. It's tough to make a throw from that infield line.
Yeah.
So getting it up to somebody else closer is definitely valuable in these conditions.
GK, you'll never see him field the ground ball. Absolutely not. As we are on level 5 of a hype train, I mean, I want to talk about the game. It's 9-1, Tom. It's hype train time. And these things, the bits are flying in, and it's great to see. It's been a while since I've been a part of a hype train, so I'm pretty pumped up.
The snapper's going to try to end this game in a mercy. Just 2 runs would end the game in the 5th. Cajuns looking to get their extra 3 outs if they can get through this inning.
POW fan, we got you. We got you. We got you. We got support here. We got a lot of good people that are going to support and get this hype train. Final level, 3.5 minutes. That's tough to get through the final level. Final level, you got to get a little crazy.
Jim Dodos, too, 100 bits.
Oh, I'm not.
You're getting in on the action.
I'm not messing around. No, yeah, not messing around.
You're trying to stay on that leaderboard, at least in the top 5, huh?
Well, I'm the bits. Bits leaderboard. See that little emote I got next to my name. That's a tough one to get. 25,000 bits donated in the channel, Tom.
That's a lot of bits.
That's a lot of bits. That's a lot of bits.
It's more bits than I have wiffle points.
As Rev Run, 2 subs. My guy, Sansone, he's a bits guy. Sansone's a big bits guy. And that's why I love Sansone. I'm a bits guy. Sansone's a bits guy. Gotta love it. Quarter of the way there. Jesse Cap's getting in a bat here. And Cap's gonna rip one. And Will Morris, Will the Thrill, but it's going to bounce, and Caps is aboard.
Morris doing his best GK impression.
Everyone in the chat, make sure you give Shane Weber a dark round of applause here. He is at the plate in a 9-1 game. Cheers, Emily. Your man's batting. I don't like it. I don't like it. Swing and a miss. Oh, he rotates on that thing. Oh, my gosh. Oh, please stop.
Everyone
Shane
cross your
Weber.
fingers at home.
Please stop. 0-2. It's going to get real quiet here. Oh, he takes? No, Shane Weber literally on a torn ACL here, Tom. This is wild.
On the other side, not here tonight, but Sashi Boba, I believe, came back from a knee injury a little sooner than recommended on the Cajun side.
Yeah, Boba did come back from a knee injury like that. You're right. And he's not here tonight. That's a little bit of pitching support, a right-handed arm out of the pen. He's got a mid-3 ERA. He's had a good rookie season.
Yeah, really filling up that strike zone.
And that's rip 5-6 hole. That's through. Jesse Caps will go to second base.
I believe that was a knuckleball out of Rouge, but a little too much spin. Kind of just hangs up there.
Red Devils, my guy. I love to see it. Oh, you gifted Dobbins one, though? Oh, come on, Scott Tez. Come on.
Must be a Ones fan. Must be a Ones fan.
And that's Tink Tink 52. That'll get it done.
Got that fast-looking slider. Rouge has it, and so does his brother.
Yeah, they do. They both throw pretty much the same pitch from opposite sides.
Yeah, the way that pocket radar picks it up right out of the hand, if you can get a pitch that doesn't slow down very much, it'll look a lot faster than a pitch that does slow down at the same speed.
Oh, that was nasty, Tom. That thing looked like it was on the carpet.
Just 53, probably looked faster. It's really cutting through that wind well.
Almost there, 60 seconds to finish the hype train. We're 65% of the way there.
40 seconds.
I did get paid today. Let's see if we can get us through. Oh, and there it is. Hito's done it. He's done it. We've done it. A hype train has been completed. Congratulations, everyone in our community, as J-Dub's going to rip that. Ryan Rouge makes a rolling catch out there in right field, and this thing's going to go to the distance, Tom.
Nice little graceful tumble there by Rouge. Keeps this game going into the 6th. Now the Cajuns are going to tack on 8, pull off a miracle here.
Yeah, and that's really good stuff. You know, a hype train completed. That's no joke, everybody. Hito coming in big at the end with 5 subs, putting us over the line.
Clutch.
I mean, again and again, our community just shows support. You know, and I love being a part of it. Great to be in the booth of the hype train. It doesn't happen very often, you know, and it's not very often you get to complete a hype train. So,
definitely a lot more hype trains this season, obviously, with the larger audience.
Right, and I remember in the beginning, it was just the playoffs or the championship game. We'd get a hype train going.
Yeah,
now it's just like a Thursday night here in, you know, week 12, you know, a hype train done. So
yeah, and even when we did have hype trains in the past, we weren't getting to level 5. We weren't we weren't going all the way to the station.
I remember me and Trench finished the first one, and I mean, we were like ecstatic up here. We're losing our minds in the booth, you know. So, I mean, there is just, I mean, I'm serious though. There's just really great fans, great people to be a part of. A lot of people reach out to me, you know, on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, you know, and yeah, I just, you know, it's nice to be a part of the community. It's not an easy thing to achieve. So congrats to everyone in the chat. Congrats to everyone on the field. And let's enjoy 2 more good ball games.
Yeah, we've got a great group here between the players, volunteers, viewers, etc. Just a great group to be a part of.
It is. Yeah, a lot of us, you know, wouldn't have definitely never met each other. Las Vegas is not an easy place to meet people either, you know. A lot of people doing their own thing. There's a lot of things to do. Yeah, just real proud to be a part of this community and develop these relationships. No doubt. Back to the action here. 3-1. J-Dub has fallen behind Casey Nielsen. Nielsen, shortstop. Caps. Snags. Fires. Ooh, right into the pan. And we're 1 out away from,
I believe,
making this thing official here, Tom.
Yeah, game 1 going pretty quick despite the fairly high score.
Yeah. No, big slider there. Leday was on it. He saw that. He recognized it early and was trying to take that the other way towards the container. Just fouls it back. Leday's been a little rusty to start game 1 here. He'll get it going.
Trying to get something started for this Cajun squad.
Man,
last time up, you guys didn't see it. The screen was black, but he hit a double the other way, I believe.
Yes, no, he got saved
Single
by
the other
Briner.
way?
Yes, it got saved by Briner on a really nice play. But I've been there. Leday's seeing pitches. They're a little slower. He's recognizing them, and he's doing everything he needs to do, and he's just not hitting it. And this can be a really frustrating spot to be in. And that's up the middle, but it's off of J-Dub. And Mr. Gregg will throw it to the backstop for the second out.
You know, Jim, sometimes you do everything right and you're still out.
Yeah, that's why it's such
game.
a tough game, right? That's why we hit in the 300s, right? I mean, that's why you don't hit 700. Yeah, you just miss it sometimes. And,
I've fallen out of the 300s.
Yeah, you're an underdog up there at the plate, right? So, I mean, it may not seem that way sometimes with the way the conditions are and the runs scored. Sure seemed like Game 3 last night was the hitters were the favorites, but that's not usually the case out here. What a Game 3 we had last night. I'm still pumped from that. I'm still pumped. I saw a few people in the chat say so too. I mean, that was exciting.
One of the best ones we've had.
Yeah, that was 16-13, and you don't get too many of those. Beautiful.
Yeah, I believe we've only had 2 or 3 games go to the 15-run rule this season.
That's good. I think that means, and that's ground ball. J-Dub gonna bend over and fire that in, and Tom
takes it himself. 74 miles per hour out of J-Dub.
That is going to do it for Game 1. Tom, what did you see in that game there? What's the difference, and what are we going to see going forward?
I saw the Cajuns offense just go quiet, pretty dormant. Briner pitched well, Wilson pitched well, but the Cajuns weren't showing that league-leading 365 on-base percentage, and look for them to bounce back in Game 2, hopefully. The Snappers, again, they've been trending up the last few weeks, and I think they're going to continue to trend up. It looks like their offense is doing great, 9 runs. Even in the wind, that's still,
And starting pitching is confirmed. Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful.
Jonathan Wilson and Will Morris, that ought to be one hell of a matchup coming up just after this.
We'll take a quick break. Thanks for joining us. See you Game 2. Back at it here in Game 2 at the Hideaway. Jim Adodos and Tom Gannon bringing it live here on Twitch. Jonathan Wilson starting, and already forgot who was starting for the Cajuns.
Will Morris.
Will Morris, the lefty who's coming off of a huge 7-inning shutout. So, and his numbers are pretty good. You got anything there for Will Morris?
Let's see here. Will Morris, I'm not sure if I've got it in front of me, but he has had limited innings for the Cajuns. Hasn't really been part of the rotation that much this season. But
you're right, only 25 innings.
In the outings he's had, he's looked good. A couple of walkouts, a couple of complete games against the Legends. Tough luck loser in a walk-off 1-0 the first time they faced each other with the wind blowing out. And then obviously, as you said, that 7-inning shutout where he also hit the walk-off home run.
Yep, and it's going to be Jonathan Wilson who's going to continue on. I'm surprised they went to J-Dub at the end of Game 1 there, him being the Game 2 starter. A lot of teams don't like to do that, don't want to give them too much of a look, but the Snappers opted to do that, and J-Dub's been a revelation for these Snappers this year.
Yeah, Wilson with a 2.22 earned run average. That's good for 4th in the league. Looking to improve upon that tonight.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, Wilson, one of the guys that in these windy conditions, he's able to kind of use that wind and make that slider bite even more than it normally does. So very hard to square up, and you still kind of have to square the ball up to get it out, even in these windy nights.
Well, let's talk some WIFFLE points, Tom. We haven't discussed that much today. I mean, let's get it in. Let's get the WIFFLE points in. We have a pick 'em here. After that lopsided result, I expect a lot of money to come in on the Snappers here. Who do you like here in Game 2?
Yeah, the recency bias tells us that the Snappers should win, but I think the
like
Cajuns...
that, Tom. Recency bias, very good.
The Cajuns, they're a real bounce-back team. They're not a team to sort of roll over, so I think they're really going to give the Snappers a fight here in Game 2. And if the Snappers do win Game 2, expect the Cajuns to win Game 3. I don't think we're going to see a sweep tonight.
Yeah, getting plus 150 right now on a Cajuns wager. Now it's back down to plus 200 now. Lines moving, WIFFLE points coming in. Make sure to fire those points. Got a few things coming into the store. My PLW pins are in. I'll be picking those up tomorrow. So we'll be putting some broadcaster-worn PLW pins into our, you can exchange WIFFLE points for that. I got a Dodos Bombers jersey I'm going to be donating to the league.
Vintage.
Vintage little throwback Dodos jersey we'll be putting in there.
Back when the Bombers were wearing the pinstripes.
Right, yes, pinstripe Bombers.
Actually, I
like those Bombers
I guess
jerseys.
they still have pinstripes now, but they're the white.
Right, different blue. And so, so save up, get the WIFFLE points in, make sure you're viewing, and make sure you're picking winners. That's the key. And save up for some of that stuff.
Yeah, and you can be pretty sharp on those WIFFLE point bets. I mean, if you really follow the league, there's certain matchups that certain teams match up well with teams that have a better record than them. So sometimes you can kind of get a little bit of inside information and try to steal some WIFFLE points. Not
carrying like it was, but it does carry. Whoa. Dave Harley Jr. was kind of fooled me there. Thought he was camped under it, and it floats out of here.
Yeah, let's see this one more time. He just keeps drifting toward the wall, jumps up, and it's over his head.
Yeah, he just didn't get to the fence. In these kind of conditions, you really want to start at the fence and work your way in. He kind of trailed on that one and got out of here. And whoa. A little style from Ryan Roosh. And it's the second game in a row he's let off.
Does a cartwheel around second. That's the sort of Ryan Roosh antics that we're used to seeing. And then he does the moonwalk.
Yeah, maybe it's the time to jolt some energy into this club coming off of a 9-1 loss. And man, Harley Jr. is really, really solid out there in the outfield. He fooled me a little bit. I thought he was under that.
Yeah, and the Cajuns, they started off the same way last game, so don't expect that to phase these snappers at all.
Agreed. Wilson gets ahead there. Cajuns punch first for the second time. And this game opens just like the first game opened with a Ryan Roosh solo blast. And that just missed. Wow. Boy.
I think Wilson, despite missing the strike zone on that, thinks he's found something in this wind.
That's ripped down the third base line. Nielsen a bit ahead of that one.
Wilson with that normal kind of over-the-top Billy Osgood, Jason Walker type pitch. I think he's also found the sidearm slot, throwing sort of the trench variation.
Yeah, the vegan vaporizer, right? I call it just a slurve, but that's right back at J-Dub. He doesn't know much about it. Manny Santillanas, he's on it, though, and fires into the backstop for the first out of game 2. WIFFLE points still rolling in. Bets are still open, regardless of the run. A lot of runs being scored tonight, as you saw our premier WIFFLE account mention.
You saw that 83 miles per hour back at Wilson, right in the chest.
Yeah,
nothing he could really do about it.
And here's Leday looking to get his night going. He should see J-Dub really well.
Another example for Nielsen about you do everything right, you feel like as a hitter, and you're still out. Hit the ball hard right up the middle.
Ashton, you pick a winner on the WIFFLE points, and then you save up enough points to redeem them in our little store. If you go below our chat, I'm on mobile here, and that's high. And that's out of here. This is carrying way out of here. My goodness, Andrew Leday has put the Cajuns ahead 2-0 here in game 2.
The wind's back, Jim.
Yeah, that's why I never like to commit fully to saying it's calmed down, right? Because you're right, it is back. I mean, it just comes out of nowhere, boom, and it's not just like a little breeze. It just comes 20 miles an hour more than it is, And
Leday, just one of the best hitters in this league, coming into tonight, 4.11 average, good for third in the league, 491 on base, good for fifth, and 58 hits. That's second in the league.
That's impressive. That is impressive. And that's strike 2 into the pan, 55. And yeah, the WIFFLE points below the chat on mobile here. You can 140,000 WIFFLE points to get a hoodie, any team shirt, 70,000 WIFFLE points, sign ball from any player you like, 35,000 WIFFLE points. And that's ripped center field. And Will Morris is alive. And the Cajuns look like they've already seen Jonathan Wilson, and they're on him early here.
A smooth, easy swing there from Morris, not trying to do too much, especially in this wind. You don't have to hit it as hard as you can, but not really elevating that, just bloops in for a single.
Ooh, premier WIFFLE account really trying to get the action and get the points in, leaving our bets open here. 2-0 Cajuns. Ooh, he must be thinking the snappers are going to put up some offense here off Will Morris.
Still the first inning, Jim.
Yeah, I agree. I know. I like leaving it open. Get those in. Last call for some WIFFLE points. I want to see a major wager alert. Hashtag major wager. As I know, Glenn Meadows is still saving those points back up, as the Legends really did him dirty a few weeks ago. That big cover late.
Yeah, Glenn Meadows with the meteoric WIFFLE point rise, only to lose it all.
Oh, lost it all in heartbreaking fashion, too.
There should really be a movie about it.
Yeah, that was great. That was one of my favorite moments in the booth ever, was that. That was awesome. Set it up, and it just happened right before our eyes.
You're a man that wants to watch the world burn.
I want to see carnage. I say, absolutely. Horrible beats. As that's a walk, an early walk, and J-Dub's in a little bit of peril here in the first inning.
Yeah, you're in the booth for that home run that covered the spread for the Legends.
Yeah,
kind of a dagger.
I got to call it. I got to set it up. We even got to preview it between innings. You know, we called for it, and then it just, before our eyes, one by one. And then it was, I believe it was Billy Osgood that delivered the final blow.
That's right.
Especially one of my favorite booth moments for sure.
And I love that it's Osgood having a quiet season at the plate, and he's the hero as well.
Yep. As the bets are now closed. Good luck, everyone. If you got an opinion, we back it with WIFFLE points out here. That's how we roll at PLW Nation.
158.8K versus 140,000 on the other side. So
solid handle.
Fairly even odds.
That is fairly even odds, Tom.
I'm going to call it a no pitch.
Oh, my goodness. As we're going to get another no pitch. I'm bantering about WIFFLE points. Missing a little bit here. As
he's done it a couple times tonight, and that was blatant, and it's a ball. It's a no pitch.
I know, but just give us the warning so we know that that's happening.
Oh, and a little bit of...
looks like time was not in on that last pitch.
Was it a quick pitch here, Tom? Is that what's going on here?
I think they're calling... Time was not in. He was still... had called time, was getting ready, and Wilson started his motion before he looked up, which the rule is... You kind of have to have eye contact with the batter before starting
Chad Phillips
to deliver a pitch.
Right in the middle of it here, foul back. And then Nate Roosh is kind of arguing with Chad, but that's a call that actually helps Nate. But Nate being a pitcher, I think he wants just a warning before calling it because I think he's a guy that likes to quick pitch a little bit too.
Perhaps going to add that to his bag of tricks.
And a miss there, second out. These are key runs on the bags for the Cajuns and a key hitter at the plate.
I'm going to correct you, Jim. I think it would have been ball 4 had that not been a no pitch.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
I think he was trying to get the walk right there.
I see. And that's ripped. No, and Brandon Gray makes a nice play in these kind of conditions. Definitely stayed up for him, and it was zigzagging out there. Stays with it, and that's a crucial third out. 2-0 Cajuns start game 2. We might be in for a good one here, Tom.
Yeah, that ball's zigzagging, starts to his right, goes to his left. He's able to recover, kind of taking 2 steps one way and diving back the other.
Yeah, those are tough. You got to really focus on there. You catch a lot of those yourself, and it just comes down to focus and just staying with it a long time on those balls. You got to see it a long time and focus. And he was on that thing. Good job by Brandon Gregg saving at least a run, if not another one, if he misses that and it hits the wall. It definitely had enough power. Yeah,
or even ricochets over the wall somehow. We've seen some crazy things out here.
Yeah, those WIFFLE balls. I mean, very fickle, as I like to say, and. No, those are the tough ones. The ones hit right at you and move. You don't know which way they're going to knuckle. Like a Billy Santiago knuckleball coming at you out there. You're not really sure which way it's going to go.
Yeah, as nasty as these pitches are, you get more spin off the bat, and it's coming in faster. So you're seeing crazier stuff as a fielder trying to catch the ball than it is as a hitter trying to hit.
Agreed. And let's spend some time on Will Morris here. He's coming in with big time numbers. 25 innings pitched, but I think the ERA is below 2, Tom.
Yeah, leading the team with a 1.42 earned run average. Not enough innings pitched to be involved in the league leaders, so kind of flying under the radar. Hasn't seen as many innings as a lot of us expected coming in as the number 2 overall draft pick, but the Cajuns have a fairly deep pitching staff, again, leading the league in earned run average and strikeouts. So
42 strikeouts for Morris in just 25 innings.
Yeah, he could be another weapon that this Cajuns pitching staff has, and they're pretty much 5 pitchers deep. They've got Morris, Leday, both Roosh brothers, Sashi Boba.
Yeah, Sashi Boba is the bullpen arm they've relied on this year. He's not able to make it tonight.
And recently, the acquisition of Devlin Daniel.
Yeah, we're going to probably see him in Game 3, I imagine. Have to imagine he's going to be here.
As the inning counts start to become a factor.
And nice to have our commands back in the chat. That's huge. Missing that last night.
Yeah, a little more order in that Twitch chat.
Yes. Less carnage. Yeah, last night, man, it was guys were just asking for rules, asking for stuff. I kept watching it. I was like, I got a game to call. I couldn't keep up with it all, I really do rely on that stuff to keep that going. Make sure you do check out our website, PremierLeagueWiffle.com. You can check out a lot of good stuff there. That's just another great resource. Had someone in the chat last night saying how, really complimenting our website, and we appreciate that. We've put in a lot of hard work there, and a good way to kind of increase your knowledge of the players and what's going on out here.
And help you get more sharp wiffle ball point bets.
And help your handicapping. Yeah, it's a great point, Tom. Jam job there. That goes foul. Great point, Tom. Beautifully done. You really know how to speak to a degenerate like myself. That really pumps me up. That would to Briner. Ripped. Oh, and a nice snag with the right hand there by Nathan Roosh. Fires to the far panel.
Glue hands.
Wow, Tom, that's a nice play.
Really sticks to him.
So much different than how the snappers field balls. Snapper, GK definitely parrying that back towards the pitcher. Nathan Roosh showing some clean hands there. Beautifully done.
Manny saying he reached out and that ball caught him.
Manny Santiana's never shy over there for the snappers.
Yeah, the story of this series could become the Manny Santianes versus Ryan Roosh.
I was thinking that today at work. Both those guys getting a little loud, but it hasn't really happened so far. Maybe as the games get a little more competitive, we'll see that.
Yeah, I think as we get to the end of Game 2 and Game 3, and assume to see Roosh on the hill pitching. So
sure, and that's high to center. I think in conditions like this, that is going to be well out of here. Ryan Murphy has cut the deficit in half here with one out in the first.
That ball is well out of here. Ryan Murphy really turning it on. Coming into this series, he was leading the team in on-base percentage, 347, and looking to definitely improve on that after tonight's series, add to the OPS with some home runs. And Ryan Murphy's starting his stride here. Jonathan Wilson recruited him and said he was going to be the next Johnny Castaneda.
Oh, that guy's a monster.
And obviously not picking up wiffle ball as quickly as Johnny, but it seems like he's starting to fill that role in the Snappers lineup.
Yeah, DC, no joke. The ball to center is the power alley tonight. As J-Dub's going to do that same thing, and you see that thing. I mean, he kind of missed that ball. That thing was hit, had a lot of side spin on it. Still carries out of here. I mean, when I say it's blowing straight out the center, it's blowing, right. The wind's right behind us here in the booth.
Yeah, these pop-ups, I mean, the longer it stays up there exposed to the wind, the higher the pop-up, the longer that wind's just going to keep blowing on it until it's over the fence. Right.
Yeah, these are tricky conditions that favor the offense, no doubt. You got to come with the mindset of that we're going to score a ton of runs tonight because 4 or 5 runs in a game ain't going to do it.
And like we were saying in the pregame, the Snappers really taking advantage of that wind, hitting the ball into the air.
They love playing this stuff. They look at it as an opportunity to pad their stats, and why not? Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. And here's Manny Santianes definitely has the capability of making it a third.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than playing on a night like this and not hitting home runs. You feel like you lost one.
A guy like Morris who relies on that north-south ball, it's really tough to throw that pitch with the wind blowing right in your face. I mean, it's just getting held up. You feel like it's slow. I mean, you just don't feel like it's as sharp as usual.
Yeah, a lot of pitches that normally a batter might chase and it drops just below the strike zone is hanging near the top of the strike zone and it's right in their power alley.
To succeed in this kind of conditions, that's a spinning ball. Morris does a good job of sticking with that. Fires. To succeed in these kind of conditions, Tom, I think changing speeds is so important, and that's what
keeping the ball down.
You do such a good job of that, kind of throwing, your range from 45 to 60, and keeps guys off balance and on their front foot. And when they do get on their front foot, then you back at 55. And that's kind of the right way to pitch in this kind of conditions. Not that I know anything about pitching.
And a lot of pitches that are over that speed limit don't look quite as fast with the wind blowing against the ball. It's going to slow down a lot on the way to the plate.
Yeah, you're right. Here's Mr. Hartley Jr. taking that down. Slider. As it calms a little bit here at the hideaway. Sun is setting here in Las Vegas. Golden hour. A great time of day to go up to the top of the world at the Strat and put Twitch on your phone and catch a PLW game.
And rock back and forth in the wind.
Yeah. And that's to left field, and these Snappers are putting him out of the ballpark. 3-2. What a response in the bottom half of the first from the Snappers. Hartley Jr., he's got to be up to 7-8 home runs now.
DHJ, my former teammate on the Sand Vipers, now on the Snappers, getting his at-bats and using them well, hitting a lot of home runs these last couple of weeks.
And here's Brandon Gregg. He's got pop as well. Likes to hit the ball to center field. Big offensive performance here in the first. Snappers not done yet. Swing and a miss there. Morris just looking to get out of this inning, get that offense back up to the plate. The Cajuns, as you kind of talked about at the top of the broadcast, Tom, coming in hitting, in the 290s, right? But that power, that slugging's not there. Those home runs aren't there. And that's, in these kind of conditions, that's exactly what you need. I mean, you're going to get beat by a team like the ones, like the Vaders, like the Snappers, who do a really good job of hitting the ball in the air. Whereas another kind of condition, maybe the Cajuns match up better in different conditions for sure.
Yeah, and if the viewers go and look on the website, they can have those sharp wiffle ball point bets as the Cajuns first in the league in on-base percentage, second in the league in average, but 8th in the league in home runs.
Yeah,
so they're getting hits. They're getting more hits than other teams, and they still aren't hitting more home runs.
Yeah, I love that, Tom. So they're really worried, kind of relying on sequencing, multiple hits in a row to score guys. That can be tough in this kind of conditions. It's about the big hit.
Yeah, especially against the Snappers pitching staff.
Oh, that's high, but I think that's a little too high. Roosh underneath it, and that's the third out of the inning, but close to more damage there.
Yeah, this wind on again, off again, and it looks like it's off again right here, although I might jinx it and have it start right back up.
I mean, we like to say during the golden hour it does quiet down, but I'm going to kind of bring up an elephant in the room. With all these home runs for the Snappers, I don't think Taylor Briner has one yet. Can you correct me on that?
I think you might be right.
I think I'm correct. Taylor Briner is homerless tonight. It's the other Snappers doing kind of the damage, and that's got to be really good news, actually, for the Snappers.
I think that's a real key to victory for these Snappers is not trying to have Taylor do it all himself. If they have a lot of guys contributing, their offense rolls. I mean, they did it last week. They're doing it so far this week, and they might be a scary team for the whole rest of the season.
They've won 8 of 10. Anytime you can win 8 of 10 throughout a course of a season, that's not easy to do. Snappers probably a lot better than that record. They had Taylor Briner hitting with one hand for the first 6 weeks of the season. I mean, these guys are...
They're a team on a mission at this point.
These guys are on the ascendancy for sure.
They're used to seeing themselves at the top of the standings, and I don't think they're happy with where they're at, and they're going to do what they can to change it.
And they're a professional outfit. Briner told me he remembers spring season. They started off very similar to how they started off this season.
Yeah, they were last in the power rankings in that first spring season. Yep. They started off really slow, didn't really even have Taylor pitching that often.
Yep.
They were still, as a team, figuring out the wiffle ball itself and how to throw it, how to hit it. But they got hot at the right time, and they won the championship.
They cashed it in for a championship. Man, you could have probably got them at 50, 60 to 1 odds, Tom. Goodness, what a price you could have got on the Snappers in the spring.
Hell of a story, too.
Yes. That was down to about 3 to 1 after that.
Speaking of last in the power rankings, Cajuns were last place in the preseason power rankings this time around, and they're having themselves a pretty good season.
Seems like it's a good place to be, Tom. These are articles you write, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Yes. So being last in the power rankings is the key. As J-Dub walks out of here, it's a leadoff walk to Mr. Nielsen. I think the Cajuns need to respond here and respond kind of big. They need to send a message to the Snappers that, hey, we're in this series too.
I think they need to get something going. They've had Roosh and Lede have been their 1-2 punch all season. They need, just like the Snappers have going right now, they need the rest of the supporting cast to step up and get something done, especially with these conditions in the wind.
Yeah, a guy like Bo Evans can use a nice shot out of him. It's going to be the lefty. Brandon Gregg comes out. He's going to feature another north and south drop ball that could be tough in these conditions. And if he can control the walk, he's pretty good out there. With that pitch, that was pretty nasty.
And Gregg perhaps trying to use that wind the same way Wilson does to try to make those pitches move even more than they normally do. He gets a lot of break on a calm day, and if he can hit the strike zone on a windy day, it may make hitting even more difficult than it normally is.
Agreed. He's not one of my favorite guys to face at all.
Brandon Gregg also pitching in similar conditions this past week, so knows what to expect, I think.
That's true. The Snappers, when we played the Snappers, they swept us. That was very windy conditions. I think this is the third week in a row Snappers have played like this, as the month of April has been a windy one here in Las Vegas. Looking forward to the temperatures rising a little bit and getting more into some summer temperatures. I will be complaining about that come July. But in April, we're good. Get it into the 90s and see how that affects things out here. It's Mr. Petricus getting in the madness. Oh, he did go to the NFL draft. You went to that madness? There's supposed to be 500,000 people on the strip right now.
Oof.
Yeah. Petrikis missed a hype train, completed a hype train. Let's not forget about that. I mean, what a huge game one that was. Tom, it was 9-1, kind of a snapper's blowout, and our community just decides to complete a hype train out of nowhere.
I think maybe they were bored.
I loved it. I'm pumped on that. Here's Mr. Leday, 0-2. Foul back. It's a good pitch to hit there.
60 miles per hour, though.
Yeah, he still wants it. Doesn't care.
Leday definitely looking to hit.
Runner at first, nobody out. Ripped. That does get to the wall. It's going to score a run, an RBI double for Andrew Leday. Nielsen will round the bags. Nice response by the Cajuns, ties this thing up.
And now Leday in scoring position for Morris.
The makings of a beginning, eh, Tom? What do you say?
It's the beginning of the beginning.
Beginning of the beginning. Beginning of the beginning. Yeah, very good. Very good, Tom. That is prime color work, ladies and gentlemen, from Tom Gannon.
Could be the beginning of the end, too.
Yeah, it could be the beginning of the end of our partnership, Tom. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. As Will Morris shows a good eye. Ooh, Alyssa Liu, she was very excited about the Caps last night. She was freed from jail. It was like freedom for her. I recapped the broadcast and was looking at some of the chat.
An angry swing from Morris.
Morris likes to do damage. 1-2. Ball elevated, but good eye from Morris. A lot of people would chase that.
Morris batting just .230 coming in tonight, but 7 home runs.
Yeah, he's a pop guy for sure. And that's ripped. There's some of that pop on display. Will Morris stays inside that beautifully, and that ball's probably out of here no matter what the conditions are. Completely ripped to right field. 2-run jack, 5-3 Cajuns, and there's that response.
Yeah, and I think Morris is trying to get himself into that Rookie of the Year conversation. If he has a strong end of this season, he'll find himself right up there with the rest.
Tom, that Rookie of the Year is going to be a war. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, it seems like Runnels and Tavano get a lot of the play.
Kyle Etter as well.
Kyle Etter over there on the Vaders, though. I mean, that is, for me, that's my front runner. I don't think it's really that close either.
Absolutely going off.
Yeah, I don't think it's that close. I think it's Kyle Etter's to lose at this point. And he's on the first place team. I mean, it just seems like that's the guy getting it done. A little bit more than the others right now. And here is Bo Evans looking to join the party. Nobody out still here in the second. This might be a race to 15, Tom. Oh, 55. That's dirty. Strike 3 looking.
Brandon Gregg not having trouble hitting the zone.
Chat, please. Oh, man. You got to unsend that message. That's unsendable. Me and Chad on the same team, that would be turmoil. So that's when, you're not a part of the on the field every day, coming to the field. There's just no way that would ever work, chat, please. I know you're here every night on the stream, but you're not at the field every day. And
the behind the scenes.
You just don't
league.
see the behind the scenes stuff where Chad drives me freaking crazy. And
I think people see that
most
sometimes.
Everybody out here. As he's right to my right, definitely hearing me say all that. Chad and Dodos to the Cajuns. That would make for good content. I'll say that. 3-1 here at Roosh. Oh, 55. Tink.
Another 55 from Brandon Gregg. And those were all 58s earlier in the season and most of last season.
Yeah, good point. Great point, Tom. Yeah, he has figured that out. Loses that one, though, in his first walk of the evening.
And something else Brandon's done is that he's not just going from 58 down to 51, 52. He's staying right at 55. He does a great job of that.
Yeah, he does. I think he can be effective at 58 if he learns how to get that pitch at 55 as he has. I mean, he's gone deeper in games, over and over and over now. He goes at least 4, it seems like. But in some trouble here, only 1 out and a dangerous hitter at the plate. And that's up the middle. Off the knee of Gregg, and I think he had coverage behind him there for that double play. That was a weakly hit ground ball by Rouge. And
it gets by Santillanes, kind of taking a step to his right, thinking he could get to that ball before it deflects off of Brandon Gregg.
Right.
And then kicks off into the outfield. But I also I would have liked to see a little more hustle out of Santillanes on that, running out in the outfield, perhaps get just the out at second.
Get that force out, yeah. At least, he kind of maybe from his angle he thought there was just no way. I thought it picked up speed off of Greg when it hit him, but
maybe not able to get it. But if you had Jesse Capps on that side, he for sure runs out there and makes an attempt.
The Bombers were really good at that last night. Even when they had no chance at it, they were making efforts to at least go try. And,
Alex Fernandez made a play.
Yeah, he did.
Deep in right field, maybe one of the furthest throws to the backstop we've seen.
That was a beautiful play with the wind in his face. That was well done. Here's Nielsen. Slider. He's going to chop that. That's trending fair, but going to stay just to the right of that pylon.
Not quite enough spin to come back across that foul line.
Yeah, we see those start foul and come fair a lot, don't we, out here?
Quite often. Quite
demoralizing. You got to hit them a little harder sometimes, get a little spin on them.
Sometimes if you yell at it, it'll stay foul. It's worked for me in the past.
1 and 2. First and second, one out. Slider, swing and a miss. Nielsen's had a tough day at the plate tonight. He's a little bit out in front, pulling that front shoulder from the right side. Can't cover the outside of the pan. But it's showtime now at the hideaway. Mr. Leday at the plate, and Brandon Gregg has hands on his hips. He knows he has a tough assignment here.
Yeah, 2 outs. Andrew Leday at the plate, manager, owner of this team, and I think this might be one of those pivotal at-bats that could decide the outcome of this game.
Tailing ball. Gregg already with a walk. J-Dub's already walked out, and they've seen Taylor Briner quite a bit. Snappers don't got many pitchers beyond that. They're kind of like the Bombers, where they rely on 3 guys to get them through a series. And then, I look up their innings total. I think I looked this up earlier, and it's a very big chunk of the overall innings by 3 guys.
Yeah, Weber obviously out with the injury, so we won't see him pitching. He's pitched 36 innings, and then between Briner, Brandon Gregg, and Jonathan Wilson, there is, I believe, less than an inning between the rest of their team.
That's tough to sustain that throughout the course of a 54-game season, Tom.
Especially in the wind, but they have done a great job of throwing strikes and making sure they don't have to go to those 4th, 5th options.
Right, but you kind of get up against teams, and he walks out there to Leday to load the bases. You get up against teams like the Sand Vipers that are really patient, teams like the Lightning even, that are very patient. That sometimes that comes back to bite you.
Yeah.
Teams that are really good at walking pitchers out. And it's going to be Taylor Briner to come in now.
And we saw last night the Legends had to bring in Sansone toward the end of that game.
Right.
As we see Nick Sansone in the chat.
Trevor Bauer pitched in Game 3 there, and actually did a really nice job getting out of that inning. But
Very huge performance right there, especially in the wind, being able to throw strikes, especially when you have 4 or something innings pitched on the whole season, and your only opportunities come on these windy nights when they have to go to you. It makes it even more difficult.
Yeah, I agree. And that Shane Weber injury, his bat, 20-plus home runs a season, et cetera, but there's just the innings he ate up on the mound for this team and the depth, that might hurt the worst.
Yeah, Shane also one of the best strike throwers in the league.
Yeah.
Really staying in. They almost never had to worry about him walking out of games, and he would always be able to throw as many innings as they need throughout over the course of a series.
Absolutely. As you have a new poll up there, favorite PLW animal. A Sand Viper. Ooh, that's a good one.
Night Owl's in first place. At least they're winning something, right?
Night Owls are pretty cool, I have to say. I do like that.
Manager Nick DeVella really having some roster overhaul in the middle of this season.
Absolutely.
Trade deadline at the end of next week, I believe.
Is that
maybe
next week? Wow, you think we'll see some more?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, there's been a lot of movement already. Oh, ground ball rolled over by Morris. There's a force out at second. Santillanes finds Caps for the 3rd out. Cajuns do some damage, and this thing's slowing down a little bit. Just going to the bottom of the second here. 5-3. Are we in for a race to 15, Tom, or is the conditions easing up out here?
It's tough to say. Both teams doing a good job of leaving the runners on base, trying to minimize the damage as much as they can. So, as of right now, we're on pace to not quite get to 15, or get to 15 in the 6th inning, maybe. So we shall see. I'm not sure we're going to see 15 tonight. It seems like both of these pitching staffs are doing a good job at least filling up the strike zone. If you're not walking too many guys, and these home runs going out are solo shots, it's tough to get to 15.
Yeah, and Briner looks like he's on the mound for the rest of this game. He pitched 5 innings that first one, so Briner, I don't know if can bridge the gap here to the 6th, so it's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out for the Snappers if this does go 6 innings. I'm sure the Snappers are thinking they're going to end this thing. They need to end it before 6.
And you think if they get a big enough lead, they go to another pitcher.
Sure, but I mean, it's going to be Jesse Capps. Who's it going to be? Is Weber going to come pitch with a busted knee? That's sprayed to the right side.
I guess he is eligible, but I'd be surprised to see him out there. I think what the Snappers were saying before the series is that they're more worried about him just out of instinct fielding on that pitcher's mound, which obviously can be a detriment to that knee injury.
Yeah, it was Hammer 2K that was complimenting our website in the chat last night, and I do want to say thank you for that. And I agree, our website is a nice little resource.
PremierWiffle.com.
PremierWiffle.com. I kind of rewatched the broadcast from last night and did notice that, so I appreciate those sentiments, Hammer 2K10. And that's a walk in the midst of our non-walking banter. Tom, I might have to disagree with you on that, as both Snappers pitchers have walked out in this game. And it looks like Will Morris has walked out now. That's our sixth walk, and it's Andrew Leday slowly strolling to the mound. And where's Kirby Bucket?
So I believe Kirby Bucket is having some
the fans demand to know, Chad.
Some
Tom.
battery issues. He's been pulled out. I believe Briner has gone over there and sort of served as a tow truck for Kirby Bucket, sort of pushing him along. We had something go wrong with the charger. Battery's not full, and Kirby's frustrated.
Well, our fans are frustrated, Tom. I mean, Kirby Bucket is a huge part of the PLW Nation, and GK souped him up pretty good, I know, a few weeks ago, and maybe he's got a little too much power for that. Maybe upgraded batteries is what's needed.
Perhaps.
I miss Kirby.
We've got a couple batteries. One was supposed to be charging overnight. I was plugged in when I got here, but for some reason...
you were the technical director last night, Tom.
Perhaps the backup battery is now a dud. Not sure what exactly we have going on, so make sure to contribute some bits so we can get Kirby a new battery.
Yeah, maybe... then Petricus is onto something. Maybe last night's 16-13 game... So many pitching changes, so much things going on.
And maybe Kirby's tired.
He might have just had a big workload.
Could be an overuse injury to one of his rotors.
No, Duck, no. No, don't do it.
Kirby has been on the sideline. He has made a couple appearances on the mound, but not able to get that engine turned over.
I think somebody will take up we just need a little rope and pull him out there. He's got that bandana that's fouled right back into the booth. Yeah. And it's a Matt Petricus 51 bits cheer, his standard, my guy.
Cheering his jersey number.
Cheers 51, does that all the time. That's his signature. J-Dub. Hey, I liked what J-Dub's done tonight.
Another one up the middle.
Yeah, he stayed inside the ball, really nice, using those hands and not trying to do too much. You're not trying to see him jack balls to the foul pole. Even his home run went to, Titanic Field sign.
Yeah, and it was kind of a line drive home run as well.
That's a really good sign. Yeah, he is on fire tonight. Not trying to do too much of the play, relying on his quick hands. 2
home runs, I believe.
Yeah, he did have a little flare, kind of weird one out to the left center, you're right. Yeah, but it's all up the middle. It's all in the gaps. And Santianes, ground ball. That could be a rally killer. Oh, wait, does he get there? 4.28.
Good recovery there. 4.28 and 4.26. I believe the third watch was right in that same range. Real tight. These umpires all on the same page.
Nice play there. No chance for the double play, but the double play is still available. 1 out, first and third. Big spot here for the Snappers, chasing 2. DHJ at the plate. Slider up the middle, taco ball. And that's through, a CNI ground ball. An absolute bleeder getting through the middle there.
Yeah, you see Morris had to jump over Casey Nielsen on that.
Oh, Leday couldn't get to it. Morris can't get to it. Nielsen, just the perfect spot. I believe that was dented as well. It looked like a taco ball coming off there.
That's right. It was.
Oh, and that squeaks on through, and that'll be a run. First and second one out. Brandon Gregg. And that Tinks, 53 miles an hour, getting ahead in the count. Great pitch by Leday.
I think a finger changeup on that one, Leday.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Throws the old stop ball.
Hollywood.
A little bit of a quick pitch there from Leday.
That's what was going on last night. Kirby was busy last night. I mean, got to give Kirby a little credit last night. 16-13 game. Oh, no, 54. And that's tough on Brandon Gregg there. Gets 2 of those.
Yeah, starts him off with the inside bar and then finishes him off with the outside bar.
Why can't you do that every time on the mound? It'd be a lot easier to pitch if you could do that. And that's ripped into the gap. Taylor Briner is not going to mess around. Nice play, saving a run by Ryan Roosh out there in left field. but nonetheless, that will score Manny Santillana's 5-5, Tom. Brand new ball game.
And Briner not phased at all by that sort of semi-quick pitch. Leday doesn't really go through his full wind-up, but Briner turns on it.
That brings up Brian Murphy now. He's been hot at the plate tonight. And that's ripped to left. No doubter, Tom. It's a 3-run jack for the Snappers. And yeah, these guys in a little bit of a pitching predicament right now. They want to win this game before 6 innings for sure. Oh, and then you see them lined up there. Ryan Murphy coming out party tonight.
And it seems just after I said that it wouldn't be a race to 15, that's exactly what we have.
That is.
I have to eat my words on that one.
Right you are, my friend. As it looks like we are in a race to 15. The Snappers bringing out the big sticks tonight, Tom. 17 runs in this series already. There's been runs all week long. I mean, the bats really coming out in every series this week. We're seeing double-digit runs scored early and often. 8-5.
Wilson, red hot tonight.
Yeah, and now the pressure's kind of on the Cajuns to keep it up. You know, like, oh, man, we already put up 5 runs in 2 innings. That's not enough. Got to keep going. You got to have that mentality, and that's ripped. And that looks like a fair ball off the foul pole.
See you later.
Smacks that. His first ball, really not in the middle of the field tonight. He's feeling it. He's doing it all.
Ting, ting, Jim.
Yeah, ting off the, yeah, absolutely. And the Snappers are pumped up 9-5. Cajuns look a little bit like they're out of answers right now.
And that Garden Glove serving Wilson well. 3rd home run of the night. I think he has 6 hits.
Yeah, he's on fire. That's an early Booth candidate for sure. Santillana's up the middle. Leday, he's on it.
Great hands from Leday.
Yeah, and he's not
Gets
happy.
that one right back to him.
My boy, Andrew Leday, having a tough time out there. I feel you. But the Snappers are here to play. Not
There you see
messing
that beautiful
around.
sunset.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, everyone knows I get pumped up on those. Yes, sir. The West Vegas there. Our man Trevor Bauer giving us the shots. And you see the wind a little bit. It has quieted down, but still carrying very well out here. The direction of the wind is the problem. Earlier in the season, we were getting those swirling winds. Sometimes we're getting that in from the northwest, blowing foul pole to foul pole. This week, it's been straight from the south, blowing straight out. And
Yeah,
you've
dead
seen it
center.
in the scores.
Maybe a little bit left center even.
Yep. ERAs have gone up. Home runs have gone up. You know, as you know, you're going to see maybe 30 home runs out of some players this year.
I think more.
You think we'll get to more? Where do you think the leader's going to end up?
I don't know. I believe the home run record is 33. Could be a little more than that, but with a 54-game season, that's 12 games longer than we've had in previous seasons, and we're going to have that hot weather at the end of the season once everyone's got a full season under their belt of at-bats. So I think we're going to see fireworks in those last couple weeks, Jim.
Ripped. Bo Evans not messing around. Going to get the Cajuns rolling here in the top of the 3rd. Long game 2 here, only in the top of the 3rd. Already 7:45 Pacific time. We're kind of cruising along that first game, hitting the brakes here in game 2. A lot of action. 56 into the pan. Nathan Rouge takes it. Yeah, I remember in spring in the 2021 season, the playoffs, the ball wasn't carrying. You had some weird weather.
Yeah, it seemed the wind was kind of blowing in.
Yeah. So I wouldn't quite think that this is going to sustain. I think you're going to see a shift in the pattern, possibly in some different wind directions to where the pitchers could come back on top.
Not even close. That one might have hit him in the foot.
Yeah, back footer, the true back football there.
Looks like we've still got that picture-in-picture up. How's it going, folks?
And that's a nasty screwball. Gets it on the hands of GK. Goes to second base. Santillana is not known for his throws, but he gets one right there. It's 5:09 on the monitor. Let's see what our umpires on the sidelines have.
Safe.
And they're calling him safe. Just missed it. A close one.
2 clocks over 5, 1 at 4.97. They're going to average for just over 5 seconds. So that's going to be safe. Almost turning the double play, but just not quite.
Nice throw there from Santillana. Is not known for his arm or his defense in general.
Yeah, especially in this wind, hitting right in the center of that backstop.
And I see these Cajuns on that screwball. They're diving into that screwball, and it's coming right back into their hands and jamming them up. That's what happened to Mr. Roosh there.
Yeah, the Cajuns a team that kind of reaches out and goes the other way a lot. That's why they seem to have sort of low power numbers but great averaging on base.
Right.
And they're going to go reach for that screwball, but then it ends up in on the hands. So
Right, it's all about recognition.
Look for them to make an adjustment as the more they face Taylor.
1-2, 2 outs. Roosh at first base. Cajuns critical. They, kind of come back. They may not get another chance to come back if the way the Snappers are swinging the bat. Goodness, they just put up 6 in the second and only 6 more to win this game. And that's floated out into right center field. Easy play for DHJ. And side retired at nothing given up by Briner there, shutting it down. We roll to the bottom of the third. Tom, this one's in danger.
Yeah, the Cajuns are really going to have to shut it down now. You've got to wonder if they go back to Ryan Roosh at some point to try to make sure this game goes the full 6 innings so that they do have to force the Snappers to use those innings and go to somebody else at some point.
Yeah, well, the Ryan Roosh is going to be the Game 3 starter, I assume. He hasn't started yet tonight. Used some innings out of Roosh in that first game, so...
I believe 2.
Just 2?
I think it was only 2.
Okay, so yeah, you definitely want to have a complete game available for Roosh if, in fact, he can provide that, but... Man, the way these conditions are out here, you see balls just floating up there right down the middle.
Well,
the Snappers just aren't missing.
The other reason I think they might want to go to Roosh is because in these windy conditions, if he walks out of Game 3 early, there's a bunch of innings that he never got a chance to use.
Right.
Or if you bring him in this game, he might use some innings. Maybe he walks out even at this game, but then you know how many innings you have left in Game 3.
I've seen that mistake made. You save a guy for Game 3, and then he just walks out.
Last night, Trench walk his first 2 batters.
Yeah, he doesn't pitch at all the rest of the night. Yeah, you're right. Good point.
You're playing the whole series, but if you're not really pitching the ball or in the bullpen out there, it's tough to really just come in and throw strikes starting in Game 3.
Sure.
Game 1, you're kind of coming off that 30 minutes of warm-up time. It's a little bit easier to find the zone.
Here's a DHJ. He's going to fight that one off. Popped up. Nielsen underneath it makes the play for the first out.
The wind pulled that one back fair, I think.
Alyssa Liu looking for the Cajuns to get back in this. She's trying to get a Vader's hoodie. Hoodies are not cheap in the store there.
Quite a few wiffle points. Got to have a real sharp bag. You got to be looking at these stats every day if you want enough wiffle ball points for that.
And that's a ground ball by Brandon Gregg. Morris knocks it down. Gathers, fires a nice slider into the backstop there.
Effortless 63 out of Morris.
Yeah, that was. He does everything smooth. Swing smooth. He kind of move. Good footwork. He's a good athlete. Good athletic frame as well.
And it looks
big
like
guy.
Looks like the chat does not think we're going to see a sweep. No way. Let's go Cajuns winning that poll 2-1.
I don't know, Tom. The Cajuns look a little down on their body language. They're not the energy I typically see from the Cajuns. And the Snappers got all.
Ryan Roosh quiet tonight. Have not really had many outbursts out of Roosh, which is what we're used to.
These conditions do not favor the Cajuns at all. This is a Snappers kind of night. And a sweep by the Snappers would shake PLW. I mean, absolutely shake this thing up.
And it's funny how we were mentioning the batting numbers coming into this series, but it seems like what's played out on the field is almost the complete opposite. Aside from the Snappers hitting more home runs.
Yeah, you're right. And that's what. Oh, there's the finger changeup. Nice pitch. Yeah, but in these conditions, as another gust of wind comes through, and I don't think it's stopping tonight, Tom. I mean,
I think it's probably going to be off and on the whole series.
The sun has set, and it just looks like it's going to keep coming. And it did this last night. Last night, we thought it might stop, and then nope, it got worse. And that's ground ball off of Morris. That's coming into the outfield. Nielsen going to give it chase, but Wantman will come up with it, and Morris is going to think he should have had that one.
Yeah, hard hit ball, but he knows that he could have made that play, kind of boots it into the outfield instead of keeping it in front of him.
Runner at first base, 2 away. Leday, nice bounce back this inning. Swing and a miss from Murphy.
Another finger changeup from Leday, featuring that quite often.
POW fan, I was thinking the same thing. Bottom 3. Game has slowed it to molasses. That's okay. We'll still grind up here. Loving it. First time chat's going on. Yeah, guys liking to be here, saying it's awesome. We agree. Not going to have any arguments up here. Leday, does he get there? 49. Shutdown inning. Leday.
And you hear Wilson say to Leday at the end of that inning, that's not even fair, man. Come on.
Agreed. Calling to TikTok. TikTok, Look at this camera angle you guys are working with here. Can't even see the bases, can't see the pylons, you can't see the foul poles.
Can't really see the movement of the ball.
Did you guys even see Jonathan Wilson's home run that went off the right field foul pole? Can't even see it.
Can't see the foul
You
poles.
hop on over to Twitch. We got a guy named Trevor Bauer up there that works Skycam. And then we got Sean Merciel down below us playing piano, switching camera angles.
We've got 4 different cameras to view. Look at the action, see the expressions on these players' faces after they strike out. It's quite comical, Jim.
Yeah, and Zombo, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly right. TikTok needs to be here. They're missing amazing plays. And with this camera angle, it's impossible.
No replays.
I see people in the chat on TikTok, camera 2, camera 3. That's all over here on Twitch. And Tom is a master camera guy. He can do every job on our stream team. And he's right. Yeah, you capture the story of the game a little more. You capture the emotion of the players.
And you get a replay. If you're watching on Twitch and you hear us excited about a home run and you're not
you
at
get
your screen,
replays. Good
you
call.
can run over there quick and you can see the replay of it, where on TikTok, the moment's already passed.
Yeah, that's one we don't use enough is replays. Right. I mean, instant replays over here on Twitch. Everyone that comes over in our chat that says I came from TikTok, they always say, oh, it's way better here. That's the first thing they say every time. So if you're
I can't believe I was watching on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, we see it all the time.
I like to say on TikTok, if you're watching for about 10 seconds, TikTok's maybe the way to go if you're just scrolling
Right,
through.
get introduced to us,
But
find us.
11 seconds or more, get over on Twitch. What are you doing?
And there it is. There's the chats right now. Cam 2. And that's hit. High, Lede. Deep, Lede. Gone, Lede. 9-6, Cajuns. Here we go. Top 4. I'm getting pumped up.
Over everything in left field, and on TikTok, you can't even see that go over the fence. But on Twitch, you get to see a nice replay of that thing flying over the palm trees behind the container.
Yeah, good call, because I kind of watched TikTok that ball, and you couldn't see it go out. I mean, you couldn't see it disappear into this beautiful Las Vegas sky.
As far as TikTok knows, that was a fly ball to left field that was caught.
Yeah, I agree. And you see camera 2 in the chat. Can't see anything.
Anything.
Expletive. Camera 2 again in the these are common. That's the chat in TikTok. The chat on Twitch is cracking. I mean, it's on fire. We just level 5 hype train.
A lot of players in the league are in the chat on Twitch. You don't see that on TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can really interact with guys from around the league. If you have a favorite team, a lot of those guys are probably watching the game right now.
I love it. What are you guys doing? Get on over twitch.tv/Premier WIFFLE. Back to the action. Ladea, leadoff bomb. Just what the Cajuns are looking for. Me and Kyle are kind of talking, though. Do you subscribe to the theory, Tom, that a leadoff home run like that?
Rally killer?
Yes. Do you subscribe to that at all?
Not even a little.
Yeah,
especially
I'm
in these
with you.
wins where you want to get home runs in bunches.
Like, so I've heard people, I'd rather have back-to-back doubles to start an inning or something like that. Debatable.
It's hard to say there's anything bad about a home run ever.
Right, I agree. But yeah, we were kind of throwing that out there last night. I think it was like one of the teams last night was chasing a few runs.
Yeah.
Hit like a 2-run home run, needed 2 more. Did that kill the rally, And I don't agree. It's just all about moving the line.
That killed the rally right there.
That'll kill the
Strikeout
rally.
looking, that's a rally killer.
That's right. I agree. It's all about moving the line and just get the next guy up however you got to do it.
Well, especially with the Cajuns team, 8th in the league in home runs, having them hitting the ball out of the ballpark is huge.
Yep, absolutely.
That's sort of the one thing their offense has been missing.
Bo Evans up the middle, does nicely there. Breiner's like, he yells at him a little bit, like, hey, how'd you do that? And here's Nathan Roosh. Let's see if the Cajuns got a little punch back to him. Screwball misses away. And if this game kind of ends with the Snappers winning by a few runs, do we see a spread in Game 3? Do we see our PLW lines makers maybe make an adjustment here?
I think perhaps.
It's possible. Stick around. Wiffle points still to be wagered. I think we might see a little wrinkle if the scores stay the way they are.
Yeah, the Snappers in control
They've been in control pretty much all night.
Yeah, they've got virtually all the momentum, but is that ball going to go?
That's center field. And DHJ makes an adjustment that time in center field, Tom. You
Goes
see
right to the fence.
See that hand grabbing the fence there, finds the fence first, and then coming in. That is the proper way to play it. Good instant replay of that here. You see that out there with that left hand.
Yeah, it's a great
touches the
adjustment.
fence. That's how you play, and he got fooled on one before in Game 1. Slider missing.
I thought that ball was maybe going to go over the fence, too.
I did too.
I was exposed to the wind up there for quite a long time.
Yeah, it calmed down for a second, but it's right back howling again. 56. Ooh.
And even when the wind calms down on the field level, it's still up there. If you get the ball high enough, that wind is still, it's not going away at all.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you're right. anything to center field is going to be in danger of getting out of here.
Once you get in that tier 2, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, there's tier 4 wins here. You get high enough.
Yeah, there's definitely a tier 3 above that Hollis tree, as we like to say.
Yeah, above the background trees, I think it gets even more. You're right. But that's a walk by Taylor Briner. And the tying run that's at the plate here in the top of the 4th.
And if Briner walks out, who do they go to next, Caps?
Yeah, this game could still get interesting, and Casey Nielsen has some power to the container. And he pops that up. Left field. I don't think that's got enough. Brandon Gregg is underneath it, and that's a huge out, and you're completely right. Taylor Briner with a walk. What do these guys do?
If it comes to it, do they put Shane Weber out there? Is that the reason they have him under the line today?
Yeah,
it's a windy day. They can expect a lot of walks and pitching changes, so maybe that's kind of the reason they brought him out here.
Oh man, my feelings on that.
Yeah,
Jesse Capps has a few innings. He can pitch a little bit.
He's got 2/3 of an inning, Jim.
You can't think a guy with a torn
inning.
ACL can. I mean, you got to trust the guys on your team to get it done.
He was throwing the ball in BP. I didn't see Jesse throwing the ball in BP.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen.
Oh, cheers! Emily is going to be watching on there and holding her breath for sure.
But before the game, the Snappers were saying, Shane, no chance. We don't want you to, have a ball hit back at you and you have that quick reaction that's kind of really hard to stop yourself from having.
Yeah, for those of you just joining us, Shane Weber did give him at bat in Game 1. In a 9-1 game, he really kind of brought him in when it didn't matter.
I wonder if maybe they're doing that to get him the game played, make sure he's playoff eligible.
That's probably part of it, absolutely, as you can look up his games played right there. Absolutely, that's probably something to do with it. Here's J-Dub. He's been on fire, must-see TV. Strike number 255 into the pan. Jonathan Wilson looking to get into something. He's had himself a big night. Bottom 4, Snappers up 3. Not over yet by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I think I lied, Jim. I think Shane's already played over 20
games. He said he had like 40 innings or 30-something innings. Yeah, because he was playing hurt. Played all the way up into the surgery. Finger change.
Yeah.
Stared at into the zone.
And Leday really finding control of that pitch. In that 15 strikeout game against the Snappers a couple of weeks ago, that's pretty much the only pitch I was throwing for several innings.
Manny Santillanes. Tom, as I read these TikTok chats, this is wild. My girl just broke up with me, and she has a new crush, and they're dating. So I came here to help. He came to TikTok for help. If he comes to Twitch to help,
he might actually get some support
you might
from our
actually
community.
get some help.
He might get a
over here
sub
on
from
Twitch.
Dragon Lady.
His lady dumps him and finds another dude right away. That's brutal.
I wonder if it's someone in the league, and that's why he's doing a little internet stalking.
Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, there's a good chance we'll take care of you over here on Twitch if you come find us. And you may, I'll probably gift you a sub personally. I don't like that story. Oh man.
Feeling for you a little. That bringing up bad memories, Jim?
No, you hate to see it. Hate to see it. It's tough out there.
Especially this day and age.
It's tough out there on these streets. And here's Manny Santillanes, one away, nobody on. Leday doing a pretty good job. Got kind of lit up there in the second, but
PLW fans saying, "Tell him I will help." PLW fans can help you if you get over here.
Yeah. He's been saying that all night.
You see the link right there, painted on the field. Twitch.tv/Premier WIFFLE. The link's in our bio. Come over here. We got a live broadcast.
Clash Royale. I see you on TikTok. Get over to Twitch. We got you. We'll make all your sorrows go away. Yeah, Jake B. Yeah. I'm down to give up a signed Dodos ball all day.
And you see Nick Blitzer saying, how many outs? Well, come over here and you get a scoreboard on your screen.
Yeah, you got graphics. Yeah, these are.
There's one out, by the way.
Yeah, these are problems. These are problems that you run into on TikTok. Yeah, absolutely. As it's 0-2, bottom 4, runner at first. Santillanes is aboard.
Leday with that little quick pitch kind of fooled Sean down there in the control room. And I'm looking at his face, and then suddenly he's already throwing the ball.
Must have been pretty tricky. Sean's a sharp guy.
Yeah, I mean, Leday probably one of the best quick pitch, or quick pitch might not even be the right word. He shortens his delivery where he's just
like a slide step almost.
He goes from as if he's looking for a sign to releasing the ball in the snap of a finger, and does that finger change up yet again to get the strikeout look in 54 miles per hour.
Andrew Leday, he's really tightened the ship up, man. He got absolutely buried in the second inning, and he's really done a good job keeping his team in the game, not letting this thing get out of hand.
Great
55.
bounce
He's feeling
back.
it. You can hear that finger change, Tom.
Yep.
And money long, we got one more game after this. We're in the bottom of the fourth of game 2 of a 3-game series and a pivotal 3-game series. I mean, if the Snappers hold on here, we got a big game 3 coming up. And if you've been watching PLW, you know game 3s have been cracking lately.
And even if they don't hang on, we got a big game 3 coming up.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And, back footer and Leday dialed in. Man, he's really found it these last 2 innings. Cajuns, 3 runs in these conditions is nothing, Tom.
Vintage Leday, keeping him within striking distance, and hopefully his offense can capitalize. You know, having a clean inning at any point during this win is a real momentum shift. Now they're coming to the plate to come get some runs. And Leday's got a lot of confidence when he goes back out there that he can shut down the Snappers lineup.
Yeah, I've seen the body language. DHJ, hands on the head. Santillanes, hands on hips. I mean, a little quieter over there in that Snappers dugout.
Yeah,
they've been held at bay, and they were up 9-3. This thing was done.
Yeah, it's a 9-6 game, and even though the Snappers are up by 3, it feels like the Cajuns have the momentum, and it looks like, is Manny Santillanes coming in to pitch?
Is it Manny Santillanes? Where's Taylor Briner? No, Briner's in left field.
Is Shane Weber
Briner might
towing the
he
slab?
might be out of innings.
What's going on here?
Ask our umpire, Chad Phillips, on Briner's innings. It's close. Oh, no, Shane Weber is out on the mound. Shane Weber's on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and it is Shane Weber. He just threw a warm-up pitch. Get the camera off us.
Shane Weber.
I demand these cameras off the broadcasters. Get it on to Shane Weber. Oh, my gosh.
Making his return to the rubber.
Oh, mailbox subscribed. Thanks for being a part of PLW Nation. Yeah, Trench. Wow, already. And this is incredible. Shane Weber pitching in a game. The man just had surgery 1 month ago.
Yep, Shane, 36 innings pitched to a 4.50 ERA. Just a 1-4 record. Tough, but you know, he's really been the workhorse for this Snappers team, especially with the injury to Briner. Briner hasn't been quite as sharp as we're used to this season, so now coming back from the injury, trying to throw some valuable innings here. His team in a jam. 2 of their pitchers walked out. Taylor with 1 walk as well. So,
oh boy, I don't know, Tom. This isn't. And the Cajuns, you got to feel like they're pretty decent favorites here.
the Cajuns also hitting a lot of balls up the middle, so look for them to maybe capitalize on Weber, perhaps going to be kind of deferring everything in the field to the rest of his defense.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a defensive liability here having him. Pitching's a huge defensive position out here. Any of these pop-ups that are at the cheap line, is he going to go for these? That's where I'm kind of scared.
I'm expecting Shane Weber to just stand there and not really play defense at all.
Yeah, and does your stat sheet there, Tom, have a column for torn meniscus and torn ACL? Because he's got one of those in the stat column.
Yeah, it says Sashi Boba is tied with him as well.
Oh, that's good. Good one, Tom.
Not in attendance tonight, though.
Very nice. Oh, that's ripped. Welcome back, Shane Weber.
And Leday just continuing to put the ball in play, continuing to get on base. Really just the rock for this Cajuns team. And just whenever they need Leday to come through, it seems like he's getting on base. And even when they don't need him to come through, it seems like he's on base. Just having a great season offensively. Like I said before, 4.11 average.
Yeah, that's a monstrous average there. He's been doing it since day 1 this season.
Yeah, getting on base almost half the time. 491 on base.
That is impressive. Leday is a monster. I love watching him play. And I like watching this guy play too. Will Morris, as Shane Weber is out there.
Will Morris also hitting the ball well tonight. And the Cajuns are starting to heat up maybe at the right time in this series.
There's a little knuckleball by
Almost a wild
Shane
pitch
Weber.
from Weber.
2-2. Up the middle. And there's the defense I'm talking about. You can't bend over to grab that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's got to be hard to because your knees hurt, but your brain's not hurt, you know?
Yeah.
And your instinct's telling you to
Yeah, it's like I was
get
saying,
down to that, you know?
that sort of knee-jerk reaction, pun intended, is hopefully he'll be able to kind of battle that and make sure he doesn't hurt himself out there. Bo Evans also ripped one up the middle in his last at-bat, so...
And Bo Evans is going to get around that ball, foul it off into the dugout.
You see Brandon Gregg kind of playing for him to go the other way. I feel like he should be kind of squeezing up the middle, especially with Shane being the man on the hill. Did that hit the knob? No, the umpire comes to grab that. Foul ball. Or not, excuse me, not foul ball. It's just a ball.
First and third, nobody out. Developing a situation. And that's ripped. Briner tagging up. It was Leday. Leday not going to tag. Briner is wise to it. You know what? Tom, I'm probably willing to test outfielders in these conditions with the wind blowing right into them.
You know, if
Leday, probably not the right guy to do it, but
if that ball's hit to David Harley Jr., maybe I think about it. But
right.
Taylor Briner with the ability to throw the ball 100 miles per hour,
Sure.
and that throw to the backstop doesn't have to be in the air. He can throw a 2-3 hopper, and that's going to get to the backstop in a hurry.
It was an absolute cookie there from Weber. And that's ripped. And it's caught. Leday is going to tag this time. No, he's not. I think he had that one, Tom.
He was bluffing a little bit. I don't think he had it, Jim.
Oh, that's back-to-back tag-up spots.
I think Briner had his momentum coming in, and he would have fired. He was ready to fire that in there.
Oh,
Leday.
man, I wanted to see it. Leday, he's thinking about it over there still. But I don't know if his momentum was quite going towards home plate.
I think if Leday goes there, he's hosed. Briner, perhaps the strongest arm in the whole league.
Tom, I haven't seen too many guys get thrown out on tag-ups. Yeah, I don't know about that, Tom. We'll agree to disagree there.
I'm going to go ahead and say Taylor Briner at
not
97,
an ideal runner at third. I'll give you that.
90, also at 97 miles per hour. I'm not sure even a fairly quick runner is going to make it on him. And Roosh, visibly upset.
Roosh wanted to hit there. He's walked by Briner. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Taylor Briner on defense coming to the rescue here in the 5th. This has turned into a very, very enthralling game here.
It's going to be another one of those at-bats where I think this is a turning point in the game. This is one of those pivotal at-bats that could decide the outcome.
Yeah, Nielsen doesn't need it all here. I mean, a home run's not necessary. It's a nice line drive to the middle. Right back at Weber will do it. And it's ball 3, and he's a pitch away from walking out. Now what do you do if he walks out? Go back to Briner?
I'm not sure.
Did you get with Chad on those innings?
Let's find out.
No, it's into the pan, 3-1. Three, 2 outs, first and third. Top 5, game 2. Snappers 9, Cajuns 6. Payoff pitch incoming. Here we go. And it's high to center. It's not deep. And it's Briner making the third put out of the inning. Casey Nielsen frustrated. And the Cajuns can't get anything there. Empty-handed. It's up to Andrew Leday to put up yet another 0. That was such a good opportunity for the Cajuns there, and they come away scoreless, Tom.
Yeah, and I believe Taylor Briner has got 2 innings remaining on the night, has used 7 of them, 7 of the 9 allowed.
Ooh, man, and Leday, that's a lot of pressure on Leday to come out here and throw up another donut, the way he's going to have to face Ryan Murphy again, and Weber's got a bat in his hand. Oh, man, I'm a little getting concerned with Weber.
The momentum back on the Snappers side after that, getting out of the jam. And if they can put up a couple runs here, I think you can stick a fork in the Cajuns.
That's going to lead to a huge game 3. I mean, the Cajuns getting swept. I mean, like I've said a few times, it's going to throw the standings into an absolute whirlwind.
Yeah, I believe we would have a 3-way tie.
4-way tie.
4-way tie.
The Legends are also
18 and 18.
Legends came in.
Wow.
Yep. Legends came in at 17 and 16 and lost 2 of 3. So,
man, that'll really heat things up as we get to that, down the stretch of this season. It's going to be a dogfight.
A 5-week sprint with 4 teams tied up playing for, 2 playoff spots, basically. So, and one of those teams going into the relegation playoff, So that's going to be a wild, wild affair.
And the Bombers, I believe, a series behind because of the cancellation due to wind.
Yeah,
they're right in the mix there as well. There's really only those 2 top spots. The ones in the Vaders seem to be locks for playoffs, but
Bombers are at 19 wins with 3 games in hand, so a little bit better of a position you'd think. But they do have to play the ones in those games in hand, so that's interesting. So you're right, yeah. I mean, all to play for here coming down the stretch, and then it looks like the Warbirds, Lightning, and Night Owls kind of on the bottom 3 here in the standings, but.
And not just playing to make the playoffs, also playing to avoid that relegation.
Absolutely.
Play downs.
Yeah, no, the play downs. And, that's what I was saying. You got, of these 4 18 and 18 teams, one of those teams is going to
be on the outside looking in.
Come into that relegation playoff, and that's wild. So, all to play for here. 5-week sprint. Ripped. Shane Weber is aboard as he kind of limps over to first. Oh, man. As he's going to walk. Base hit for Shane Weber.
He jogged those first 2 steps and then kind of realized
that guy's pretty good.
He's got a smile on his face, happy to see him hitting the ball.
Oh, that guy's
But-
pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. He is not healthy out there. Another guy, I mean, Briner's barely healthy out there. Snappers just have not. Trench. Good call. Tink Tink 55, Leday coming back hot, 1-2.
You know, Jim, if Shane does hit a home run tonight, we may see the slowest home run trot in PLW history.
Yeah, even if Taylor hits one, I don't think he's going to. It might be both players walking. Both players might be walking out of here. That's going to be interesting.
And Kirby Bucket out of battery can't tow him around the bases either.
1-2, nobody out. Leday looking for outs here, looking to keep this thing manageable. Misses away there, 2-2.
Another changeup from Leday, really going to that.
Yeah.
Every time he seems to be looking for a chase or even sometimes looking for a strike.
See if you see that drop ball, screwball he throws. No, it's 58 into the pan. Briner wise to it. That's a player that'll swing at that pitch pretty often.
And hit it fairly often, too.
Yeah, and
I'm
he'll park it
surprised to
as well.
see him let that go by.
Agreed. Jam drop, double play ball. Fielded cleanly by Nathan Roosh. Nielsen fires. No, it's short.
And that looked like it was going to be ball 4 had he not chased it. They get him out.
Get Shane Weber off the bases. That's important. That's important. I like seeing that.
Still the double play in order.
Evan Shields, right you are, my friend. Snappers, Vipers, Cajuns, Legends, all 18-18. I mean, it's an absolute war. Going to be an absolute war. 5-week sprint for all the marbles.
Leday really staying around the zone, not really putting too much in the middle of the strike zone at all.
And that's missing.
Really just trying to nibble at those edges, it seems.
Murphy's given Leday a pretty hard time tonight. And then he gives him a hard time some more. This guy's on fire.
He
Tom.
gave that ball a hard time, and
Gosh,
Ryan Murphy
yeah.
trying to get in that Rookie of the Year conversation as well.
That wiffle ball, I would not want to be that particular wiffle ball. It is in pain. Goodness, Ryan Murphy's hit some moonshots tonight, and that might do it. Snappers, that's just what they needed.
And that comparison to Johnny Castaneda really starting to catch up with Murphy, and now he seems to
Yeah, he
Seems to be filling those shoes.
Seeing that finger change pretty well. 11-6. Goodness. And Leday going to come with some heat there.
70.
A little bit of frustration. Man, Ryan Murphy, big series out of him. He's, and that's by Will Morris. The price of being tall there, just can't quite get down to that. Right by the left hand of Morris. J-Dub, another base hit.
And Morris just not really able to keep the ball in front of him. Normally an outfielder on the Cajuns, so
Right.
perhaps the Sashi Boba being missing has been a big part of their defense. He's normally their shortstop, I believe.
Right. 11-5, 1 out, bottom 5. Trickling through game number 2 here. Still blustery. Another gust comes through the hideaway. Man, tree's really moving. Very similar to last night's conditions. Swing and a miss. Santillana's reaching there. Leday
Another
looks like
changeup,
looks
too.
like a guy that can really use a ground ball, Tom. Nielsen, can he get over there? No. One and two. Check swing.
61 miles per hour out of Leday, but that changeup slows down a lot. Maybe doesn't look quite that hot.
And that's 54, and that's on the pipe.
Screwball from
And
Leday
Manti-
completely froze him.
Man.
His eyes were wide as that one hit the zone.
Now here's DHJ. 0-1. Goes to 1-1. 2 away. Foul back. Good recognition. That was definitely hitting the pan there.
Harley having himself a good series thus far.
Ground ball. Morris. Charging. Coming up. Ooh, man, Tom.
Yeah, there was a few steps there.
Tom, yeah.
That
I mean,
was-
that's been an argument in this league a lot in our umpires chat. Nobody's going to call it.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that was moving. He closed a lot of ground there towards the backstop.
Yeah,
Oh, boy. And here
definitely
we
one of
go.
those borderline type.
Ooh,
maybe they gave him the James Harden gather step on that one.
Yeah, that was the Euro step. It's Delihante on the Euro step there.
Yeah, it seems they got out of it, but definitely Will Morris is going to hear about that one, I think.
As we roll into the top of the sixth here, Cajuns need a little momentum.
They need a lot of momentum, Jim. They're not looking good right now.
They're not done yet, Tom. They're not done yet. You still have Shane Weber out there.
They got 3 outs left, and Shane does have a walk.
Does have a walk.
If they get a walk here, they've got a lot to work with. You know, the snappers, again, I think they have 2/3 of an inning by Jesse Capps is all they have left.
I'm very interested to see how the Snappers pitching situation is going to work out here.
Yeah, I mean, they've got...
Brandon Gregg obviously is going to pitch Jade. I mean, you're going to see guys in Game 3. They still have innings.
Yeah, but we got to get to Game 3 first.
Yeah, I mean, if the Cajuns can get some runs here, they really could have had the Snappers in bad shape.
I think they go to probably Jesse Capps next, and then it's windy. So if he can't find the zone,
right,
they're going to either David Harley Jr. or Greg Kelly.
I mean, Taylor Briner is going to come in and finish this game. You have to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't think they're there
But he
yet.
also has a walk.
Yes, he does. And that's,
So-
no, he dropped that. Foul territory. Ooh, Brandon Gregg, is he okay?
Looks like he's fine, but Ledane, a little bit of a limp, but
What happened there?
I think it might have just been a hard knee into that not so forgiving field surface.
You can't change fielders in the middle of an at-bat anyways. What if he was actually hurt? You still can. You have to just step off.
Down to 4 fielders.
Oh, man, some more banter. Chad inserting himself in this game. Gotta love that. That's a rule I haven't heard of before.
I think
So if you get hurt on defense, you cannot replace it? That seems like that needs to be amended there.
I think that might not be accurate. I think you could probably change fielders, but
Yes.
he would probably be out for the rest of the series. Like
I mean,
they wouldn't be able to put him back
I
in
got
the
knocked
field
out
game
cold
3.
in the middle of a series, Tom, and I got replaced.
Yeah. But that was the end of a play, not during an at-bat.
I did catch the ball, though, but it was in the middle of an inning. And that's an error.
No, it's per at-bat. At the end of an at-bat, right now they could change
Oh, in
fielders.
the middle of an at-bat is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You can even change defensive positioning during an at-bat, but not
Right, you cannot
actual
make a substitution
substitution
in the middle of an at-bat. I can get on board with that. And that's a leadoff error, though, and we've seen how those have treated teams in the past. Tough throw there. Here's Will Morris. Oh, 50 miles an hour, missing outside. High, center field, carrying. Briner underneath that one makes the first out of the 6th inning here. Snappers looking to take the first 2 games of this series and create a sweep scenario going into Game 3.
It's funny they're talking about, can we change our fielders due to an injury, but they got Shane Weber out there pitching.
Shane Weber's out there. Yeah, Weber's out, literally injured.
So, clearly proving that even during an injury, you're able to stand in the field and wiffle ball. Obviously not as effective as you would be with a healthy knee, and surprised you bend all the way over to pick that up.
Yeah. Weber, I can't believe he's out here. I did
Laboring
not
out
expect
there.
this at all. Yeah, I kind of showed up today and started hearing rumors that he's out there taking BP as he gives up a base hit to Bo Evans. 1 out, not done yet, Tom.
Evans rips that, and suddenly the Cajuns have a little bit of life here. It looks like Nathan Roosh. Is this his first at-bat of the game?
No, he flew out the Briner to deep left last time. I thought had a chance. If you got it up in the air a little bit, it would have been gone. Let's see if Roosh can provide some spark. And that's ground ball. GK. GK will never make the play with his hands. Always going to slap it.
Well, slap it's with his hands, right?
Yeah, but he's never going to make the...
He's never going to...
Yes.
He's never going to grab the ball.
Yes.
The ball's not going to stick.
Ripped. 5-6 hole. That's through.
And suddenly, the Cajuns threatening.
Yes, that's 11-7. Leday comes around to score.
The lead starting to dwindle, and at what point do you maybe go back to Briner? How many did they need to score, or are they going to let Weber close this out regardless of the outcome?
Yeah, Jake B. Weber's doctor is. Yeah. Well, what about the health insurance companies? Sometimes those insurance companies, they got little scouts out there, to make sure make sure you're not,
They've got a Google alert for Shane Weber.
That's what Weber's got to be worried about is the insurance companies. Green double play ball.
Oh, off his hand, double bobble
again. And GK going to try to still
one.
get it. They get one. Looks like they're a little late. Man, that was a tailor-made double play there.
It should have been ball game. So even if, even though they're still probably favored to win this game, that's going to be one of those moments where you think, oh, I should be out of it. You feel like.
And here's Nielsen. Tink 52. Weber still finding the nastiness.
Nielsen, I believe, left 2 runners on base earlier in this game.
Yeah, he's had a tough night to plate.
Big pivotal at bat.
It's the cookie, and he gets on top of it. Greg's there. Easy force. That'll do it here at the Hideaway. Snappers 11, Cajuns 7, and they just cannot provide the punch.
Did you see the speed on that? Weber threw that one in maybe 40 miles per hour. That was a slow pitch to end this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, man, this sets up a really, really interesting Game 3. I mean, I would not be going anywhere. The Game 3s that we've been having, last night's Game 3 was just insane. Say you're one of those guys that said, I've seen 2, that's enough. I'm going to get to bed. Man, if you do that last night, you miss one of just an absolute firecracker of a game. I think we might be in for something like that tonight, as it's going to be Brandon Gregg and Nathan Roosh starting. We will be back and bring you the action here in a bit. All right, looks like we're not going to break.
It looks like, Game 3, and these Game 3s are what people kind of look back on at the end of the season. You can't give up in that third game of the season. Every win counts at the end. It's going to be 1 or 2 games separating.
Sure.
Maybe even separating 4th or 5th from 8th, the way the standings have been working out in these past few seasons. I mean, last season it went down to run differential on making the playoffs. So
yeah, you're right. And it may do that again. I mean,
yeah, and now without the 2 divisions, we have one 10-team table that we should expect the standings to be even tighter than they were last season.
And they are. I mean, 4 teams at 18 and 18. I mean, I shouldn't root. I got to stay neutral in the booth and all that. But the little devil on my shoulder saying that he wants to see that. I want to see carnage. I want to see wreckage. And I hate for any team to get swept tonight, but I think it'd be pretty cool to have our whole middle of the table at 18 and 18 when just a 5-week sprint, to play for everything here at the end here. That'd be great. As a broadcaster, that's just great content, and I can work with that.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, even if the Cajuns do get the win, you're still going to have 4 teams. I mean, absolutely bottom line.
And I believe that would make all those teams 18 and 18 with 18 games left.
Right. Are we at 18 left? Yeah,
I believe so. 6 weeks left.
This is week 12. Yeah, about 6 to go. Yeah, you're right. Whew, man. Still 6 weeks, huh?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I've been playing for
We're chugging
I feel
along.
like I've been playing forever. Man, the back's starting to tighten up at the end of Game 3,
It's a long season.
It
I
is
mean,
a long
most
season.
football leagues, they play, a 12, 15, maybe a 20-game season.
Yeah.
We have a 54-game season, and we're planning on having 2 of them.
Marathon, absolute marathon. I see you, POW fan. Yo, TikTok. I got a guy in our Twitch chat right now, POW fan 01, literally going to be gifting subs to anybody that gets over to Twitch and gets in the chat and says, hey, I came over from TikTok. If you do that, if you come to twitch.tv, that URL on your screen right there, come over to Twitch, say you came from TikTok, boom, you're going to be gifted a sub. That's a $6 value. That's big time, easy money. Get on over here. We'll take care of you and tell us you showed up. Big Game 3 coming up, Tom. Game 3 is when, people get tired. The players maybe get a little tired. In the broadcast booth, I like to bring up the action. This is time to get it going here.
Time to get excited.
It's a big game. Get excited. I've seen some crazy things happen in Game 3s this year. Let's get those WIFFLE points in. Snappers taking the money. Will Snappers sweep? They're going to keep it a pick 'em. I'm surprised by that. No adjustments by our line maker.
And I believe it's the pitching matchup is Brandon Gregg and Nathan Roosh. Is that right?
Nathan Roosh is what I heard. Yes, Nathan Roosh against Brandon Gregg. Brandon Gregg getting his warm-up pitches in. You need to get your WIFFLE points in. Let's go. Let's get the action. Let's see it. You're getting about plus 190. Oh, that's now about plus 195.
It's gonna keep shifting, yeah.
Plus 195 right now on the on the Cajuns.
Money pouring in on the Snappers, and a lot of these bettors are not wise. As I feel like Game 3, you think, oh, the team's up 2-0. They're obviously going to win Game 3, right?
Doesn't always work like that, doesn't Tom?
That has not been the case often. We haven't had that many sweeps.
Sorry to interrupt you, Tom, but Gabe Horn has come from TikTok. He's done it. It's up to PLW now. And look at this, another one. Man, PLW fan might be out some cash here.
He might be on the leaderboard soon enough.
Yeah.
He might be passing Dragon Lady tonight.
He better be coming. Yeah, our chat better hold him accountable because I got 3 people now coming from TikTok in our chat. PLW fans got some work to do. Let's go. And look at this. Yeah, we're looking at about plus 190 here.
It looks like we are just getting ready. Make sure you get those wiffle ball points in because those bets are going to close once this, once the outcome starts to be more clear. Once some runs are on the board, you're not going to be able to bet anymore. So get your points in. We've had a lot of people try to wait as long as they can to put their bets in, and then the bets close and it's too late.
That's true. That's true. You want to see what kind of price you're getting. You know, you want to see. I totally get that. Plus 180 now in Lede, high to left.
Oh my goodness!
Got win. Fair ball. That's a triple off the 93-foot sign. I don't see too many balls.
I think that hit the sign.
Yeah, I don't see too many balls like that. That
made
was
a strange noise.
Yeah.
I believe it hit right off of the 93.
That was incredible. Inches from a leadoff home run. Cajuns going to do some damage early here. You're getting a nice price on the Cajuns. Money coming in on the Cajuns now after that triple. PLW fan, where you at? I'm going to keep calling you out. My Twitch just crashed at the moment. I mean, I'm going to back scroll the chat because we had some people come from TikTok.
Yeah, I think
get to work.
I think PLW fan might be starting up another hype train, Jim.
Oh no! I don't know if I can handle 2. Ripped. That's through. That's clean. No hand on that. Manny Santillanes did not touch that ball. It's a dirty single for Ryan Roosh. Good start for the Cajuns, but
for the 3rd time they go up 1-0, but
yes,
hasn't
took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah,
perfect. Well done.
But that has not worked out for them yet. Let's see if they can get more than 1 in this first inning.
And there's Frito Beth. He's gifting the subs. I love that. James is here from TikTok. PLW fan, let's go.
Frito Breath, a regular in the chat.
Yeah, Frito Breath's my boy. That's my guy.
88 on is that on the swing? Bo Evans. Violent swing. Very unassuming hitter, but putting together a good season offensively.
And there it is. PLW fan comes through. Love that. And that's Tink. Brandon Gregg comes through with a beautiful pitch on the outside pipe.
As the wind starts to pick up.
Yeah, I know.
The on-again, off-again wind is
wild,
on again.
Yeah, it's just like, it's crazy. I travel quite a bit, Tom. You know I travel, to quite a few places. Man, Las Vegas has got to be the windiest city. I mean, I know Chicago gets the reputation for it, but God, I've never been anywhere where the wind blows like this city. I mean, we've gone 3 weeks straight of just wind in this town. I mean, it just hasn't stopped.
I mean, we're surrounded by deserts, so not really too much blocking the wind outside
and we're
the
just
city.
in a valley, too.
Yeah.
Like mountains surrounding us. It just tunnels through here. It's wild, man.
It does produce some fun wiffle ball outcomes, though, although obviously everyone prefers those true outcomes of a nice, still evening. This might be a little more fun to watch. What do you think?
I'm with you. I mean, I'm here. I'm here. I have fun watching this all the time. I'm having fun watching PLW fan come up on his, he's following up. He made a promise, and now he's delivering. I love that. I love seeing subs come through. TikTok, get on over. If you could get in our Twitch chat and say you came from TikTok, PLW fan, we're going to try to get him broken. That's by GK. GK's not going to like that. Does that hit the wall?
It looks like that got to the wall, but they got a hand on it, so it's going to be 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, I see a ball into the wall there. Yeah, 2nd and 3rd, dirty double.
I think Harley tried to slap that one forward, just had a little bit too much spin and gets right over back into the wall. That's going to bring up the new acquisition, Devlin Daniel. Is this his first at-bat of the night, Jim?
No, he did have an at-bat. He lined out to second base in game 1.
I've been missing guys. What am I doing?
Yeah, he lined out to second base. Man, I'm on it tonight. Normally wouldn't remember that kind of thing.
Yes.
My brain just hit it. Last night I
picking up my slack. Appreciate that.
Too many hot cocos in the booth last night, possibly.
Maybe 3 many.
Yeah. I mean, the king of hot cocos was up in the booth last night. 2 on, 1 out, 2nd and 3rd. Cajuns looking to Throw some more punches up in the zone. That misses 3-1.
Bets are open. Probably
Beard's my guy.
bets are probably about to close. Looks real even right now. 165, 167,000 to 164.
Cajuns going off the favorite here.
Coming in.
High to center. Devlin Daniel. Briner, diving grab. He makes the play, tagging up his Ryan Rouge. Briner obviously having no throw
and
there.
looks like they're going to try to.
And he said he left early.
Got the replay.
Absolutely
Let's
no reason
see.
to leave early here. That'd be a big mistake.
It looks like we don't have that camera. Unless we've got a.
They're
there's
going to
no.
challenge.
You could get together with the umpires, see if anyone saw anything, but
Really no reason to leave early.
yeah, the camera is in center field on that. Wasn't a close play, but all of the
You could have walked home when they got in there.
all of the snappers immediately saying go tag third base. So I think the umpires are going to go.
That's pretty common, though.
And Spurrier and Chad getting together. Looks like Spurrier saying safe.
It's a great bet by, great play by Taylor Briner.
And you see third base umpire Justin Spurrier looks like he's right on it. So I don't think he's going to be missing that.
Yeah, Spurrier does a good job over there. I like him as an umpire. Steve, that's right. Dragon Lady was in the booth last time. We haven't mentioned that yet tonight. We did. Dragon Lady herself graced us with her presence. We had a really good time.
MVP of the chat, I think.
And here we go. Hey, these two teams getting after each other a little bit, kind of for the first time tonight. I like it. This series needs a little spice. Yeah.
And the Snappers up 2-0. Seemed like that small little thing not going their way seems to kind of have shaken them up a little bit. I mean kind of surprised by that.
Only 2-0.
Only a 2-0 game.
The Snappers been hitting the ball.
Yeah, it seems odd that they're upset by that when it doesn't seem like the umpires really missed anything either.
We've kind of been asking for more Manny and Roosh clashes tonight.
Yeah, careful what you wish for, Jim.
I want to see it. Game 3. No, you know how I like to roll in Game 3.
Oh, I know.
I like to roll hot and heavy and bring up the heat, bring the energy up. Game 3 is where things get cracking here.
These are the games that teams look back on at the end of the season.
That's right.
It's not game 1 and 2 really. Game 3, it's like, oh man, we gave that game up or we stole that game, and that's going to add up. Those games are going to matter at the end of the season.
And we have a first inning walk by Brandon Gregg. If they can walk out Brandon Gregg and get the J-Dub, if they somehow walk out J-Dub and Gregg again, Snappers are in big trouble.
And look at that, closing the bets, 166,762 on the Snappers, 167,988 on the Cajuns. Very even right there.
Yeah, going off the favorite. I mean, the Cajuns, I put 5,000 on the Cajuns. They're plus 200. No closing line value for me. My CLV getting dominated. Ground ball. Nobody home at third base. That's through. And that does hit the wall. And it's a dirty double as Briner. Man, Briner's left his feet.
That's going to be
the
second
third
and
or fourth time he's had to dive. Second and third here, 2 outs. 3-0 Cajuns. Great start by them. But
and the Cajuns able to get more than 1 run in the first inning. That could be a key to victory.
Yeah, they've started strong in every game tonight, and it just hasn't been able to hold up on the back end. Yeah, maybe a little. And honestly, these 2 runs out there right now are huge.
Yeah, I'm not even sure I would say starting strong because they're getting 1 run in the first inning, but they quiet down after that. So I'm happy to see them putting up a little bit more, and they're still maybe not even done.
And that's foul up the first baseline. And dare I say it, Tom, it's calming down here at the Hideaway. A little bit of a quieter breeze as I'm sure 20 miles an hour winds are coming.
Seems like someone turned the fan off. It'll probably be back on in a couple innings.
Yeah. The air conditioning just quieted down for a second. Slider missing low. 0-2. 1-2 now, 2 outs. Leday on second.
This could be another one of those pivotal at-bats right here. 2 runners on and 2 out. Don't want to leave those guys stranded. Second and third.
Up the middle. Jesse Capps playing him right there. 4 infielders there for the Snappers.
And that ball catches Jesse Capps.
Man, that was 4. Man, they went to 4 infielders. That's a great defensive adjustment there by the Snappers.
Hey, no, you got to repitch that thing.
Oof.
Yes, that messed me up. I stayed on that side. That messed me up. No,
yeah, and here we got even more Roosh antics here.
Capps right in the
This is good
jewels.
stuff. This is exactly what we want to see.
Roosh saying, that messed me up. But he hit that ball at 80 miles per hour, Jim.
He did smack that. And yeah, these 2 teams are getting into each other a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what this series
getting
needs.
chippy in game 3.
Yeah, let's get chippy.
Both teams kind of jawing at the umpires.
We were getting a little chippy in the chat in game 2. We had some trolls coming through. I saw the chat getting fired up. It's about time we see that on the field.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting chippy. These teams have a couple of notorious trash talkers on them. They seem to both be unhappy with the umpires for some reason.
Well, you got chat umpiring. That happens out here. That happens often.
Yeah, I don't think they've missed a single call, though.
No, they've been good.
People tend to give the umpires grief for no reason.
That's every sport, though. I mean, it's not just.
Yeah, and some people kind of have fun doing it, and some of the umpires actually have fun going back and forth.
There was a Sunday night baseball game with Angel Hernandez, and everybody just blew up on him, and then like Major League Baseball gave him like a 98% grade or something.
96.
Yeah, it was a 96. Oh, yeah. So
I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah. So I mean, that's every sport. I mean, people get on umpires, and Chad Phillips probably is our Angel Hernandez of PLW. And so you got to get on a little bit.
Waves and disapproval at us.
He didn't like that.
Although Chad with a score of 96, so
yeah, Joe Chad's a good umpire. Definitely a good umpire. We have a great crew out here. The guys do a really good job. The players are competitive. It gets I guess a lot of competitive men out here, and you'll get that from time to time. Absolutely. Oh, Kirby. The fans missing Kirby, man. Look at that. I miss him too. Gotta say.
Kirby's been pushed out to the mound a couple of times.
Sometimes you got to take something away to find out how much you really enjoy it.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Right there, that's great. There you go, Tom. Gosh, Tom, that's brilliant. Excellent. Brilliant stuff there.
I think it might be distance. I think I might have misquoted the saying.
Whatever you said, it came off just fine, Tom. Maybe you're original and you created your own saying.
Yeah.
That was nice. Petricus, I'm pretty sure the Braves are on Sunday Night Baseball that night, if I'm not mistaken. Petricus is a big Braves fan. Taylor Briner, a big home run fan, has none tonight. I'm sticking by that. Taylor Briner, 0 home runs tonight.
Yeah, Petricus pointing out that the MLB grid's using a different strike zone than you see on the TV broadcast. Why don't they give that to the TV broadcast? That's my question.
I don't know.
Then people may not get so angry at these umpires.
Just give them to robots. What if PLW had robot umpires?
We basically do. We have a target.
Yeah, pretty much. What if
we pretty much have a robot umpire here.
What if we put something into the backstop that
made out of metal,
automatically felt the ball and timed it perfect, and we can eliminate all of our umpires? No, the umpires are useful. I remember it used to be the broadcasters umpiring. I used to have to call fair and foul balls from up here.
Doing the iPad, running the stopwatch up here.
iPad, I hated that.
You were the only person up here sometimes too.
Yeah, a fly ball, and that's easily made there by Mr. Roosh. Good start by Nathan Roosh. 3-0 Cajuns getting started here. Pivotal game 3. Standings really starting to take shape. Teams are going to be 36 games in out of 54 after this series. Jam job, the screwball really getting into Murphy there as the Cajuns really got to neutralize this guy. Ryan Murphy's killed the Cajuns tonight, almost single-handedly.
Murphy and Wilson, that softball duo has been red hot tonight. I believe they're also teammates on a softball team in town, Phenom.
Yeah, they are. He's down 0-2 here. That was probably a poor 0-2 pitch that got a lot of the plate. That one was better, 59, but Ryan Murphy is adjusting to wiffle ball. You saw him just spit on that, no problem. Didn't even flinch at that ball.
Yeah, earlier in this season, he was probably swinging that and maybe hitting it, but not hitting it hard and getting out.
Jams him there. Flared, it's going to be foul.
As you see a little chirp from Eddie telling him to get the pitch count up, but 55 miles per hour, I'm not sure pitch count really is a factor out here.
These two teams are definitely talking to each other a little bit more. Knuckleball, that misses low, 2-2. Murph just doesn't look like he's flinching at the plate. He looks very calm, relaxed. He looks like he's not really thinking he can get beat at all.
And he hasn't really been so far tonight.
Yeah, and that's ripped. And it's not able to be caught by Ryan Rouge. Gets by him. I can't tell if it's a single a dirty double or a clean double. It does not matter.
It looked clean, but again, no runner on base, so that's not a factor. Rouge could hustle to try to get a hand on that, but not quite able to reach it.
And that's kind of where he thought the bat was going. I mean, Murphy just looks so calm and composed at the plate right now.
He's locked in.
The way he's taking pitches, he's seeing it really well, and it gets in his zone and it's trouble.
There you see Nathan Rouge with the fake quick pitch and then kind of stops himself, as that's been a point of contention tonight for both teams.
Yeah, the quick pitch, I don't really mind it. I mean, the batter can step out of the box and take
the batter can call time. So
I like guys when they quick pitch me because then I can call time and I'll play a little game right with them, and I'll take a long time and get them out of their rhythm a little bit. Sometimes you can get guys out of their own rhythm by doing it. They want a quick pitch. The quick pitch, you can't quick pitch until I get in the box. So.
Yeah, and there's some guys in the league that as soon as they get the ball in their hand, they want to throw it.
Sure. Which I totally get that. So, but as a
little more gamesmanship from Wilson, showing that he's not going to swing. And sometimes as a pitcher, it becomes much more difficult to hit that strike zone when you know they're not going to offer it anything you're throwing.
Yep, and look at that. He didn't even have the bat on his shoulder. Ooh, man, this is good stuff here. I can see this game getting a little tense. Yeah, these guys are going.
I think it already is, Jim.
I agree. First and second, one out. Tink, 53, served up a hot plate of 53 to the pipe.
Yeah, these teams not really happy with each other at the moment. And
good.
By the end of each series, that tends to happen, and then suddenly once game 3 ends, it's all sunshines and rainbows again.
Yeah, most of the time, yes. Well, good. I want to see some action here. I want to see some guys getting into it. 1-2 to Santillanes. Screwball tips that right over the top of that.
Just a piece. Believe that was going to miss inside.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch getting it on the hands. Good location by Roosh. And that's jam job. Roosh is going to take care of it. That's the second out. And if Roosh can put up a 0 here, and if the Cajuns can get the 5-6-0, that's the key. I mean, look at that betting action. 167 to 166 in the wiffle points. Dead on. No odds, no prices for anybody. DHJ.
That should mean we have a competitive game on our hands, too.
I hope so. Game 2 was really good. Cajuns fought back. I thought they had a chance. They had moments in that game where they could have got back into that.
Yeah, it seemed like the Snappers were in control for most of the game, but there were a few innings where it seemed like the Cajuns had a little bit of the momentum, and they just couldn't build on that.
And we saw that last night. The Bombers were running the control of play from those first 2 games, I thought. They were ahead most of the time, and the Legends made it close in game 1, and then game 2, they actually ended up coming and taking the lead with the big 5th inning. So never know when that's going to strike out here. But Nathan Roosh looks really wild out there. He's struggling with that wind.
I believe is that 2 walks. That's right, back to back.
Yeah, he walked J-Dub. And
are they going to Casey Nielsen?
Casey Nielsen.
No, just a little fake out there.
Got you, Tom.
He got me.
Yeah, Nathan's not going to feel too good about that. Brother Ryan Roosh is going to come in and pick up the garbage here. And no Kirby Bucket.
Still 2 outs, so he's going to use a full inning on just 1 out, although I believe he's got 6 left, so he could throw the rest of this game.
Yeah, Roosh didn't have a great appearance earlier. Had to come in after Leday.
Yeah, I'm still kind of surprised to see that he didn't. As you see, Greg
has Kirby Bucket in hand. Get a camera on him. There it is. There's Kirby. There's a little shot of Kirby. Greg taking a look at him. Out of batteries.
Looks like he's blinking.
Yeah, he's got little lights going there.
He's had some issues.
GK, a little nod of approval there, saying, be well, my friend, he's saying.
He's got a rear axle issue is what I've been told, so hopefully we can get that fixed, get him back in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, be well, my friend. You have to sometimes take something away to realize what you had, Oh, man.
But
and
Kirby
there
Bucket?
There's the emotes, the fans. The fans just, yeah.
Moment of silence for Kirby Bucket.
I agree. Yeah, Dave, that is a big deal. Hopefully just day-to-day. I don't want to say IR yet. IR is a little strong.
No.
IR's a little strong.
And at some point in Game 3, we may see Kirby Bucket do his best Shane Weber impression and drive out there injured.
I'd like to see someone just pull his bandana. Yeah, just kind of just pull him out there.
I don't know. Is that degrading? Is that like pulling him on a leash?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the unwritten rules of handling Kirby Bucket.
I don't think you can do that. I'd rather see you flip him over turtle style than drag him by the bandana. That seems cruel.
Oh, Woj bomb. Yeah, I like that. And here's 0-2 count to Brandon Gregg. Skips that one in there.
Yeah, I believe Kirby will be undergoing a procedure, so hopefully that will have a speedy recovery.
Wish him well. 1-2 count, bases loaded, bottom 1, pivotal spot here. Swing and a miss. He's done it. No, he's saying tip.
See that? It's sort of an exaggerated, that lean back on that last pitch is something we kind of see from Levi Lawrence, where he kind of leans back and forth into the pitch. That was nasty, back foot.
Yeah, I got him back foot there, got him to swing over the top. That's a big pitch there. Gets out of a jam unscathed.
Yeah, and gets it 54, but his body language made it seem like he was trying to pump that one in there at 70.
Really, for the first time tonight, the Cajuns got a chance to extend on a lead. They've taken the lead in both games, just have been just pounded in that bottom half of the first every time. Finally, the Cajuns get some breathing room, and let's see if they can take
Straining the
advantage of it.
bases loaded, too. That's, the
That's
Snappers,
huge.
If they do drop this game, the Snappers are going to be looking back on that first inning thinking, we left the bases loaded. You can't let that happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's a big momentum changer, and the Cajuns got to capitalize here. This is a big top of the second inning here.
Yeah, despite the high-scoring games, there have been quite a few runners left on base, so whichever team can try to convert more of those, I think, is going to be coming out on top this Game 3.
Trench. Do we risk bringing Kirby back early? Does he make it for the series tomorrow? Does he pull a Weber?
I have a feeling he will be back tomorrow.
Hook'em's into Bigfoot, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a bounce back from Kirby at the end of tonight. I know Trench is always talking about how GK likes to take apart and put back together toasters. So
Right, yeah, GK is...
an RC car is no different.
Very...
Okay, maybe it's a little different, but
GK,
still.
very, very focused on things. Does everything full. Ground ball. Fair ball. That's by GK. That's going to get to the container. Leadoff double. Just what the doctor ordered for the Cajuns. Bo Evans getting it done. And he's stopping at first, but that ball definitely hit the container.
And the Cajuns looking real good here early in Game 3.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
Hopefully trying to have a short memory and forget about those first 2 games and focus on trying to get this third one.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, not getting swept. I mean, Chad Phillips talks about that a lot when he's in the booth with me. Getting one game is huge out here. It's so much. You walk away feeling pretty good about yourself. It looks like we have a new poll up. Let me bring that down. If we can take a look at that new poll. Been a while since I've seen a poll. Which team finished? Oh, I don't like
your
that poll.
Warbirds early lead in this poll.
Hook'em, I have a good Bigfoot story. I don't know if I want to tell it yet. Got an interesting Bigfoot story. My dad's like into Bigfoot.
Okay,
dude.
I don't think you can say that and not
tell
it. Maybe in between innings we'll have to get into that.
55 into the pan. Will Morris took 56 into the pan before that. The count was wrong. Now it's 2-2. You're like my dad and the father-in-law meeting. It's always like a weird moment. The first time the father-in-law and my dad meet for the first time.
They both bonded about Bigfoot?
Right. I don't really know where it's going to go. My father-in-law and my dad are pretty different people.
They were up until 4 a.m. talking
bonded.
about Bigfoot?
Oh, they talked about Bigfoot
the whole time?
For hours, dude. Yeah. For hours. It was like their bonding moment was big. Their conspiracy in these YouTube videos on Bigfoot.
So do either of them subscribe to the Bigfoot versus Sasquatch? Are they the same thing? Are they different?
I see. This is where I fall off the conversation. Once I get into detail, because I just made fun of them the whole time.
Yeah,
fouled off by Morris.
As you should.
Yeah, I just made fun of both of them. My father-in-law thinks that he swore in one of our hiking pictures that he's seen Bigfoot in my Instagram story or whatever. So, and that's ripped up the middle. Briner has a beat on it, and that's him on the ground again for like the fourth or fifth time. He's played a great left field.
All season, too. Taylor, obviously early in the season had that big cast on his hand and wasn't really in the field often, but he's shown a lot of range, not afraid to get on the ground, and catching the ball right before it hits the ground gives you more time to really get to balls. A lot of these wiffle balls hang up.
Here's Devlin.
And oftentimes in the outfield, you can dive for a ball you're not even sure you're going to get to.
Sure.
And since it's a plastic ball, especially in this wind, it hangs up there long enough for you to get there.
It's giving you a little more time. Yeah, no doubt.
If someone hits a riser, that's going to float and just kind of hang up there waiting for you to catch it.
Devlin takes a good eye there. 1 out, runner second base. Big insurance run. Bo Evans there at second base.
Meanwhile, the Warbirds leading in this poll.
Yeah, I know.
Running away with it, Jim.
Try not to look at that poll. It's killing me. Oh, high to center. Bo Evans has smashed. That's way out of here. Big 2-run shot by the Cajuns. That is exactly what they needed.
Devlin Daniel.
Who did I say?
Bo Evans.
Oh, I said Bo Evans. I'm sorry.
Bo Evans scores from third.
Yes,
I might have cut you off there.
No. I apologize. Got to give Devlin Daniel his due there. Got Bigfoot in my mind.
Devlin Daniel, I believe that's his 4th home run of the season.
Wonderful piece there by Daniel. And that gives the Cajuns a 5-0 lead. This is uncharted territory tonight. Nielsen with 1 out. Tink, 59, too hot. Brandon Gray can struggle with that at times.
And you can see the body language. He's kind of frustrated out there.
Well, yeah, he gave up that 2-run shot. That was a big one there. Devlin Daniel. No, swing and a miss. Nielsen got a pitch to hit. Man, Devlin Daniel really paying off that trade there. Yeah, I feel like he hasn't played much for the Cajuns since he's come over.
Yeah, hasn't really pitched a lot. I know the Cajuns do have a fairly deep rotation.
Yeah, why isn't Devlin Daniel pitching tonight?
Yeah, they haven't. It seems like they haven't really found a spot to fit him in there. Same thing kind of Will Morris was dealing with earlier in the season where he wasn't getting too many innings, but obviously he's been effective.
Right. Ooh, Tank knows. Tank was here last night, and he saw the Legends up 7-1, and we saw how that ended up.
Yeah, far from
Tank
over.
knows. Tank knows.
Especially only the second inning. These games can get out of hand fast.
POW fan, why does he always ask me that? I've got zero cocoa up here. Am I saying something out of line or something?
No, I think he's just a troll.
Oh, okay. He did give some subs, so it's cool.
Yeah. A lot of our most loyal fans are trolls, Jim.
Yeah, I know. I'm a troll too in there, so it's cool.
I mean, I think everyone in the league is to some degree.
Yeah, I'll get in the chat and bust it up a little bit, so no worries. No cocoa tonight, though, unfortunately. Maybe after the series, though. 3-2.
Might be a necessity after this game.
Yeah, after the long booth days, all the action we say, sometimes you just need to relax and have a nice hot cocoa. That's exactly the tonic.
I think every time.
That's really just kind of every night on the couch, but yeah you're right. Broadcast or not. Up the middle. Football. And makes the play. Well done. Off his left foot there.
Right back at him, but
yeah, nice.
Not able to get through.
Yeah. I don't think he knew too much about that, Tom.
Yeah, I think Nielsen, that might be the third time he's ripped one up the middle and still got out.
Here's Leday. Tough challenge here. Let's see if Leday can get going. 58. That's too hot. And Greg he's talking himself out there. He's having trouble with that.
Yeah,
that
you can see the frustration.
Yeah, because out of his hand, he just feels like he threw a great pitch, and he can't figure it out. And spinning ball, Greg all over that, and fires that little aggressive fire. You see pitchers do that.
77 miles per hour.
I saw Alex Fernandez do that last night, kind of take out some frustration on those throws.
Yeah, I mean, I think even when there isn't any frustration, it's fun to throw it as hard as you can to the backstop.
Yeah, you do it just for fun. Yeah.
I like to light up the radar gun.
Yeah, that's true.
With the 55 mile per hour limit, sometimes it's fun to know how hard you can throw it.
That's true. It's like a Sand Vipers team policy.
Briner known for that as well. He
right.
often throws 95 or more to that backstop. Something that's fun. Sometimes you see in the chat, you can't throw a wiffle ball that fast. You can.
Yeah, you can. I mean, Taylor Briner throws them hard. AK throws them hard.
Yeah.
Bird throws gas from the mound, and I've seen him running up there pretty good.
Yeah, common misconception in wiffle ball is that you can't throw it as hard as a baseball because the baseball's heavier, but the wiffle ball actually, since it's lighter, you can throw it harder, but obviously it slows down so fast. You see a ball with 80, 90 mile an hour exit velocity, it's still only going to go 120 feet.
Baseball, obviously, a much heavier ball. It'll stay 90 the whole time.
Yeah, when it gets to the plate, the baseball is much faster.
Sure, no doubt. No doubt about that. As we are moving on into the bottom of the second inning, Snappers chasing 5 really for the first time tonight.
Yeah, really, this is the first. I mean, I know the Cajuns have scored. They've tacked a run on in the first inning of each game, but
yeah,
the Snappers have never really been down.
No, and that gets by Roosh. I think Roosh thought he had that. Put a palm out there for it, but just off his thumb, it looked like. Yeah,
it would have been a great play had he robbed Taylor of a hit there, but he's thinking in the back of his head that he could have made that play.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of got to make those plays as the Warbirds have a 51 to that Tink.
May have skipped in there, I'm not sure.
Skip in there? I can't
as
tell.
you see, which team finishes in last place? The Warbirds, 58% of the vote.
Oh, come on.
No faith in you, Jim.
No, man,
they have no faith in you.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
We're hot. We've won 3 of our last 6. That's big time.
Yeah.
We're a hot squad right now.
Trade deadline coming up. I wonder if Warfield's going to make another move.
I don't know. Maybe. Well, we have 6 games with the Night Owls left. So still 6 to play. Of our last 6 series, 2 of them are with the Night Owls.
The Night Owls, a very high variance team, as whether those out-of-town guys are in attendance or not. If they've got both of them against you, that's pretty tough luck.
I know they'll have both of them tomorrow. We haven't really talked about tomorrow's series much. Night Owls Lightning also played. So, yeah, these 3 teams playing each other a ton here down the stretch. The Warbirds did win their series with the Lightning. That helps. We took 4 of 6 from them, and it's going to come down to...
Yeah, that head-to-head is definitely going to be something we're going to start talking about toward the last few weeks of the season.
And ball 4. And everyone in the chat always wants to trade me. I'm like trade bait in the chat. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
Seems unlikely. You're practically the manager of the Warbirds at this point.
The Warbirds, we like, you know, I don't think winning a POW championship is. We're all going to the Aviators game tomorrow. A bunch of us Warbirds, you know, we hang out off the field and generally have similar interests and things like that.
So
like
when did
I wouldn't even mind playing. I've said multiple times I'd be okay in the Taco League. I know everyone laughs at me when I say it.
I mean, I think you say that, but if that actually were to be the case,
you know me, I like the co-ed style. I like the lower competitive.
you like hitting home runs, and you would hit more home runs in a lower division. It's true.
I do like hitting home runs.
But I do think that you'd be missed if you were in the Taco League, and I think you would miss it too.
Sure, always. I agree.
But I'm sure you'd be back a season later. Wouldn't be a long.
Well, we have to play our way out of the Taco League, don't we?
Or if you fail to play your way back into the league, you can just enter the draft, I believe.
Right, and that's ripped, and that's through. That's a mistake on defense there. And is that dirty? Does that score a run? And if that gets through clean, that's.
And that's the second ball this inning that they just were unable to keep in front of them.
That's a routine double play there. At least a force out.
Routine's a strong word, but that's
a
double play that they could have made.
I keep my baseball brain says the old touch first and go to second play, but that's not happening out here. Oh man! And there's nobody out. The bases are loaded, and that 5-run lead is going to get squeezed. And it's a jam ball. Here's a double play ball. Goes to third.
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Oh, and you see Roosh throwing his headband down.
Oh, no, I would be too.
Thankfully, that ball actually stays in play. That almost got airmailed out of play down that third base line, but it stays in, hits the wall.
Oh.
But they're unable to get any outs there, as that looked like a double play ball.
Oh, no.
And you see Bo Evans sitting down there on third base. He can't believe it. Morris,
no.
That's again where they have Morris playing shortstop in that infield. Usually he's an outfielder. No Sashi Boba tonight.
That's 3 outs right there, Tom.
Yeah, no Sashi Boba tonight. Really kind of coming to bite the Cajuns a little bit. Normally he's in that infield, and you know, say what you want about the guy. He's a strong infielder. He keeps the ball in front of him and he makes the throws.
Oh man, Tom. Does it sound like I have 5,000 points on the Cajuns?
A little bit.
Because I do. And I am not happy. Oh, boy. No pain. That's right. 3 months. He's back. Swing and a miss by DHJ.
And the old WIFFLE gods. I mean, just 1 out now. Base is still loaded. And
oh, boy.
if Roosh can get out of this jam, then expect him to be extremely loud as he walks off the field if he gets out of this jam somehow.
I was waiting for it. Right there, I was just like, man, Roosh got the big double play ball.
I mean, you see him spike that headband?
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. I get it. I totally get it. And it happens. Because that was a pretty routine one there.
Gosh darn it. As you often hear phrases like that out of Roosh. Not wanting to curse.
Yeah, Roosh is one of those guys. He doesn't curse at all, huh? That's
No,
right. That's right. Yeah. I've heard that before.
Yeah, he says.
I can't say the same.
He says a lot of dang it's.
Yeah,
a lot of dag nabbit. Shoot.
That's great. Misses outside. Dag nabbit. Swing and a miss. Two. That misses down. Oh boy. Roosh grinding out there. He's probably had enough outs in this inning to get out of it. Here we go. And he misses, and it's a good play. Morris. No, he overruns it. Goes to second. And that's gonna score a run though. Bases are loaded.
That's right.
Oh, Morris, man, that ball was hit so hard, but kind of was rushing to get that, and he overran it. And the double play goes awry again.
They do get the out, though, this time. But
yeah, now it is recorded, but first and third, danger is still here.
And Briner back up. Roosh may be thinking about that play earlier in the inning that went right back to him.
Oh, no.
He was unable to knock down.
Is it a Cajun collapse, Tom?
Oh,
Is it hashtag Cajun collapse?
I don't know. A 5-run lead isn't necessarily the collapse
Yeah.
they had. I think they were up by 7 in extra innings, though. The famous game against the Bombers that they dropped.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker. I remember that one. I mean, the Vaders had a pretty big collapse against the Ones. The Legends last night fell. I mean, that one was more. I mean, it was early in the game.
Yeah, the back and forth, I wouldn't call it collapse, but oh boy.
And that's shaved.
You know, we often mention Jesse Capps and his pants out there, but Roosh going for the knee pads over pants look that we've seen all season. Kind of goofy.
Ground ball. Morris. Man, just...
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Looks
these
to
guys,
third, but
these
there's no
Cajuns
force
are
over there.
scaring me out there on defense, Tom. Just kind of not really prepared.
And, I mean,
That is the third out.
just
We had a strikeout.
2 runs in that inning is
2 forced
kind of a
second.
blessing for the Cajuns.
I don't know how there's only 2 runs scored there, Tom.
Yeah,
that was a lot of action. We saw a lot of questionable defense for sure, but
What could go wrong did. Roosh did a good job
give
of,
Ryan Roosh some credit.
you know,
yeah.
going past that, working on getting the next guy out, control what you can, and move on to the next batter.
Channels his frustration into jamming up some right-handed batters, getting some weak ground balls, and yeah, good job on him. Probably recorded 5 outs that inning, so
Yeah.
impressive work by Roosh keeping his team ahead. But that's a little warning sign to the Cajuns. Hey, 5's not enough. Keep hammering. Got to hammer at it. That's got to be the message in the dugout. Oh yeah, ball into the booth. Man, we had like 4 or 5 of those last night. Here we go. Brandon Gray getting out there with 1 walk in the 3rd inning. Been a slow night of wiffle ball at the Hideaway. Already past 9 p.m. out here on the West Coast, or West region, I should say. And here's Ryan Roosh leading it off.
And it looks like he might be doing a bit of a defensive shift, playing Roosh as if he's a left-handed hitter, as he often does go the other way. And as well, he's facing a left-handed pitcher in Brandon Gregg.
Let's see if Roosh tries to go opposite field. He hasn't really done that a whole lot tonight. Ooh, gets a pitch to do it with there, but well located down in the zone.
Spikes that one 64, not really close, but ahead in the count, maybe trying to throw a couple of waste pitches, see if he can get Roosh to get himself out. But he won't there. Evens the count at 2-2.
Two, top 3rd. Leadoff man. Swing and a miss.
Ooh.
A little drop ball. We talk about that often in our Warburg's dugout. With Greg, you really got to see him up. You know, it's always going south. If it starts down, it's going to finish down. And a good example of that there.
Yeah, and 3 pitches hot in a row. Able to get Roosh to chase that last one. As you see, Devlin Daniel kind of safe from the bench. That's another one, 62 over that speed limit.
That misses.
Slows it down after
You
that.
really got to get Greg out of the game. I mean, walking him out is the first step. I mean, if I was the Cajuns, that'd be objective 1. Ahead of the count here, you got Wilson to follow. And that miss is 3-1 here. I mean, is this an auto take for you, Tom?
Yeah, for me, when it's a 3-1 count, I have a hard time swinging at anything. Even if it is that perfect pitch, you still might roll over.
No
I mean,
runners
and
on base and nobody
yeah.
in scoring position. Someone in scoring position, I'd say you're swinging here. But he's swinging here, and that's going to go in front of Taylor Briner. Ooh, almost got a paw on that. Man, Briner has been all over the place out there in the outfield.
Reaches up, not quite able to get under that one, but Briner's been great in the outfield tonight. And even over the past 3 weeks, I would say.
Geez, there's 395 viewers, but if you look at our chat, it looks like there's only being 3 of them. It's just my manager and the Bombers. Jeez, guys.
Going at it.
Yeah, let our chats for the viewers, boys.
That's what these guys on
Goodness.
TikTok are missing, the PLW
Yeah.
drama, the players going at it,
yeah.
going at each other.
Yeah, the players are already going at it on the field. Let our viewers have some chat space. Jeez, guys. Here's Will Morris. Oh, it's off his head.
right off the
51
noggin.
miles an hour.
And you see both benches have been worn, Jim.
And POW fan, my man, does it again. I think that, man, he's given at least 5 tonight. If not all 7 of his subs he's given in total have been tonight. It's good stuff.
Filling in for Dragon Lady, it seems.
Yeah, well, he made a promise. He said, if you come from TikTok, I'm gifting subs. And he's come through. I love seeing that. Like guys that follow through like that. It's good stuff. Oh, another one. Here we go. Taco. And that's into the pan, 53 miles an hour, 3-1.
Nasty.
Most nights, Chris. Yes, most nights. Key on most. 3-2. 1 out. And that's into the dirt there. And Will Morris has walked out Brandon Gregg. And it's going to be J-Dub, Jonathan Wilson, walking out to the mound. They hit him pretty well in his last time out and walked out of that game, too.
And it's been a while since he's been out there. You got to wonder if he'll still be able to find it.
Let's talk about tomorrow a little bit, Tom. We have a really good relegation battle tomorrow. Lightning and Night Owls. And the rumor is James Stein and Randy Dalby are coming.
Yeah, they both will be in attendance. So the Night Owls pretty much at full strength. I don't think there's really anyone that won't be there. So this will be a good look at their first time at full strength after this big roster overhaul that Nick DeVella's made.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch that Night Owls team. The Lightning are playing pretty well. A little hiccup last week, but they still hit the ball really well, put up a ton of runs. And that offense, that lineup, since the trades of Anthony Michael, really solidified that lineup and the emergence of Cody Reynolds as well. So,
yeah, the Lightning are really running pretty hot right now. They've got a lot more confidence at the plate, and they've got a lot more confidence in each other and their teammates, and it seems like they've got a lot more energy. Once they start to get going, they keep their foot on the gas pedal. And that's something we didn't really see early in the season from them.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see if if either team can find a sweep there. That's going to be huge. So taking 2 of 3, it kind of keeps everybody in the same position in that series tomorrow. And it's going to be J-Lo and Trench in the booth tomorrow. A night off for us.
It's going to be some must-see TV,
Yeah,
I think.
J-Lo and Trench getting in some booth time. That's going to be a real fun pair. So I'm looking forward to that.
I believe James Stein has only played about 6 games so far this season, so we're going to see a lot of him down the stretch for the Night Owls. That's going to be a huge boost for their pitching staff.
Absolutely. Ball up in the zone. Devlin Daniel, I should say. And J-Dub comes in and gets a big out. 2 away. 1 away. No, yeah, I am right. 2 away. Sorry. Here's Nielsen. I feel like Nielsen's been up in big spots all night.
2 on, 2 out again for Nielsen. I was just about to say it.
Yeah.
It seems like he's been up in this spot every time. Let's see if he can capitalize this time.
That's inside. Just misses. Good pitch.
See a lot of movement out of Nielsen in his batting stance.
Tinks 54. POW fan. Fair enough. Good job tonight. You did well. You did well. Appreciate the support. It's been a really good night for subs and bits and all that stuff. So we'll touch on that at the end of the broadcast. Inside to Nielsen. And I saw your earlier POW fan. I saw that it's at jdodos02 on Instagram. Can give me a follow there at jdodos02. Here's the pitch. See, no, he tipped that. He had a definite tip. I heard it here in the booth. 2-2, 2 outs. This is a true Deuces Wild scenario here.
If only it were the second inning.
2-2, yes. The
In a tie game.
The second inning would be perfect. If it was tied at 2, that'd be elite Deuces Wild. But this qualifies. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-2 count. And it's into the pan, 60 miles an hour. Too fast. And now if you get a walk on J-Dub, it starts getting very, very interesting.
It's already interesting.
It is already interesting. Yeah, you're right.
The snappers might have to hit the panic button.
Yeah, the snappers pitching situation is a storyline. And that's up, and that's a walk. And that's going to load the bases.
And there you hear Ryan Roosh
and that's
waking
bring
up.
A very dangerous hitter. It turns the lineup over for you-know-who, Andrew Leday. And the Cajuns have a shot to pack a punch in this game.
Leday won the batting title last season. And well on his way to doing it again this season.
Yeah, Leday.
3rd in batting average, so definitely in the mix.
Leday, yeah, he's right on my heels, man. And I don't think he's going to be going anywhere either. Yeah.
He's just so consistent at the plate. I mean, I think he's had 1 bad series the whole time, and it looks like they're having a little conference as to what to do about him, where to set their defense. Are they going to give him the Barry Bonds treatment? and walk him with the bases loaded. Perhaps maybe pitch around him, but Wilson walking out that would not be good for this Snappers team.
Yeah. I don't think you can afford a walk here, Tom. Yeah, that's going to really cripple the pitching staff. As I know it feels like, we're well into this game, but it's only the top of the third. I mean, this is
a lot of game
very
left.
slow-paced third game here.
Both teams taking their time.
Look at this, 2-1 count, big action pitch here.
And you see some chirping coming from Ryan Roosh over on the sideline, saying he's not even trying to throw a strike.
Oh my gosh, this is not good.
Expect a ball over the plate right here.
He's going to go for it. Oh, a day hacks. And bases loaded, I'm hacking too, absolutely.
Full count, 2 outs. The runners are going to be off with the pitch, Jim.
Oh, the slow pitch softball won that pull. No way.
Let's go! Come on!
Did he foul tip that?
Come on!
He did not foul tip that. I thought I heard a foul tip, and Wilson gets the strikeout on the ball 4. That's a huge strike 3. Oh, and man, look at this.
Wilson.
The Snappers really throwing some punches. They don't belong in the same field as us, is what he said.
A lot of back and forth, and we're still have half a game
now,
left,
that
Jim.
might strike me if I was on the field. I might be hearing that.
Yeah.
That might strike me a little bit there.
And
huge strikeout there.
And let's see if that comment from Wilson kind of backfires and puts a charge into these Cajuns. I mean, sometimes that trash talk gets taken personally, and we've seen it come back to bite teams.
I was expecting Manny Santianas to be doing most of the trash talking, but J-Dub coming in, throwing blows, and it's Ryan Murphy to lead it off. And they're probably just happy that nobody's on base with this guy up, because he's been all over the wiffle ball side.
And another just bases loaded situation, leaving runners on base. I mean, it's been happening all night long, and it's probably going to continue. There's probably going to be a lot more of those situations with runners on.
Yep.
And the pitchers have been getting out of it.
Here we go. It's going to be Ryan Murphy leading this thing off. Roosh, that's a cookie. And Devlin Daniel didn't really charge that one. That ball's hit hard. He kept it in front of him for a single.
92 miles per hour off the bat of Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy, just his demeanor at the plate looks dangerous. He's not getting fooled by anything right now.
Yeah, and Roosh just kind of lofting that one in there. It seemed like he was just kind of giving up on that one, just maybe hoping he would just hit into an out.
Yeah, I mean, this Roosh slider and his 12-6 just hasn't really been as sharp as I've seen it in the past. Swing and a miss, J-Dub. Taking a hack at a ball out of the zone there. 1-2 count. Bottom third. 5-2 Cajuns. This has been a very, very good game 3. And strike 3. Ryan Roosh, is he going to give anything back? No, he's not. He's going to keep it composed. I thought he might shoot a couple shots.
Got a little
back.
smile.
A little smile at J-Dub.
I think he might have had something up there ready to say, but he thought better of it.
Yeah. It's only the third inning, Tom. I'm still thinking these two teams might get into it a little bit, and that's Roosh not going to give that chase. Fouled away. Oh, Santiana's lucky to see another pitch here. Gets a second life. 0-2. Real competitive third game here. He's going to throw 55 low. Tries to back foot him there, Tom. Where does Roosh go here?
I think he's going to throw another ball outside the zone.
And he does. He gets the over-the-top swing, Tom. That's why he is the PLW pitching leader here. Tom Gannon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Roosh doing a great job. I mean, all season he's been trying to get ahead in the count. You see that little cookie he threw to Murphy.
Yeah.
If he doesn't rip that for a single, suddenly he's ahead in the count. He can afford to kind of play with a couple pitches. So I think that's what he's really trying to do. Every at-bat, I think he's trying to get that first pitch strike.
And here's Shane Weber, leading the league in most knee injury categories. He does have a single, though.
I think he might be tied for the lead league. We've got Tony Garay as well
Tony
on that
Garay,
list.
good call. Oh, yeah. Forgot about Tony.
As I mentioned, Boba, who the Cajuns are kind of missing tonight. Defensively, I think they're really missing Boba.
Oh, no.
Off his hands, and that's going to be out of play.
Out of play. It's not out of play. It's just a one base.
Dead ball.
It's just like, it's like bouncing one into the.
Yeah.
It's like bouncing a throw there.
A dead ball. That ball kind of, gets in there with all the other balls. So it's, you can tell he picks up the right one. But
you know how I like to play that one, Tom? Is I like to come around that ball.
Yeah.
And get around the spin instead of trying to make it a lunging catch.
Yeah.
Let it hit the ground and spin into you.
He did have two hands on that one, so I think he might have made the right play there. But you're right. He did have time to just kind of dance around it, and then, you have that 5 seconds.
That ball had a ton of spin on it, but now runner in scoring position now. And that could be a big one. Defense has really, really hurt the Cajuns. And honestly, this game should still be 5-0, and we should be in the top of the fourth. So let's see if that always comes back to bite you out here, Tom, over and over again. And it's a ground ball, and Morris,
Wow.
Whoa! Ryan Rouge slows it down for Will Morris, catching it on the run, and in stride, hitting second base for the force out. Look at this. Yeah, just kind of like led him like a nice slant route there over the middle.
That was a quick out. I believe that was about 2 seconds. He tagged second base right there.
Well, Ryan Rouge got a huge right hand to that as I'm watching the replay here on my
Bounces
monitor.
right into Morris's lap.
Yeah, and just absolutely hits him in stride.
What a bounce. I mean, that's the
Tom
type of break.
Brady-esque there.
That's the type of break that these Cajuns really needed.
Right. That's huge. That ball, coming off of the pitcher, that can really ricochet anywhere, Tom. Very, very fortunate that falls
Yeah, we
into that lap.
saw a ball earlier that went off, I want to say Brandon Gregg, to the side of
that
Manny
went all the way
Sentence.
to right field.
Sometimes
Sure.
the ball, you deflect the ball and it actually goes away from going right at a defender. That time goes right to a defender.
Man, and to the Cajuns' liking there, they get out of it, and they're going to get another chance to extend.
And you see the Snappers look a little deflated after that play.
Man, it's a roller coaster of emotions, Tom.
Yeah,
and they're just pumped up, and then back to being deflated.
Yeah, Wilson may be the most pumped I've seen him all season after getting that strikeout with the bases loaded to end the inning, but...
Ooh, J-Lo, I see you. J-Lo getting ready for her booth appearance tomorrow with some bits. I mean, Tom, we got some clout, man. We completed a hype train tonight. I mean, we did it in game one in a 9-1 game. I mean, it was just a hype train comes, and we disposed of that thing. We disposed of it. Beautifully. Beautifully done.
Oh, and you see Wilson and Roos kind of
this is
going
good
back
stuff.
and forth.
Ground ball third base. GK feels that cleanly. Normally doesn't do that. The throw is good enough. Gets there in time. And GK with some hands. Usually bats those down and gets up and makes the play. Not that
Got a little
time.
tape on his fingers. I wonder if he's having some issues.
Yeah, you're right. Good
Some
observation.
impact.
Here's a Bo Evans having a nice night at the plate. And he holds off.
There's that sort of trench vegan vaporizer that seems like Wilson's starting to find.
Yeah, Wilson starts to slow that thing down. He can get a ton of bend on that slider for sure. And
there it is
swing
again.
and miss.
Same pitch, virtually.
Oh, I guess I'm not funny enough for Big Al, man. I'm sorry.
I don't think either of us are.
Sorry, Al. I apologize, man.
Kind of tough to compete
Trent
with
will
that
be in
guy.
there tomorrow. You just stay tight, buddy.
Hang tight, buddy.
Yeah. And there's center field. It's got some wind, but not enough.
Ooh, Bo Evans is going to have to hang tight as well as he's going to head back to the dugout.
Swing and a miss.
The old stop ball.
Yeah, that ball is coming in there slow. It's got these hitters out in front a little bit.
It's got the wind. It's slowing down. Even without the wind, that pitch slows down. So with a little breeze blowing out, kind of exaggerates that movement.
Thanks, Al. Appreciate that. Glad I have the approval of Big Al Fernandez. It's good. What about Tom? Tom's good. He's having a good time.
Am I?
Yeah, you are good, Tom. Swing and a miss. J-Dub getting it done. Keeping this game 5-2. Tom, this game's kind of hit the brakes a little bit here. Had some scoring in the first few innings, but some donuts being put up by these pitchers.
Yeah,
And
Will Morris kind of opening up an account at Chase Bank with that one.
very, very interesting turn of events in this game. I thought we were in for a kind of a game two, but not quite heading that direction.
It looked like that in the first inning. It looked like this was going to be a 15-run game.
Sure, absolutely.
But
And we got some
as I
fireworks.
say it, I'm sure it's going to change. But the wind seems to have died down a little bit. It's really been off and on all night. It's kind of swirling at times, stopping, starting.
I can never predict the wind out here. I try hard. I spend time in my backyard, Tom. I'll sit there and just
Throw some leaves up in the air and see where they go.
I try to figure it out, man. Especially I get out there on these windy nights, and I just can't figure it out sometimes, man. It just stays all night long. I've lived in some windy cities. I've lived on the beach, and here it'll go 48, 72 straight hours in this city and won't stop. Here's Taylor Briner. Now he gets under that. It's gone.
wow.
Taylor Briner, how did he hit that out?
Just over the outstretched arm of Devlin Daniel, too.
Oh,
Barely gets it
man.
over his hand.
That pitch was way in on his hands, sucks him into his body, gets some barrel on that ball, keeps it fair, just over the container. I want to say that's his first home run of the evening.
I think you're right.
First home run of the evening for Taylor Briner on a night where the Snappers have put up, 20-plus runs, and it's 5-3. Oh, no. This is going to be a big sweat. And it's ball one. Murph, this is not the guy you want to face, Tom.
And if they keep this inning rolling, expect the Snappers to get really loud, especially against Roosh on the mound, who's known for being a bit loud himself.
Yeah, I still think there's going to be a lot of conflict in this game, Tom. Buckle up. It's only the fourth.
Yeah, I think we might be just getting started.
Yeah,
the second half of this game is going to be intense.
Let's get fired up. Agree. That's down and in, and Roosh is missing the zone. He doesn't really want to come into Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy has done enough damage tonight. He comes in there and spins on that.
Trying to do a little more damage, but
Big
unable to come up with it.
Big out. And it's going to be a J-Dub, Jonathan Wilson. A bit of quietness going on at the hideaway. Both these teams focused, dialed in out there.
We had that pregame graphic a lot of people saw on Facebook and Instagram is the playoff hunt, and I think both of these teams are realizing that this is one of those games that at the end of the season, you want to make sure this one's in the win column.
No doubt. And yeah, me and Kyle were talking about that last night, Tom, how the conversations up in the booth are going to start turning that way, man. The playoff push is here. As the calendar turns to May, it's going to be, all these series are just going to have so much implications.
Yeah, the playoff picture is really starting to take shape.
It is, and J-Dub.
And I think the Snappers might be in it.
Oh, and he throws the bat to Roosh. Look at this. And he throws it in. Yeah. Oh, man. Like you said, we're just getting started, Tom. Just
Wilson.
Getting started. J-Dub throwing
taking out some frustration on that ball.
Yeah. That ball was smacked. That's his fourth home run tonight, I believe. Staying inside the ball beautifully and throwing a bat back at it was like a Piazza Clemens moment there. Yeah.
And then you see Roosh pick up the bat and throw it down to the third baseline.
Yeah, good stuff. Ground ball. Roosh is off of it and fires. Second out.
Good bounce back there from Roosh getting it out, getting back on track. They still have a one-run lead.
You've got 7 outs, up by 1, 7 outs. That's just too many outs. 1 run's not going to do it. Cajuns need to add on. And it's
First, they need to get back in that dugout, Jim.
Yes, they do. And they got Shane Weber with the hit stick in hand. Oh, that's my favorite bat. And Weber's saying they're pitching around him. 2-1. Swing and a miss, 56 miles an hour.
Weber was looking for a Kirk Gibson moment right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Five-4 ball game. And he reaches for that one. Roosh ranging, makes the play.
Roosh going back to that sort of weird, exaggerated
Yeah, you're
lean.
right.
He's been doing that a lot this game.
Trying to throw off the timing a little bit there. And, man, the Cajuns still leading an ever-shrinking lead, Tom. And the Cajuns are playing with fire here.
They are, and I think they're really going to have to get back on track, get the offense moving again. I mean, they were up 5-0, and now they're letting the Snappers crawl back, inching back 1-2 runs at a time, and now they're really going to have to, as you see, lead umpire Chad Phillips.
Oh, what a shot by Trevor Bauer. That's right, Trevor Bauer. He's the best in the business, folks. Yeah, got him, yeah. Nice work over there. Chad Phillips, everybody. Going to be in action tomorrow. That Lightning Night Owl series, I'm going to be at the Aviators game, but I'll be tuning in on Twitch for sure while I'm there because the Aviators game may not be...
Going to see some fireworks.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great series. Yeah, the Lightning, I kind of fancy them tomorrow, to be honest, even with the players showing up. But we'll see. Oh, and J-Lo doesn't like that. Look at that. Boom, get Sparkles off the camera. J-Lo's going to bring the heat in the booth tomorrow with Chad Phillips playing, J-Lo in the booth. Yeah, that's going to be a hot broadcast. I'd tune in tomorrow. Friday is going to be definitely a contentious series, as I think this one's going to be top 5, 5-4. This is getting interesting. 2 strikes here. Jonathan Wilson has done really some virtuoso work coming out of the bullpen here. Brandon Gregg was getting touched up a bit. Insert Jonathan Wilson, and the offense has stopped for the Cajuns.
Yeah, I mean, Wilson's kind of on the bubble of that Cy Young conversation, even with that 2.22 ERA.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been, and not only does he have these good numbers, he's been pitching with the wind blowing out quite often.
Yeah, I don't...
Makes those numbers even more impressive when you consider that.
You know, he's been surprisingly the Snappers' best pitcher coming into the season. There's no way you would have said that, right?
Yeah,
And
Taylor Briner coming off a Cy Young campaign.
He's easily been their best pitcher this year if you look at the numbers. And that's inside 2-2, just misses. Devlin Daniel putting together a good at-bat. Daniel with a big home run earlier in this game. 3-2 payoff pitch. Ground ball. Caps off of his chest into center field. Gregg. And he's going to fire that into the parking lot. And the Snappers have some defensive problems of their own here. A lead-off base runner on second base. We are just getting started here, Tom.
Yeah, Brandon Gregg lets his hair down, but he can't keep the ball down. Airmails that.
And Brandon Gregg's let the hair down. Look at that.
Then you finally get your chirp from Manny. That's the only way he can get on base, even though he did hit a home run into that second row of palm trees earlier.
He did bomb a home run earlier, but that's cool. Casey Nielsen. And gets jammed up, 57 miles an hour, a little bit hot. I don't know, Trench, why that happened. It kind of rolled up Jesse's forearm off his chest into center field. And then Brandon Gregg let his hair loose and let that throw loose.
Yeah, I mean, I think Caps, he took a knee and that ball was kind of headed right at him. I'm not really sure how that spun off him.
Yeah, he just tried to block it instead of field it there and paid the price for it, and that's fouled off. Yeah, and now we have 1 and 2. Casey Nielsen trying to turn this lineup over and to get to Andrew Ledet. And swing and a miss. And J-Dubs, that slider's really working tonight.
An interesting scoring play on that airmail. I think it actually might be 2 one-base errors instead of a 2-base error, because I'm not sure that throw would have been within the 5 seconds. So Jesse kind of making the error to take away the out, and then Brandon Gregg giving him second base with a second one-base error.
Right. An inadvertent throw there. Yes, and here's Ledet.
Unique scoring play. Might have to check the iPad at the end of this game.
How many 49-mile-an-hour sliders are you going to be able to get by Ledet is the question.
I think the answer might be 0.
Yeah, and really grinded out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches that last at-bat. And he's going to get 51 in there, and the answer is not 0, Tom.
You said 49.
Yeah, that's right. It was too hot. As Ledet was up in a big situation, bases loaded, 2 outs. Wilson got the strikeout. Another big one here. Ground ball. Left-handed stop by Kelly to Gregg, and Gregg throws it into the backstop. Gregg, Kelly, GK getting the stop.
Gregg to Gregg on that one. Wilson threw, I think this was a screwball or some sort of 2-seam. That was a different offering out of
more of a
Wilson.
straight ball from Wilson there. Yeah, it definitely wasn't a slider.
Kind of a 2-seam fastball.
Saves a run there. And if you keep this 5-4, Tom, I just don't think the Cajuns can hold on. It's possible, but...
Yeah, I mean... Plus, if the Snappers take the lead, I think the Cajuns are going to come out in the top of the 6th, and they're going to be pressing a little bit, putting a little pressure on themselves.
Tough hitter at the plate here, though, in Rouge. And that's high. Under it. Caps heading out there and makes the play. Ooh, I thought DHJ would be the guy to come in and make that play, but it's Jesse Caps ranging out, making a nice play.
Another runner left in scoring position. I think it's double-digit runners left in scoring position between these two teams just in this third game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the Cajuns have had so many opportunities to add on to that 5 runs that they do have, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to hold off this Snappers attack.
Yeah, and you hear them knocking in that dugout. They're trying to get that team fired up.
Oh, boy. And it's going to come down to defense. The Cajuns are going to have runners on base likely. Can they make that big defensive play, get a double play from somebody? That hasn't happened yet so far. It's cost them a couple runs, too. So what's going to be the end game here? Is it's going to be Brandon Gregg coming up to the plate. He's got his hair down. That's a lot of hair, Tom.
Quite a bit.
That's a lot of hair.
He might lead the league in hair after Tanek.
He's leading the league in hair. Yes, he is leading the league in hair. Yeah, that's right. Tanek shaved his head.
Unless we're counting body hair, there might be someone that hasn't beat.
Who says we don't have comedy, Tom? You see?
Big Al.
Take that,
That's
Big Al.
that too.
Yeah, we're funny up here.
I don't know if we have to say it. Maybe we're not.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. This here's Mr. Roosh against. Yeah, look at those locks.
I don't even know you can say locks. I think that's a main.
Yeah, Maine. There you go. Well done. Yeah. Nice. Nicely described. And nice pitch there by Ryan Roosh. 50 miles an hour to the pipe. And gets the over-the-top swing on that 12-6, Tom. Greg goes down. The headband beats the hair.
I mean, Roosh and Wilson, this is a marquee pitching matchup. These guys are 2 of the top 5 pitchers in the league by most statistics.
Briner coming off of a home run. Solo shot, his last at bat. Look at Kyle Lohman subscribed. 11 months. Always hate when that subscription runs out. 11 months. That's commitment there from the Lightning leadoff man.
Oh, we've got Berwin Wiffle in the chat. Those guys from the Chicago area.
Oh, Tom getting some love. Love that.
Saw those guys at the NWLA tournament last year. Great group. Played there our first game of the day.
Appreciate the support. Love when other leagues drop in. Absolutely. Appreciate that. And Tom Gannon is a legend, a wiffle ball legend.
Legend's a strong word, but I show up.
You're still young. Got time. High fly. This game's tied, ladies and gentlemen. Taylor Briner's found the home run swing. Consecutive at bats.
Speaking of wiffle legends, Jim.
Yeah, Taylor Briner is insane.
3-time MVP, reigning Cy Young. Broke his hand, had a slow start to this season, but I think he's finally got himself above 300 after this series.
I believe so. And, I believe he's up to about 14 home runs or so already as well. Oh, man.
Yeah, came into this series with, I believe, 12?
Yeah, I think it was 12.
Yeah, 12 home runs, tied for 8th coming into the series, despite playing most of the first half with a broken hand.
54 into the pan against Ryan Murphy. Job not done yet. Have another difficult hitter here. Oh, this is going to be... Oh, man, this is a sad one. Swing and a miss. Ryan Roosh gets 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 5th. He'll take the solo home run. These Cajuns got to add on. It's so important.
I believe that's 2 down, right?
2 down, 2 strikeouts. Brandon Gregg struck out, and the strikeout of Ryan Murphy there. Here we go. J-Dub at the plate. What do you do here with J-Dub? I mean, Roosh probably does. I think he does have a walk. And J-Dub's been hitting the ball really well. And that's smacked.
Wow. 87 miles per hour off the bat. These guys are locked in.
He's seen it really, really good. And it's going to be Manny Santillanes. You'll take that if you're Mr. Roosh.
Yeah, I mean, J-Dub, red hot, throws 1 pitch, gets a hard single. That's kind of the same result as a walk if you were trying to maybe pitch around him a little bit.
Yeah, without getting pulled from the game. So
exactly.
Yeah, you'll take the single over the walk for sure. 0-2, big pitch there. And he's going to do that. And he gets a swing and a miss. He gets the over-the-top swing again on that little mechanical Levi thing you keep talking about, Tom.
And he can't believe it. Yeah, and he's been, people got to take note that he's been doing that, and he's been missing low with a lot of those, but he's been getting people to swing. So definitely something to take note of. Add to your scouting reports as
Yeah, I mean, that's what those 12-6s are for. It's getting swings over the top. I mean, that's definitely the kind of location you want to find.
And I think he's doing that with his body to try to get a little more leverage on it, a little bit more over the top kind of.
Pitching down in the zone is certainly nothing new in these types of activities. And
especially in this wind.
Yeah, in this kind of wind, you definitely want to keep the ball down. And Roosh does a good job there, gives up the solo home run. Tom, you got that nice little circle light featuring your head there. Yeah, perfect position. And we're going to get started here in the bottom, on top of the 6th.
Bo Evans.
On this action. It's Bo Evans. I mean, Jonathan Wilson, what a performance with the bat. But I think his bullpen work in Game 3 is almost more impressive. I mean, he has shut the door completely.
And not almost. I mean, in these conditions, to just completely shut down an offense for multiple innings, I mean.
No doubt. Yeah, absolutely.
Got Evans to chase that sort of outside floater last time. Let's see if he wises up this time around.
It's going to be a 3-1 count here. And, man, Tom, we might be in for a wild 6th inning here.
I think it might be a red light.
Let's see. Yeah, this is a red light scenario for sure. But no, Evans is going to take a hack at that.
The last time we said that, Evans ripped a single.
Yeah, that's an approach adjustment, I think. I mean,
I believe that was a strike anyway. So.
It was a strike anyway. You don't want to be too results-oriented because it may not be a strike in the future. He's going to pop that one up. GK is underneath it, and he cradles that home for the first out. Will Morris will be the next man up.
Yeah, Evans kind of lets out a groan after that one. I think that was a pitch he could handle, but just not quite able to square it up. I mean, with that skinny bat, it's really tough to hit the ball hard, although the Snappers have almost made it look easy tonight.
Sweet swinging Will Morris. They're going to look for something in the zone, something he can drive.
Top of the last.
Lefties should see this slider pretty well. And that's high to right.
My goodness.
Underneath that one, that's got plenty of support, and it's way out of here over the Titanic Field scoreboard. Will Morris has punched the Cajuns ahead.
This was a sky high.
That
was a moonshot.
There's up
That's
in
the
that tier 4
definition.
wins.
That's
Yeah,
the
that thing-
definition of moonshot.
That thing was way high. Never a doubt. Euro step time. Cajuns back in front. Could be a big home run there in this, topsy-turvy roller coaster season that is PLW.
Yeah, I mean, not only did that one get exposed to the wind up there, but it also seemed like it was one of those balls that was a straight up pop up and then it curved into a line drive, almost like a sinker.
That's ball 2. Goodness, that thing was driven.
I think that ball was about 100 feet in the air, if not more.
Is that enough, though, Tom? Is it enough? We're up the middle. Devlin Daniel. Nice job. He's had a nice game offensively. Gets a good pitch to hit and deals with it. Up the middle, single, 1 out. Casey Nielsen finding himself in a big spot yet again.
It seems like every time this guy comes up, it's in a pivotal situation.
I want Andrew Leday coming up in a big spot. That's what I want. And he's on deck, Tom. And I was just going to say, Nielsen, this is a fly ball scenario here. Ground balls cannot happen. Strikeout over a ground ball for sure. You got to make sure you get Leday to the plate here. It's a fly ball or strikeout. And it's going to be ripped. Oh,
wow.
Smack that. And that's even that, though. Even a line drive to Greg Kelly isn't a good thing. Greg Kelly will get in front of that.
Yeah, you don't want to give them an opportunity for a double play.
Fly ball in this scenario. Has to. I mean, he's got to be thinking fly ball. A double play with Leday on deck is just criminal.
I mean, I think tonight it's always a fly ball scenario with this win.
Yeah, you're right. Good point. And that miss is 2-2. Is 6-5 enough, everyone? What do you guys think in the chat? Does 6-5 hold? 3 outs, 3 tough outs coming in the bottom half. 3-2. I'm not so sure. I think the Cajuns need another one. Insurance salesman is out. Selling some insurance. Cajuns need to buy it. And that's up the middle. Nobody home. Yeah, and that's down left side. It's going to move Devlin Daniel to second base. Really, really getting entertaining here.
Briner not really shy diving for a lot of balls tonight, but that one kind of hung up there and he didn't dive for it. That's one of those where, as an outfielder, you almost want to dive just in case, and sometimes the ball hangs up for you.
Tom, I saw you dive for a ball that you're about 8 feet from.
Yeah.
And you weren't even close.
Yeah. And you know what? I've had balls
We
that
made
I
fun
dive.
of you. We made fun of you for sure.
Yeah. Well, some of those balls I dive, I think I have no chance. I'm just diving just to be silly out there, and then suddenly the ball's in my hand.
58 miles an hour for Andrew Leday. Tom, I want to put our attention on Andrew Leday. Him and J-Dub have had some big-time matchups in this game, and here's the third one of Game 3 that these two have squared off.
Yeah, Wilson struck out Leday with the bases loaded just a couple of innings ago. Let out a nice celebratory.
Said they don't belong on the field with him, is what they said.
Yeah.
That's up the middle. Nobody's home. That's an RBI base hit. The insurance has been sold. The Cajuns have bought it, and it's going to be Devlin Daniel coming home to score. And that was on the left side for sure.
Absolutely.
Casey and Nielsen going to be held at second. Oh boy.
These Cajuns stringing hits together, and Ryan Roosh. It's been a bit quiet today, other than those pair of leadoff home runs.
Yeah, Roosh has gotten it started for the Cajuns in both Game 1 and Game 2.
Now let's see if he can finish it.
Waiting for his moment in Game 3. More insurance is for sale.
Still only 1 out as well.
Yeah, 1 out, and this is another fly ball scenario. Double play. Third base is not an option. Easy double play. 4 infielders for Roosh. That came into play once already.
Yeah, Roosh often goes the other way. This is a good situation to be in if you're a guy that likes to go the other way, because if he hits that ball to first base, they're not going to really be able to turn that third to second double play that you see so often. So if he does hit the ball on the ground, I sure hope it's over on that opposite field side.
And that's a ground ball. Caps goes to Briner. Briner fires and it bounces.
Spikes it in there, but that's going to be first and third. 2 down. Bo Evans looking to capitalize. Don't want to leave another runner in scoring position, Jim. It's been happening to both teams all
I
game
feel like
long.
the Cajuns have left, up in the 6 to 7, runners on base range.
It's not even. It's been that many in scoring position, I think.
Yeah, you're right. They've threatened every inning, scored 5 in the first 2 frames, and came up empty in those middle frames. Adding on here.
Yeah, they've just been one hit shy so many times tonight. Not even just this game, but in the first 2 games, they're getting a couple base runners on, and then they just get shut down.
Misses that one away. Good pitch there, trying to get the swing and a miss. Evans has offered at that at times in this series.
Yeah, Wilson's got him on that a few times.
Slider, swing and a miss. And it's going to be 7-5 heading into the final frame. Oh, man, this is going to be a big sweat, Tom. I'm not sure if it's enough.
Yeah, Wilson's saying, give me 3.
Yeah, Snappers are swinging some hot bats. This is going to be a very, very contentious bottom of the 6th. Stick around, everyone. We got ourselves a really, really good bottom half. Both teams need the game badly.
And I think Roosh might be out of innings. What's going on here?
It's Will Morris with wiffle balls in hand.
No, I think he might just be going to warm up in the infield with those.
These are defensive practice wiffle
These guys
balls
are
in hand.
deking me out every time.
Yeah,
Before it was
what
Nielsen
happened?
stepping on the mound, I thought he was going to make his debut.
And the Cajuns showing some heart and some fight here in Game 3. I'm not so sure about that. Don't belong in the field with us comment by Wilson. I think, I think that's kind of what the Cajuns have fed off all year. They picked last. I think a lot of teams have been saying that, hey, we should be beating these guys, and you just don't. And now we're 36 games into this thing, and couldn't be, they're a contender.
Yeah, they're right around 500. I mean, if you're above 500, you're probably going to be in the playoff picture, especially if the Vaders and the Ones are, hogging more of those wins. You might even be able to sneak into the playoffs below 500.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Here's Shane Weber. And they are going to hit Weber. Weber has a single on that knee. 1-1. That's ground ball third base.
This is getting intense. The Snappers bench kind of trying to get loud in between every pitch.
Yeah, this is serious out here, Tom. People in the chat want me to be funny. Not right now, Tom.
This is big game
serious
stuff.
Time, big time stuff. We are not messing around. 1-2 count. Pitch goes sidearm there. Yeah,
coming
drops
after
down,
him.
Drops down, gives him a little warning.
Both benches already been warned, so.
Shane Weber's all over the dish, Tom. He is standing all over that thing. Not going to give up that outside. And that's going to be 3-2. What do you throw here, Tom?
A strike.
A strike. You come with that nice 40-mile-an-hour cookie pitch you throw sometimes.
I mean,
you have to.
If that's what it takes, yeah.
You have to sometimes. And that is a strike. He rolls over the top of it. Ryan Roosh is the happiest man in the ballpark. Seeing that ball come back to him.
And it was that cookie.
And now it's up to Brandon Gregg. Struck out his last time. Got to turn this lineup over to 2 hot hitters.
Yeah, Weber visibly frustrated.
2 outs to go.
See him folding his hat a little bit after that one.
Can Weber be frustrated right now? I mean, the expectation's too high.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Got to admire his
ball
competitive
2.
spirit. Got to admire the competitive
Now they're
spirit.
saying he's not going to hit the strike zone.
Yeah, he started like this to Weber too, though. He came back. And it's ball 3 there. And what do you do here? You got to throw a strike. I want to see Devlin Daniel shut this thing out. I think he can be the guy.
And that's 4.
Oh, no. Who's it going to be? Is it Leday? Leday's grabbing wiffle balls.
I think it's going to be Leday unless he's going to hand those balls off to somebody else. I mean,
No. It's Taylor Briner.
I think Leday's going to have to be the guy, or is he going to one of the Roosh brothers? No, it's going to be
No,
Leday.
it's going to be a absolute rock star matchup, Tom. It's going to be 2 PLW stalwarts. Andrew Leday, Taylor Briner going at it. Tying run at the dish. It could be a 2-run bomb. It could be a walk-off double play. I don't know what's going to happen right now.
Yeah, these guys also teammates and that sort of traveling team.
Yeah.
We've gone to fast pitch tournaments together.
Sure.
Leday, Taylor, myself, and Stein are going to be going to New York to play in that Golden Stick National Championship in August. So a couple of teammates outside the league going at it.
I like it. I like it. Representing our league, you know, we've got to show everybody that we can do a little more than just hit 55.
Yeah.
We do have
Although
some
that is about 55, sort of a 60 mile per hour, but they scuff the balls out there. They use those longer bats.
Got it.
More narrow field, but probably one of the most similar rule sets to PLW.
Got it. Oh, well, you guys should show well then.
Yeah, last year we had
pressure.
Last year we had 2 teams go out, and both of them lost to the team that went on to win the championship by just a single run each. So
interesting times. Well, let's
get back to Vegas here.
Let's look at this star-studded matchup here. GK Rabbit on the sidelines in the chat believes in his man. Taylor Briner, why wouldn't
representing the tying run. Just 1 out.
Sense of quietness, sense of silence going around.
You gotta wonder if Lede might use a walk here and try to get the next guy. But the next guy, the red hot Ryan Murphy.
I don't know. Yeah, Murphy's hit Lede very well tonight. I'm not sure if that's the game plan.
Yeah.
I think he's just thrown two poor pitches and he's gotten himself behind 2-1.
I think he's definitely being careful here, though.
And it's an action pitch here. Briner's going to be licking his chops. And it's up the middle. It's through. It's going to be stopped. It's going to be on the right side. It's going to move Brandon Gregg to third base. And the winning run is at the bat. It's Ryan Murphy, and he has swung a big stick tonight. Tom, I don't have a good feeling right now. With someone with 5,000 WIFFLE points on the Cajuns.
I think if Murphy goes deep here, we're finally going to start hearing his name brought up in those rookie of the year conversations.
Absolutely, no doubt. He's had a big night, and that misses down. Lede doesn't look too confident out there. Oh, this is going to be... If this goes out of the ballpark, Tom, it's going to explode in that snapper's dugout. 1-1.
I think even a base hit might lead to some rowdiness.
A double does tie this game.
Down the third base line.
It's 2-1. Oh, that foul out of the plate there.
He knows he missed one.
Man.
Murphy definitely
good stuff.
wants that one back.
Very good series. This game 3 has been tight. Man, PLW just delivers all week, all season. And scramble. 5-6 hole. It's through. And bobbling it is Roosh. Brandon Gregg comes in to score 7-6. 1 out, first and second. Now a double wins this game, Tom.
Single ties it as well.
Single ties it.
Clean
A
single.
double play ends it. I mean, so many outcomes at play. J-Dub hits the ball hard on the ground. If he hits it at somebody, then you never know.
And you got to wonder what their defensive alignment's going to be. It looks like they're talking it over right now.
I'm absolutely plugging the 3-4 hole, and I'm going to shade Evans to second base to make sure he gets there in time.
Yeah, especially with the lefty Lede facing Wilson. It's a little bit tougher to go the other way.
I like squeezing Morris down more even.
I completely agree.
Oh, it's 53. Yeah, squeeze him down more. Take away that 3-4 hole.
Even have Bo Evans a little bit more up the middle. I mean, obviously you don't want to give Wilson that whole side, but if Lede can pitch to his defense and stay on the inside half.
57. Now Wilson takes it. And if I'm Lede, I may throw that exact same pitch again at 58. I'm not sure Wilson can hang off that twice. If he's taking that pitch, he's seeing the ball very, very well.
I think it's going to be a changeup.
It is, but it's 58. But it's a changeup. I have a hard time explaining that, but it was a changeup.
Yeah. So that pitch slows down a lot. So he just threw a 57, a slider with a lot of spin. So that ball didn't really slow down much at all on the way to the plate. That 58, it actually looked slower than the 57 because it was 58 out of his hand, and then it kind of pumped the brakes about halfway to the plate.
Great call, Tom Gannon, and 1 out away now. Santianes.
Because that pocket radar, it's getting the speed right out of your hand. It's not the average speed.
Sure.
It's just that initial speed it picks up.
Definitely hitting the brakes as it gets to the plate. 2 outs now. There it is again. Yeah, same pitch, that little finger changeup that comes in at 56, but probably arrives at the plate at about 46.
Yeah, extremely tough to lay off, especially when there's a little bit of breeze kind of slowing that down as well.
2-1. Slider. Fouled back by Santianes, leaning out over the plate a little bit and just missed it. He's beside himself. Tying run at second, winning run at first. 2-2 count. Ooh, finger change again.
Another one.
And I think Lede was happy with that pitch there. He thought he had strike 3.
Yeah, Lede was saying before the game, or before the series tonight, that he's been kind of varying how much he's putting his finger in the ball to sort of manipulate how much it slows down, how much you can hear it. And he's been doing a good job throwing different variations of that same pitch tonight.
Edge of your seat stuff here. Full count, 2 outs. Shane Weber is the man on deck.
And the runners are off with the pitch.
Lede delivers. And he's going to lose him. Santillanes takes a walk. He's not known for his walks, Tom.
That loads the bases, and guess who's up?
Oh, this is ridiculous. Shane Weber is up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 7-6 game.
And Greg Kelly's got his rally cap on. Let's see if we can get a
Can you
quick
believe
flash
this
of-
drama? I did not think Shane Weber would get this many at-bats tonight. And here he has found himself in a most crucial spot. And that's down 55 miles an hour with Day. Oh, boy. And if I'm the Cajuns, I'm squeezing that 5-6 hole here. I think they're giving him too much room over there. Will Morris. Finger change. 56, though.
Weber gets bailed out. There's no way that one looked quick.
Oh,
I think Weber was fooled on that pitch, Jim.
this is wild. The day comes set. The 2-1. It's a slider. It's out of here! Shane Weber is in a walk-off grand slam for the Snappers, and they're going absolutely insane.
Kirk
Can you
Gibson.
believe that it's Kirk Gibson all over again? And the Snappers have swept the Cajuns. Unbelievable, Tom. Oh, my
Walk-off grand
gosh.
slam as he limps around the bases.
This is incredible. Another Cajun collapse. And these boys are riled up at home plate here.
Careful. Don't want to hurt yourself celebrating.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
The chat's going crazy. I just can't believe it.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, goodness. Every night, Tom, I mean, I'm in the booth, and it's just crazy. I see crazy things here.
PLW doesn't miss, Jim.
Dude,
It does
just
not miss.
Crazy things happen in this field, man. It's just wild. I don't know why I'm surprised, but just goodness gracious. That was insane. Walk-off grand slam. The Cajuns cannot hold.
Yeah, we got that post-game interview
Oh,
poll.
I'm
I
gonna take a deep
think
breath
Shane's going to run away with it.
again. Oh, that is ridiculous. Oh, cheers, Emily. I'm sure she's feeling bittersweet about that, but her man is the hero tonight.
Get those votes in. That post-game interview poll is about to close.
Yeah, let's
see if we can
get
see
that
who's-
poll. I mean, I'm going to make a shot. I think Jonathan Wilson also had a big series. Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy,
I mean, a
really
lot of
turning
guys
some heads, I
deserving to
think.
come up here. So some recency bias for sure with Weber there. Obviously a big grand slam, but
Walk-off grand slam, and he's running away with
it's
the poll.
really
43
a series
votes.
of dominance there by outside of those first 2 innings of Game 3 where they got behind 5. The Snappers, the run of play, they were the better team tonight and probably deserving of the sweep. So
All right, I'm going to go grab Shane Weber,
Oh, man, I
get that
get to talk to
post-game
Shane.
interview. I hope he can
Good.
climb these steps. That might be tough.
I'm gonna give him a little bit of a hard time. This is gonna be a very fun interview. Shane Weber's a really good buddy of mine. I'm a big fan of his, so I'm gonna get to be a little candid with Shane, maybe more than some other guys. So this is gonna be a really, really fun. As he's walking up the stairs now, grabbing a headset is Shane Weber. Shane, I'm gonna do your wife a favor and scold you first.
Thanks, Jim.
So you're playing tonight. We talked before the game. I told you I'd be mad at you if you played.
Yeah.
So tell me how, before we get into that grand slam, you told me 1 or 2 at bats. What happened?
You know, Ryan Roos pitched the crap out of me. Like he threw pitches to me that I could not do that with. Like I couldn't get ahead in the count. Like
Right.
he was throwing outside pitches, so I was crowding him big time.
I saw that. I mentioned that.
Man. It drove me nuts because I was trying to make any kind of adjustment to get to him. And he threw a great pitch. He threw a great pitch that I wanted to hit far, but it dropped so late
Right.
that I hit it right back to him. And I was so mad because I just wanted to do that
I
all
see
night.
your
like-
expectations
yeah.
are still pretty high, regardless
Oh, yeah.
of the situation.
And that's the thing. Like I came back because we came into the pregame. I didn't plan on playing tonight. And
No, you didn't. That's not what
no,
I heard.
I didn't plan on playing.
Oh.
I had to text Cheers Emily before the game and say, hey, I'm going to play. But the thing is, I didn't plan on it because I didn't know if I should. But then I took a couple at bats and I have zero pain. I have nothing. Like it feels
Okay,
good.
that's an update.
So it doesn't feel like, it's crazy. Like I can't do anything. I can't run the bases. But,
Right. Well, you
yeah.
tried. I seen you going
I
up
don't-
first
yeah, I
base
don't
line. I
mean
was
to,
keeping an
yeah.
eye on you tonight, Mr. Weber.
I could run straight, but I'm not supposed to yet. Not till week 8 or 10 or
She
something.
said you get cleared to jog in about
10 week 10. It's only week 4.
You're pretty far out from getting cleared to jog. It's
Yeah,
all right.
I'm not supposed to jog.
It's all right. But I understand the competitiveness of PLW and especially that situation. And what a moment for you on that grand slam.
Well, and I feel bad because Wilson wanted the interview all night. He had 4 home runs.
You
He
stole it
crushed
from him,
tonight.
man. Yeah.
And I told him after I hit that, dude, I stole your interview. He's like, there's no way you did. But I was like, yeah, they got to give it to me.
Yeah, you did.
Grand
You
slam
did.
walk-off,
And,
you
you
can't.
know what? I think Ryan Murphy was going to win it anyway. So I'm just kidding.
Wilson had one more. Maybe he had 4. I don't know. I think he had 4 home runs.
No, the snap. So I was just telling Tom. Let's get into your team a little bit here. The Snappers coming in 15 and 18. And you guys have just made it to where 4 teams are now 18 and 18.
It's crazy. Yeah,
that is crazy.
Got a 4-way tie.
You guys have won 10 of your last 12, I believe. How are the Snappers feeling here going into the late season push?
These guys have stepped up. We started the season because we knew that I was going to be getting the surgery.
Yep.
And so we knew I wasn't going to be here in the second half of the season. That was all planned out. We threw Brandon at the beginning of every game,
You
every
guys did,
season
yeah.
at the beginning, so he can get a lot of reps in.
Yeah, you've thrown him out there.
In the course of the last 4 weeks, he's stepped up and done incredible things. Taylor's hand finally healed. Obviously, he's Taylor again. He's hitting. I think he's hit 12 bombs since he had the cast off.
Yep.
Before that, I think he had 2 with one hand.
Yep.
So that's kind of crazy. But everyone's stepping up. Like we're doing it as a team, and you think about the guys on our roster that aren't here right now, and we can be scary.
Yeah.
We could be scary again, and I think we always were. It was just kind of beginning of the season, a couple hiccups.
Reminds me of that spring season when you won it all. You guys started off
yeah.
abysmally. I mean,
we started off with the exact same record this season. I think
Yep.
we were 2-7 both season, or that season and this season. So we'll see if it's serendipity, if it comes true again.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, 3 straight championship appearances. I think the people that are here every day and involved in PLW understand what the Snappers can do and what you're all about. I think some of our new viewers this year, we've probably viewership numbers are up in prior seasons. Are going to learn about what the Snappers are all about. And you guys are out here practicing as much as anybody. You guys are committed as much as anybody, and definitely a force to be reckoned with. And what a war we have now! You guys have really put the standings upside down. 4 teams at 18 and 18.
I mean, who's in first place? Ones? How far are we back?
You guys are back about 5 games of the ones, I believe. Yeah, with about 18 to go, that's going to be tough to make.
You're right, and we don't play them again, so we can't.
Right. So, but if you guys keep sweeping teams like that, I mean, you guys are in great form. Anytime you win 10 of 12. You're obviously doing right things, so that is wild.
There goes Wilson.
That's Jonathan Wilson.
He had to go to work
every night.
He said he was sticking around for his interview.
No, not going to happen.
That's why he stayed late. He's going to be late to work right now. Like he's got to be there in 4 minutes, and it's 9 minutes away.
Oh, Weber, you got to take care of this for me. I like turtles. You got to hook me up. Come on.
Oh yeah, it's sitting right over there. Well, we don't have the camera up anymore, but it's sitting right there. We got the Brown jersey. So the problem is we have
Look
one
at my
for
boy.
you. We have one for you, but they gave us the wrong colors. I don't know if you noticed the last couple of weeks we had the wrong colors, so we finally got the right colors, and we actually got those today. So that's on the way. I'll give it to Jim right now, have Taylor sign it, and it'll be good to go.
Tell me about these new hats.
Oh, that's why we won.
Let's see one of these in the camera. Let's see these new bad boys.
Look at this hair.
Let's take it. Yeah, and a little bit of hair. Look at these new Snappers hats. The Snappers are biting.
We finally got hats. We're finally a team. We haven't been a team for the last 2 years, but we finally got hats, and we finally got,
Yeah, you guys are looking the part, playing the part, and now are officially back into the playoff picture. So that's going to be fun. The league's always better when you guys are right there.
I had to surreptitiously put my socks in my bag tonight. I did not let Emily see me put the socks in the backpack, but I had a small feeling that I was feeling good.
So you were planning on playing?
No, I wasn't planning on playing.
No.
But I was feeling it out.
I did.
I didn't bring them. I didn't bring them last week. I actually didn't come to the games last week, so I wouldn't play.
Cheers, Emily. We got to run a little tighter ship on the home front there. This guy's getting away with murder over there. Oh, boy. No, that's good to see you back out there, and good to see you still got the pop. Big grand slam.
That's great.
Big sweep. You got to be feeling good, and why don't you get down there and celebrate?
All right, Jim. Appreciate it, buddy.
Good to see you as always. Shane Weber.
Turtles, we got you. Don't worry, man.
Ooh, a little something going off here. Apologies for that. Shane Weber, ladies and gentlemen. Great class act right there. What a moment for him. Big grand slam as Tom comes and joins me. And Tom,
what a series. I think every single prediction I made at the top of the broadcast was wrong.
That means it's a good series, yeah, because we don't have no clue what we're talking about ever. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Trench started that at the beginning of the season with his prediction.
I feel like I'm one of those Fox Sports guys now.
yeah, typical pundit. But let's get into tomorrow. Let's preview. We got Lightning and what's going off in my pocket, Tom?
Getting a business call.
Yeah, I gotta. Excuse me
at
for that. But
10 p.m.
Tomorrow we have Night Owls and Lightning, a relegation battle here, 6:05 on Friday night, and as Trench likes to say, Friday nights get a little wild when the Lightning play.
Yeah, and we've got the Night Owls at full strength with their new roster. This is going to be the first time really seeing this team. They're still kind of forming a new identity. So that's going to be really exciting to watch. The first time they're really at full strength this season at all, I think.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. And the Lightning kind of are probably their best team as well. So it should be a really good one. We're going to wrap things up tonight. Really good series. Snappers take all 3. Make sure to join us tomorrow, Friday, 6:05 p.m. at the Hideaway. I'm at Jim at Dodos. Tom Gannon partnered up with me for the first time tonight. Great job by him, and we'll catch you back tomorrow.
Don't.